Guten Morgen.
When these mics are on every morning, you don't know what to do first. Do you do
Yeah, you sing along to the music.
I don't like the welcome to Opie and Anthony, all that crap, because it's so formal. I'd rather fart into the mic every morning and get it started.
Would be an interesting waker-upper.
It's just awkward.
Yeah,
you go from talking to 4 people, which we were just doing, to, I don't know, this is about 1 million right now.
Yeah.
Depending on what survey you look at.
Just yapping. How do you start it?
You know, people ask us all the time, how many people listen to you? I honestly don't know.
Not a clue.
And that is not...
And don't think you could call in or text in how many are, because depending on where you look, it's totally different answers.
Everywhere's from, like, I've heard as low as 200,000 people.
Yikes.
To well over 1 million. Pushing 2.
But
you got to think it's somewhere in the middle.
I'm never going to think 200,000.
Oh, hell fucking no.
I just wouldn't even fucking deal.
One of those surveys came out, and, you know, everyone sat us down and said that's not even close to right.
That's not the number. Yeah, they had to coddle us.
And then I'm like, why don't you then, put out a press release and say that's not even close to true?
Well, we don't want to do that.
So... who knows? If you're listening, great. If you're not, hearing our voices, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, it's Anthony Appreciation Day. They didn't forget.
Oh, my God.
Fuck. But it can't be Appreciation Day. I only got an hour.
Not yet.
Yeah, you get the last hour.
How do I know?
Anthony Appreciation Hour starts at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the beauty of that is, and I know I say the beauty of that is a lot.
But the beauty of that is that people know there's a beauty in something.
Yes, exactly. Well, but when it's your hour of appreciation, that's when all the guests come in. So,
oh, great!
We got Bob Kelly today.
Oh, good! Finally,
he told me to get a red dragon,
dude. He's lost his mind.
I made fun of his white unicorn. He goes, dude, you got to get a red dragon, and then we could tool around Manhattan together. I'm like, no, faggot.
Is the guy trying to bring back quadrophenia or something with the scooters?
Well, the scooters are hot in every other city. Not in America.
In the world, yeah. In stupid Europe.
European cities are all about the scooter.
You know who rode one?
Who?
Sarah Connor.
Oh, okay.
Enough said.
Yeah, exactly. But Bob Kelly has decided he needs a scooter in New York City. And it's white. And he tweeted it. And I know my tweets are lame at times. I'll be the first to admit. And I'm only going to go at times.
Yeah.
You know, I know I got some fine quality tweets. But this Bob Kelly, his average is way the fuck down.
Way down. That's what I need to discuss with him. I think we need an intervention.
And I know he's going to come after me.
Tweetervention.
Oh, your sunset. Shut up. Past my dumb sunset and thunderstorm nature shit, I do all right, Bob.
Yeah.
I'm not tweeting pictures of cute white scooters and calling it the white unicorn.
Just look at it. Look at that thing. I actually started laughing my ass off because Twitter's great on the shitter. That's why they rhyme.
Yeah.
Twitter and shitter.
Yeah.
You sit there, so I'm, doing my business, and I'm going through the tweets, and I see Bob Kelly's with that, and I start reading some of the comments, and it's like, God, I hope I see that thing twisted under a bus. It's hysterical. Look at that thing. It's embarrassing.
I would ride that in the Caribbean.
Exactly. You know something?
Not in New York City. Honestly, it looks like it would be cool to ride somewhere else.
St. Thomas.
Yeah, exactly.
You went to St. Thomas and you decide you want to take a little day trip somewhere. So you get your chick on the back of your scooter and you ride somewhere through, paradise. You don't drive that thing in New York City.
I think it was Nantucket when I was first, dating my girl.
There was a man from there.
Yeah. And we rented a scooter. And I put her on the back, and by the end of the day, she goes, next time I'm going to rent my own scooter.
She gets her own scooter. You know why? Because she can do that.
Well, she goes, are you okay? And I had the big goofy helmet on, and we're going like 20 miles an hour.
The Dukakis war helmet.
It was kind of like the Dumb and Dumber thing. And at that moment, I had a pretty good flashback of being 12 years old, being on a mini bike.
Yeah.
And, dumping the mini bike in the middle of, like, the woods and sticker bushes. Have I told the story on the air where I got cut up really bad, like close to 100 stitches in my face?
No, wait, I don't remember that one.
I had a cut through my eye, my eyelid, a cut all the way through my nostril, a gaping wound in the back of my head. and I had to run home screaming and crying and bleeding like a mother.
You dumped it good.
And I think it was Brett opened the door, and he says to this day it just horrifies him because
Really?
there's his older brother at the door just completely covered in blood because I just got ripped apart. And I failed to tell my girl that I basically haven't been on anything with two wheels with a motor since this trip to, and then finally we get to Nantucket and we decide to rent a scooter. And I'm just and I don't get panic attacks. Maybe, I mean, as a human being, I guess we all do, but not on a regular basis and nothing like that. I was in full fucking panic attack going 25 miles an hour with my chick on the back because I was remembering my stupid mini bike accident that I forgot about years ago. But this thing was bad. I could have easily died. It was horrific. Horrific. Gasoline. There was a fire.
It happens.
The mini bike is burning in the woods as I'm running away bleeding to death.
It was on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I had to dump it because I didn't know what I was doing.
Was it like a mini bike or a miniature motorcycle look to it?
It was a mini. It was low to the ground mini bike, but it was like it was Harry's, Harry Flood, who also wanted me to run away with him when he was 12 years old.
What?
I think his name was Harry Flood, and it was all souped up to go really fast. He did his own tinkering at 12 years old. And I'm like, I know how to ride this. I was too stupid to tell him I don't know how to ride your bike. He goes, I go, of course I know how. And I went tooling around the Washington Drive schoolyard. And what I thought was the brake was the gas. And I was just going faster and faster and faster. And now I'm like, how the fuck do you stop this thing?
Oh, no.
And I just didn't know.
Oh, no.
So then I'm flying by the monkey bars and all those metal apparatuses that they thought was safe when we were growing up.
Did he know there was a problem? Was he watching?
Oh, yeah, he was watching from afar.
Because you could always tell when someone's having a problem, especially when they're going much too fast.
Oh,
you just know there's a problem.
For 12, 13, I was flying. I mean, if I look back and go, what? I was only going that fast? But to me, I was going 100. I don't know.
Fast enough to fuck yourself up.
Absolutely. And then it was like, all right, do I just take it on the road, Washington Drive Road? Because I didn't know what to do.
Dump it.
And I was able to get the bike turned around again, and now I had schoolyard to figure it out. One huge length of schoolyard to figure out. The monkey bars and all that are flying by on my left side. Then I see what looks like fluffy kind of bushes off to my right, the woods. I'm like, all right, I'm dumping it in there. And I flew into the woods. And what I thought was a fluffy bush was one of those hardcore sticker bushes. Not the little ones, the ones where the thorns are really...
Dude, headlong into a tree. You'd have just been dead.
Oh, absolutely.
Dead.
I mean, I don't know what I've done. That was my move. I'm like, all right, I got to dump this thing.
Yeah.
And I saw this bush. I'm like, I could handle this.
I got to lay her down.
And then, and there was so much speed going that I ended up in the middle of the thing. So now I'm already cut up from flying into this thing. Now I gotta basically tear my way out of the sticker bush, getting more cuts. And then it was a close run from my house. I lived pretty close to Washington Drive at the time. And I ran home bleeding to death.
It's like Steve McQueen in The Great Escape when he tried to jump the barbed wire.
Right. Oh, my God, yeah.
Just crawling out of the barbed wire.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it. So anyway, a little off-roading there, but then we get
Only
back...
not as cool.
But then we get back to Bob Kelly, and now he wants me to buy the Red Dragon, so the Red Dragon and the White Unicorn could what? Hang out in New York City on our scooters?
Yeah, you're gonna be all cool, following each other around. He probably has fantasies of you and him side by side, riding down the...
Yeah, there you go.
Boy, to be mild.
Yeah.
What an ass. Just cruising down Broadway, looking back and forth at each other. Yeah, man! And look at us. Everything's passing you. People on bikes and skates are passing you.
Of course. The bike ped guys, whatever they're called.
Come on, man!
Yeah.
Let's head this way. With pedals on it.
They're calling me Opie Sullenberg, Jared in Boston. I couldn't even say myself. You don't want me... But you see the scooters in New York City, but they're commuters.
Yeah.
There are dudes with their suits on. They look ridiculous, and they're like, you know what? For them, it makes sense. Bob Kelly's a comedian. Where's he going on his scooter?
I know. That's what I thought. Like, where is he putting it? Does he have a big chain that he takes with him? Because, does he put it in a parking garage? Like, I got to ask him all kinds of questions.
And you know how many bikes I've bumped into living in New York City? Because you don't see them when when they're parked behind you. Because they'll park the bike sideways to get into these weird little spots.
You back it.
And then you just back into them.
Back right into it.
There's been a few times where I backed in and took a look around like, did anyone see that?
I'd love to see him come out with it big dented, dirty because it's white, laying on its side, just,
but
you can't have anything, dude.
But he's a stand-up comedian that does a lot of spots in the city.
Yeah.
That's the worst time to be on a scooter because that's when all the lunatics are out.
Right.
You know, when you're a commuter early morning and around 4 or 5 in the afternoon, what's really going to happen to you? You're kind of stuck in, some traffic there. So he tweeted that all excited, and I guess we were supposed to write back like, wow, Bob.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Wow. Cool. I mean, not cool at all.
When you go to any European city, it's all about the scooter.
All over.
Like, it is, they have taken over the roads.
Yep. Yeah, and cheap on gas, I guess.
And every scooter has 2 or 3 people. 2 or 3. I'm not. No joke.
3 people.
2 or 3 people on these things.
They just say third world nation. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. And him now, between twittering too much and his stupid little scooter now, he twitters everything.
Yeah.
And he'll Twitter pictures of things that are just like, what the?
I realize, like, I overtweet at times, then I back off. You try to find a balance with the whole thing.
You don't see, like, 5 in a row.
No.
When I see the 5 in a row, dude, I'm like, what the fuck?
I have stopped following people because they do exactly what you just said. Like, there's a few people that I actually liked following, but they tweeted too much that I just had to bail. I just couldn't do the 5 in a row. If I can't get my thought in 140 characters, and then I do have to go to that second tweet immediately, there's this weird guilt, like, oh God, oh my God, I got to make this interesting.
Well, I'm formally announcing when he gets here
that you're not following him?
That I am.
We did this.
I am not following him.
We did this last time. He lost all his followers, which I kind of felt guilty
about. I know,
about.
but you know something?
Because it's all he has. It's all he has.
If people, and it really is. It really is all he has.
See, because like all our friends, he's an addict, and this is his thing.
This is his addiction.
Yeah.
Twitter.
It's all he has. I can't be part of the, like, stop following Bob Kelly movement.
You know what?
I'm just not going to
I am not telling anybody to do anything.
All right, good.
I am just saying my own personal thing here. I have to stop because I cannot sort through tweets when every other one is Robert Kelly putting his own compliment, retweeting people that complimented him, and then saying, yeah. I saw Bob. Was that Bob Kelly I saw outside of a bookstore? He looked fantastic. And he tweeted it. It's like, I understand if you want to, toot your horn a little bit there on Twitter, but Christ.
And then what is he doing? He got a tattoo.
No, that's not his, is it? No, it's not.
Yeah, I think
Don't
so.
tell me that's his tattoo.
He got a huge tattoo on his calf that says addict.
Why?
Is there a koi fish or any of that shit in there?
It's a dragon.
He's got a koi fish on the outside of his arm, like on the outside bicep, and I think
Are you kidding me?
This is the dragon with a flame coming up from the bottom to top, and it says addict running down it, and I think that's on the inside of his bicep.
What?
Now, as far as tattoos go, I don't have any, so I probably shouldn't comment. Is that a good tattoo, Danny?
It's not bad. It's in that classic Japanese style. So, that's some people like more detail, some people like less.
It is a fire-breathing dragon, and the fire is coming out of the dragon's mouth.
Where's the dragon's mouth?
And it says addict.
Oh, I see. Okay. That's too colorful, man. I'm starting to think I want a couple tattoos, a couple things that, like,
really?
Things that mean something to me. Like a tat for, my dad.
Yeah.
But, something cool. But when it comes to all this color.
You don't have to do color, though.
No, I'm just saying I'm not a fan of the color tattoo.
So, yeah, some people are totally into black and white.
I like more of that black and white shading type shit. When you get too much color, especially blue. Blue on a white guy. Well, blue on a black guy is even worse, obviously. Yeah. But just blue in tattoos, I just don't see it.
I wasn't into any kind of colors at all, but
And this is my opinion, which will piss people off. I'm just saying.
But Bobby's koi fish is actually really, it looks really good. I wasn't even a big fan of koi fish, except, and I saw this, I was like, wow, it's really nice. And actually, believe it or not, Derek's arm piece, he's got like a half sleeve going. It's really nice.
Ooh,
very colorful, and I never thought I was into that.
Is he covering up half the tattoos that suck on his body?
No, that's his good tats. The arm is his good tats.
We did say that he has the worst tattoo on staff, right? Which one was it again? It was so bad I can't remember.
It's a pinup lady that's like straddling a microphone.
Yeah.
Which is bad enough.
Travis is even laughing at
But the art's not that great either. No. It looks like a tranny face.
It's very bad.
And he knows it's bad too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Of course you do.
If you have something with a face on it, it had better be fucking good. Because we have been through the bad tats before.
Don't pull up the teeth.
That teeth, the woman, the in memory of with the tiara she's wearing, and it's just, it comes up. It's epic failure, and that shit is permanent. It says in loving memory, and obviously the tattoo hack was working off of this photograph that's next to it. She ain't that pretty in the first place, gotta be honest.
Yeah,
but the tattoo they did was just, the shading is horrific.
It's amazing how bad it is.
They tried to put every individual tooth in.
Yeah.
Like, this guy just did a horrible job on the hair. Everything is awful. Epic failure.
You gotta find, if you're gonna do a portrait, you gotta find a person that knows how to do the teeth. The teeth will wreck any portrait.
There are people that it looks like a fucking photograph.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
That stuff is scary. I don't know. I just don't know how they do that.
I know. It's amazing.
Some people they want a tattoo and they just go to it. They go, oh, I got to go to the tattoo shop, and that's like the worst possible way to get permanent artwork on your body for the rest of your life.
Do some research.
The one thing I don't understand about tattoos are the people, like you just said, that go into a tattoo place and now just pick something off the wall.
Off the wall, yeah.
Like, I would think,
work off the rack.
And what do I know about tattoos? But I would think if you're getting a tattoo, it should really mean something, not just like, oh, I like that symbol.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You should be able to, think about, I know a lot of people that
maybe your
aren't artists.
Maybe your brain doesn't work in that way, but at least go, well, I like this, and this means something to me, and then let the artist kind of, come up with something a little more unique for you.
Or even an archaic sketch, and then you could hand it to an artist.
Right.
And they know what you want and how to interpret that. But you can't just walk in, hey, yeah, that looks good. Because you know what? There are probably 10,000 people over the years that have done the same thing.
Right. I
want that one. It's the same tat. Nothing worse than having the same tat. Wow, that's sick looking. Well, having the same tat.
Every time you see someone that has a tattoo, like, wow, you got a koala bear on your arm. And then you're like, what does that mean? I don't know. I just like koala bears. There's no real reason to have it on your arm. I don't get that.
One of my favorite things to do is just to Google bad tattoos. Yeah, because they're so bad. And somebody had Japanese characters or Chinese characters running down their arm. And,
that's one of my. I know what you're going to say.
It was actually legitimately translated into. It was like fried balls of rice. And, he thought it meant pride and glory or something.
Fried balls of rice.
Fried balls of rice.
And they thought it was some deep, meaningful saying.
Oh, that's funny,
from ancient days. I should get a tattoo from LA Ink. That's the problem. Now, you got Joe in Minnesota. We probably could get that done. We probably have to be on a waiting list, but we've had Kat Von D in here, and she was really cool. She actually kind of hinted that if you're ever in LA or whatever, I don't know, like we've talked before, you don't know if this shit is true or not. But I would feel if I did that, then next thing you know, I got a sleeve or something. I want something really small and just that means something to me. I'm not going for a big, huge, over-the-top piece. But if you go to LA Ink, you go, well, I just want this name and this symbol or whatever. She's going to be like, you're wasting my time.
Don't waste my time.
Next thing you know, I'm walking out with a massive fucking back tattoo.
It's all over your face.
Right.
Like that guy in Coney Island.
I just don't look like the type of person that
those are portraits
could handle a back tattoo.
Yeah, these are portraits done.
Let me see go back one, because I got to see the. Now that's a guy that knows how to do goddamn tats. Like, you want to picture your kid on you or something?
Yeah,
those are tats and not pictures.
Yeah, no, these are pictures.
That's an actual
tat.
These are tats.
These are tattoos. Yeah.
Get out of here.
See, That's somebody that knows how to do a tattoo of a portrait.
That's not a tattoo. No way.
This guy's amazing.
That is.
Where are you at,
That
Dan,
guy
for
is
people
amazing.
Everybody can go and check out danhenk.com. He's a local tattoo artist. Used to be out of New York. Now he's in Austin, Texas.
Dan Henk, H-E-N-K, right?
H-E-N-K.com.
All right. Cool.
Wow, he's amazing. How do you do that? That's
no idea.
painting on people's skin where it's not like
Yeah,
doesn't
we're
even
looking
look
at
like a tat.
we're looking at colored portraits.
Opie,
Tattoos.
That term is very dated and very offensive to some people.
Yeah. Well, that oof.
Maybe the kid
what's wrong
looked
with
like that.
Yeah, what's wrong with that baby?
I've seen this guy's art. I'm sure that's just
exactly what the kid
Oh,
looked
really?
like.
You're not blaming the
unfortunately.
artist? Oh boy, that's not good.
It's
That's exactly what the kid looked like.
everybody's kids can't be the cutest
I
thing ever.
understand. I understand.
Sorry.
That's pretty screwed up. The here's Johnny.
Yeah, let me see
I've
that.
seen this.
Through the-
I mean, I remember seeing this a while ago.
Damn.
It's amazing. It's
Yeah, it's pretty damn good. See, he knows how to do the teeth. It's all about the teeth.
Yeah.
it's
You
not
got to
just
figure out how to do the teeth.
teeth aren't just black lines running up and down.
Squares or rectangles. Just rectangles.
With too much dark in between each tooth.
There's no shading to show the curvature of them or anything like that. That guy's epic fail. Yeah, that guy's really good.
Let's say hi to somebody in West Virginia.
You must charge $10-20 a tat, huh, Dan?
You know what? He's not.
All right, ruin my bit. Shut up.
He's not as bad as you think. Not as bad as you think.
All right, West Virginia checking in. First call of the day. It's Opie and Anthony. How are you, buddy?
Hey, what's happening, boys?
Hey, man.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
No, Jimmy's filming a movie.
Yeah.
Jimmy's not
Oh,
here.
Jimmy's booked again?
Jimmy will be back, I think, Friday
Yeah.
for a day, and then I think he leaves again next week. So
Does he? He's been twittering from the set. The set.
yeah, with Brooke Shields
Yeah.
and Patrice O'Neill.
Did you
and,
see his shitty trailer that they gave him?
No, I didn't see
It's
that.
horrible.
It felt weird. I was off the grid yesterday.
Yeah.
I even had to apologize on Twitter. I feel like I had to apologize. Like, sorry, I was off the grid today, guys. I'll be
the
back
grid.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm way behind. I gotta and I read every fucking reply.
Yeah.
And if you're a true hater, then I just stop following. You know,
Then it's easy. You just
Then you're done.
Gone.
You know, I don't need that.
Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of places to go hate, but not on my Twitter.
Screw him. That's what I say.
I dump people left and right because it's not about that with me. West Virginia, what do you got?
Yeah, so talking about those mopeds, obviously they're big out in Europe and all that, but Nantucket, they put such a large tax on the ferry to get your car over there that nobody, it's so dense over there.
Oh, is that what it is?
People do the mopeds. So a buddy of mine, we rented mopeds over there a
Moped.
couple of years back, doing the old Dumb and Dumber scene, like trying to film each other, driving down the road with the moped, sleeves out, like head up, big helmet. And, Nantucket being all built in, like, 1800s and shit, that roads are cobblestone. He turned to, he was driving down the street of cobblestone all wobbling about, and turned to get his photo shot from me, hit the curb, and crashed right through some lady's front doorstep. So, like, the wooden steps completely all in shambles. Like trellis work, like moped stuck inside it, trying to get the thing out of there while like he's bleeding from his arm.
That must happen a lot, though, when people
yeah.
like rent scooters. It
Yeah.
just must crash all the time.
Because all they do is they go, do you know how to drive one of these?
Yeah.
You got a license? Yeah. All right, here you go.
Here, take it away.
And you've never driven one
I
before.
don't know. I can figure it out. It's like a bicycle, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
they don't care.
You just full throttled into something.
You gotta rent one of those Jeeps when you go to Nantucket. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we used to-
fucking
we used to-
Jeeps rule.
Rent this big house there. It was like a 15-bedroom house, big
Nice.
mansion on Nantucket. Just got 50
Right on.
people there at night.
You hit any of those waves? I forgot what beach. Well, why are we going local? Thank you, West Virginia.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I turned it into a personal phone call. Carl.
Hey, what's up? It's Anthony Appreciation Day or hour, or I don't even freaking
Well,
know. But
later.
We gotta say that Opie is the mental Bruce Lee. He's the redheaded Bruce Lee. Yeah, Bonaducci might be able to kick your ass, but hey, you can take anybody on mentally. Now, Anthony,
Where's
I'm
he
a
going with
quote-unquote musician, and I moved from
makes
Rhode
sense.
Island down to the South, and we can get an apartment for like $500 in the hood, and I am so freaking paranoid because these freaks walk into our yard all the time, and we have this dog named Zeke, and Zeke's available about 80% of the time, but sometimes he's upstairs, and sometimes he's not around, and these fucking crackhead
Did I
walking in
miss
the yard.
something?
And now I walk around with a Rambo knife on my belt.
miss a
But I wish
segue?
I had your gun with the scope and the light on it. Oh, that would be so nice.
I hate you.
I borrow your gun?
Boring.
So to speak, literally. We're cakes for nothing!
Could be. You know, we've been on a roll with callers. By the way.
yeah.
I got to tell you, tell the callers, we have been on a roll. Guys have been really good.
Because of that guy, less calls today.
Yeah, that guy.
We're going to cut our
just
losses.
Just ruined it.
Who's this? Chinese tattoo guy. We don't have a name for you.
Joe?
Hey, what's up, buddy? You got something?
Yeah, I went in, got a tattoo on the back of my neck. I got animals all over me. Went in, got a tattoo on the back of my neck that was supposed to say nature. And I ran into a Chinese friend of mine and said, what's that say in the back of your neck? I said, nature. She says, no, it says sex.
It says sex?
Yeah.
Are they just fucking with us?
They fuck with people, I guess, because you don't know what the Japanese symbol means.
Well, in the book, it said nature, gender, sex. We figured, like American English, there's 3 different meanings, but it means the natural sex between 2 genders.
So, all right. But that it still looks like cool Chinese writing.
It does, yeah. I mean,
when I see the Chinese writing on anybody, I'm like, hey, that's cool.
whatever.
I'm not thinking what it really stands for. Who cares?
But imagine if you still saw some Asian guy walking around with like hamburger. It just says hamburger on his arm. You'd be like, what the fuck is he? Why would he put a hamburger on his arm?
Right.
Yeah, I ain't got no problem with it.
Yeah,
It's
just
not
like
I walk around the
I
street,
like getting
got it.
fisted.
Yeah, something like that.
I guess you're right.
Goodyear tires.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what the fuck? Why do you put Goodyear tires on
I
his
guess
arm?
that's a little inside joke for all the Asians out there. They
Yeah.
see us, us dummies with Chinese writing on or whatever,
They just chuckle.
and they're like, look,
Ha ha ha.
dummy.
All right, boys, I love you. I don't want to make my call a bad one, so I'm going to hang up right now.
Oh, that was good.
Very good.
I didn't know that misspelling thing or mispronunciation or what am I trying to say? The
Miss America?
no, when you get the Chinese writing and
Misinterpretation?
misinterpretation. I like that. Sure. Now we're going with bad tattoos. We weren't going down this freaking. All right, hold on. We might as well do bad tattoos for a couple more minutes. Kevin in Connecticut. Is this the Kevin from Connecticut?
Yes.
I like your tweets, my friend.
Thanks. I like yours too. What a
Thanks.
love fest.
Look at this. All right, what do you got?
I got a bad tattoo.
Yeah.
I got a lightning bolt in honor of my brother who was killed. He drew his own, and I didn't know what it was, so I looked and I'm like, okay, let me get the lightning bolt between the AC and the DC. That's cool, right?
Yeah, sure. How do you fuck that up, by the way? I mean, because it says bad tattoo, so in my mind, I'm like, how the fuck do you fuck this one up?
Yeah.
It's perfect, but Google image the Gatorade logo.
Oh.
It's the same fucking thing.
Oh, no
Like,
way.
I just tell people I love Gatorade.
Yeah.
It's a shorter story.
But don't you have the ACDC on the arm, too?
No, I just have the lightning bolt.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, then
I could clear it up and get the AC and the DC, but it hurt too much.
Yeah.
that means gay, doesn't it? It's a little
In Chinese,
ACDC.
In Chinese, yeah. Well, see, I didn't want to do that.
What
either.
does ACDC stand for as far as the band goes?
They're faggots.
I would just think ACDC. Power.
Just power, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But your brother drew the lightning bolt?
He drew his own and had a guy put it on.
So,
This is like almost 30 years ago, so I don't remember what it was. So I'm looking around going, hey, I'll get that.
oh, I see. So it's not even the one he drew.
Right.
Oh,
I was on
all
my
right.
own, but it would have sucked.
Yeah, I got you.
You get a little. I think you got a little time pass by after losing a loved one before you get a tat, like based on that person,
Well,
because
I
you might
wasn't
just
older,
make a big mistake.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Kevin.
Bye, guys.
Let's go to Space Trucker. Space Trucker!
Just looking.
Good morning.
You're just lonely, Ant.
I'm just looking. It's
You're
like
just lonely. You're just lonely.
There's just something going on that.
Are you hinting towards
Am I
something?
nostalgic?
I think you're just lonely.
I'm so lonely. I'm Ronry.
You want to get the word out or no?
Yeah, I guess
To her-
that's the
to-
word.
I
No,
mean-
no, to her.
No?
That's that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That one's done.
Let's go, Space Trucker.
I've got two sons, and being typical boys, they were going through a very rebellious stage. And I had raised my sons to have pride in being who they were. So my oldest, in an attempt to show me he was his own person, went out and got a tattoo, except he had our entire last name tattooed across the top of his shoulders like a sports jersey.
Oh, shit. That's pretty bad.
And God, I love him, but I told him, I said, you do know that's permanent.
Wow. Like a sports jersey. That's big. I don't understand the one piece big tattoo. I understand when it all is like sort of like separate tattoos that come together.
Yeah, yeah.
But the one like, you ever see the tramp stamps that are a little too big?
Oh, yeah.
Like if a girl gets a tramp stamp, if it's the right size, that is really sexy, right? But then you see some where they went too large. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like wrapping around their hips.
Exactly.
Giant, big, thick.
Space truckers sound like, help me out, prank callers out there. The terrorist,
that guy, the country sounding guy.
You concrete
Walker. Walker.
What the hell was it? The terrorist. Some of that shit was really funny.
Telephone terrorist.
Telephone terrorist or something.
Yeah.
Maybe you could find a good one going in a break if you know what I'm talking about. Let's go to Mongo the trucker. Mongo.
Morning, guys.
Hey.
Ant, I know that ship has sailed, but you don't want to go on that ship because it leaks. But
Mongo.
Sorry.
Yikes.
When I was stationed over in the Philippines, I had between $5 hookers and getting drunk. I had a tattoo of supposed to look like my skin was ripped open and there's snake skin underneath.
Uh-huh.
But the guy showed me a picture of the snake, and I said, that'll work. But I thought he was looking at the pattern of the skin.
Right, the scales.
But I wanted, green snake skin. But he did it this weird fucking color with these big scales, and now everybody who looks at it says, "Oh, what is it?" I'm like, that's the worst thing you can have.
Oh, no.
Never want.
Okay, what is
it? You never want that to be the first question. What is it?
Right.
You want them to know exactly what it is. You want them to go, wow, that's really cool. Hey, fuck that. What do you get for $5?
4 hours.
Shut the fuck up.
This is back in, I was there in 89. 89.
Oh, okay.
$5 for a short time, which is 4 hours, or $20 for all night.
20 years he's talking.
So you get, but still $5 20 years ago? That's
Yeah.
That's still really cheap.
That's pretty cheap. Probably going to get what you pay for.
All right.
Well, no, you got some really good looking. The women over in the Philippines are either drop dead gorgeous or they're butt fucking ugly. There's no in between. So.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
All right, Mongo. Thank you.
Mongo.
All right, let me say hi to Rich in Queens. You want to go down this road for a while? Rich.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Rich.
Hey, boys, what's up?
Hey.
The summer my grandmother died, my brother turned 18, so his first tattoo says, "In memory of Alice," and he was all proud and emotional when he came home to show it to everybody. And then, this whole family sitting there, and I said, that was a good TV show, but I don't know if it warranted a tattoo.
Oof.
And he, lost it. He just, ran out of the room. He was, so upset.
You can't cry over your tat. It's not like a chick with a hair, when she gets a bad hairdo
really.
and gets I hate it.
Touch tone terrorist. Thank you, guys.
That was it.
A lot of people calling with that one. Oh, Jesus. Let's go to TJ in Atlanta. TJ.
Yeah.
Hey, we're still looking at bad tattoos. What site is this? Are you just Google imaging bad tattoos?
Yeah, just bad tattoos, awful tattoos, bad portrait tattoos.
Wow.
You can look at this stuff for hours.
It sucks that there's so many bad ones.
It's poor sons of bitches are walking around like this.
TJ.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, one day at work, I was sitting there talking with some coworkers about bad tattoos and bad places to have them, and I just made the random comment that the trashiest spot for a lady to have a tat is right there on her tip. And lo and behold, this lady just sits there and gives me this god-awful look and pulls her shirt half open, and there she has a black panther clawing its way up the side of her tip.
That was That was always a bummer, seeing a tattoo on a breast.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe the women could call up and explain that one. Like I
It's
like.
supposed to be cushy.
Huh?
They're supposed to be cushy, smooth, and nice.
Yeah, I don't want anything in that area. Like women and their tats that could be really, really hot if it's done
Yeah,
right.
there's plenty of
But
places.
when they start messing around with the breast area, it's like I don't get that. What are you looking at?
I don't know. This guy has two giant cocks on his back coming.
That's not a real tattoo, is it?
Looks real to me.
It's gotta be.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
it really does look.
Now are you into the gay bad tattoo?
Yeah.
Google imaging?
Bad gay tattoos.
Yeah, bad gay tattoos. Justin in Detroit. Is it cold in the day? Of course it's not. It's summer. How are you, Justin?
Always. How you doing?
All right, man.
Hey, my buddy's got this lizard on a BMX bike doing a trick, and it's got a caption that's supposed to say reverse, but it says revice.
Yeah, misspellings are always good. Always good. Misspelled tattoos.
That's all I got.
Yeah, this guy with "I'm
Very
awesome."
good, man.
That's a favorite one.
Yeah, I'm awesome. AWSOME.
I saw a kid. He was a rather large fella, and he had this giant Grim Reaper, and it wasn't a great tattoo in the first place, but a giant Grim Reaper back piece, and on top it said "You're next," but it was the wrong "your."
Oh, yeah, not you are.
That was like your books or something.
You're
David in Washington. David.
Oh, what's up?
Hey.
Okay, my mom has this tattoo. When she was 40-something, she was dating this 25-year-old fucking putz who was a Ozzy fan, and he went around and called himself Ozzy.
I think we have a midget.
And so her tattoo is like the Saturn with a S-shaped ring, you know, but tilted sideways, so it kind of spells Oz if you look at it from a certain point of view, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's got these bullshit lightning bolts underneath it, which according to Ozzy were supposed to represent the Nazi SS. Now, I'm a black guy, okay, and my mom's white, and my sister is also half-breed, so I don't think the SS thing is. I don't think my mom's heart was really in that.
Yeah.
and it's got some like some bullshit stars that look like asterisks, basically.
Yeah.
On it. It's just the most meaningless tattoo I've ever seen. And the guy like left her for a younger, half-retarded person like a year later.
I like this David guy.
Half retarded.
You could tell a story, David. Nice.
All right.
Thanks for sharing, brother. David from Washington. Steve in Vegas. Steve.
Hey, what's up? Good evening.
Hey.
I was sitting in a tattoo chair one time getting about $1,400 put on my back, and about halfway through the guy says, oops.
Oh, no. Why did he say oops? Did you ever find out?
He was all coked out and just forgot what he was drawing.
Did it turn out good in the end?
Yeah, it's pretty good. You had to cover it up.
He had to
But,
cover. He had to cover up his oops. That's good.
But, I got another one. Knew this stripper back in the day, and so the average tramp stamp going right down on the middle of the back. She had the. You ever play skee ball?
Yeah, of course.
Little, scores going all the way up her back. You know, the bottom of the back was like 10, 20, 30, 40. Up between the shoulder blades was about 100. You know, so when you're aiming.
Oh my God! Like, so when you shoot a load, it could end up on a score. You can actually keep score. That's
me and my
wonderful.
buddies have a contest.
That's.
Yeah, another thing is using various body parts incorporated into your tats, like having a pussy with a coin slot, you know, and it looks like a coin slot on a machine or something.
Can we see some of those, Dan?
Those are just
some of the dirty tattoos.
Dirty pussy tattoos.
Dirty pussy tattoos.
There's a guy that's bald.
That's not a real tattoo.
And
that's
he's
got to be a fake one.
Looks like a tat of a guy mowing the grass, and it stops right at his balding line.
Yeah, see,
so it's cleared his head off.
That's
Was that
a midget?
I don't know what that was. I didn't see the front.
Someone wrote
the head looked big.
Someone wrote, "Go get a net and catch him." Keith J. in Niagara Falls.
Oh, this is
was that a midget? You don't know either?
I didn't see.
Oh, you didn't see? Go in search of the midget.
Okay.
There's not a lot of people here yet. You'll find the midget quickly.
This idiot has tattooed legs with with red high heels and fishnet stockings and garters on his underarm, and then the armpit area is the pussy, and then another leg going down his side a little bit. So when he lifts up his arm and shows his armpit hair looks like a big hairy pussy. Who would do that?
That guy, obviously.
That guy, it looks like he probably did it smashed drunk during spring break or something.
Right.
He looks like one of those assholes that would do that.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Ooh.
What is this? I can't read this.
Bad.
Huh?
Oh. Slaughter?
There's a rapper named Crooked who's part of Slaughterhouse, and he wanted to get like a Slaughterhouse tattoo. So it says Slaughter down his entire forearm, except there's no H in it.
Oh,
It's
really?
Slaugter.
Yes.
Slaugter. Slaugter. Oh, oops. Ow.
Someone saying Google Mr. Cool Ice. Worst douchebag tattoo ever. We see that one?
I've seen it before.
Is that guy's...
Danny's seen everything.
What the fuck? Oh, is it good, Dan?
Mr. Cool Eyes?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure if it's real or
Yeah,
not.
it's fake.
It's real.
Because it just kind of looks like Sharpies.
Let me say
Sharpie.
Let me say hi to Gene in Pennsylvania. Gene.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
man.
I'm a real cheap fuck, and I'm a mechanic, and a tattooist needed work done on his car, and I spent like countless hours fixing his car, and he was going to tattoo me for free. So I wanted flames on my forearm, and I have a pile of tattoos, and he shaded them, and they're fucking pink.
They're pink?
Oof.
Yes, I have flames from my wrist to my elbow, and they're such a light shade of red, they're pink.
Can't you get that? Can't you get it to look like
color
red?
it in.
Well, as soon as it finishes, I mean, it's not finished healing yet. As soon as it's done, he's going to try to shade them in darker, but it looks really gay.
We're looking at pussy tattoos.
With the devil.
The devil.
And it's devil's like mouth.
Would be the, yeah.
Be the,
All right, guys, I'm driving.
hole.
Thanks.
Thanks, Gene.
See ya.
There was a lot of. What would possess a chick to do that? Wow, that is just. You want to put your dick in that? No.
I don't know if that's... I'm trying to think if that would be hot or not.
No.
We're looking at like another devil's...
Mouth,
face, the whole thing, head.
It's a real horrific looking face with devil horns, and the mouth is like open wide, and of course it's the vagina itself. No.
No?
No. That's just creepy.
Because then it turns the pussy into like a homo experience. Because now it looks like you're getting a head from... Yeah, like in this case, you're getting a head from fucking Willie Nelson.
You're fucking his chin hair, his
Right.
beard. The pussy hair is now incorporated into the beard.
But you're pushing your penis into
Yeah.
now a male devil's mouth.
Gentleman's mouth.
Right. It's like, what happened here? Let's say hi to Tony in Jersey. Tony.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Anal starfish tattoo, Dan. Google image that, please.
No way.
Tony.
Yeah, hi. I got a friend of mine. He got a Christ head, and I don't know if he pissed off the tattoo artist or what, but the guy put a big hook nose on the Christ head.
Oh, gee.
Oh, really? The nose is too big?
Oh, man. And you can't miss it. I mean, everybody that looks at it is like, holy shit, what the hell is going on with that?
Probably an angry Jewish gentleman.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank
that
you, sir.
anal starfish
All right, man. Take care.
Where is it?
is so hysterically bad.
Fuck out of here.
Come on.
How do you explain that?
It's the asshole is the middle, like the mouth part of a starfish.
Yep.
You ever turn over a starfish and
Yep.
look at it? That's the asshole. And then the 5 arms are radiating out through the legs. And
Would you have sex with that?
oh,
That would creep you out, right?
it's just creepy.
All right, we're just about done with this. Cousin got your name here on his ass. Just found a 2 girls 1 cup tattoo. What?
I saw that one too. It's
2
not
girls
right.
1 cup? It's not that good? Got
Wow.
2 W's tattooed on my ass for wow. You want any of these? In Iraq, the soldiers used to write fucked up shit on kids.
No.
Want to see bad tattoos, go to Point Pleasant for the weekend. What is that? That's 2 girls 1 cup? Oh, that sucks.
It's terrible.
That's the worst. That's like a Derek tattoo. I think it's the same artist, right?
It looks like it.
It's just
Poor Derek.
They look like Barbie dolls. They're supposed to look semi-human, right?
Yeah, the proportions are all wrong.
My brother-in-law got a blue unicorn on his arm and thought it was cool. Guy got a tat of a girl on his chest. Now looks like she's drooling. Why is that? Let's go to Gene in Florida. Gene.
Yeah. Hey, I got a buddy of mine. He had a tattoo on his breast, right over his heart, of a woman's face. But his arm was up over his head while he was getting it. So it looked all good and well, but when he stood up and put his arm down, the woman's mouth looked like she has Bell's palsy. He had to fix it, but the only way they can fix it is make the lips larger and darken in black, so now it's this big old black-lipped woman. It's real creepy looking.
Oh, that is bad.
Man, that's great.
Danny just
Thank
showed
you,
us
Gene.
a tub girl tattoo.
Yeah, you got to see the tub girl tattoo. What body part is that on? I can't even tell because it's too close up. That looks like
I'm not sure. It could be like the back of a
leg.
calf. It could be like a forearm. It's
Why would you do that? Why is the
that's
question?
right up here. It would be where like you would put like a band on. It's like
Yeah, it might be,
inner bicep
Yeah,
area.
could be.
Oh,
I don't understand people that get like internet like fad tattoos.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Why would you do that?
that is just
Well, tub girl, that's gonna be around for a while though. that's pretty funny.
legendary.
Let's go to David in New York. David,
Hey, morning, boys.
Google Homer Simpson pussy, Dan.
Oh yeah,
If you haven't seen that
Not
one,
real. It's just
have you seen that one? Okay, David in New York.
Hey, morning, boys.
Hey,
Big Pink Floyd fan, loved Dark Side of the Moon. Wanted to get my first tattoo, so I got that. Went to a party. Friend of a friend was like, hey, didn't know Dave was gay. So, well, why? Well, he's got rainbows and tattoos, rainbows and triangles on his leg. Oh, great, thanks.
but can't people tell it's the Dark Side of the Moon?
Well, I guess not gay guys that were hot for me.
Are you kidding me? That's like a legendary logo.
Absolutely. I was devastated, but I get to tell that story now for the last 10 years.
Have you had it covered up, or you just like fuck it if you
Oh,
if you
no.
don't know what it is?
Absolutely fuck it. If you don't know Dark Side.
Yeah, exactly. Right on. Still one of the greatest albums of all time.
Oh yeah,
That
Absolutely.
fucking Dark Side of the Moon is ridiculous. It's starting to be underappreciated because it's finally.
enough time goes by, it becomes just old.
Yeah, but it was on the charts forever.
Yeah, forever.
Forever and ever. That album is ridiculous.
Yeah, some guy put a portrait of the guy that did Chocolate Rain.
That's dumb.
On his arm. Why would you do that?
Let's go to Anthony
Why?
in Boston. Anthony.
Oh, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, man.
Hey, a couple years ago, me and my buddy shat drunk down in New Orleans, and a couple of my friends bet me. I don't even remember, but I have a picture now. I woke up with Wilma Flintstone blowing Fred on my side. It doesn't even stop there. My other friend had a nipple ring, and he has a hand grenade, so it looks like the pull pin of the hand grenade on his nipple.
Jesus.
Punching out.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
boys.
That's pretty bad.
What do you got now?
It's an orangutan head, and it's a woman. She's kind of, you can see from the behind, she's lifting a leg up as if you would if you had a fart.
Yeah.
And it's from the back, so you can see her pussy from behind. And the pussy is the orangutan's mouth.
It's the same. It's fake, but this is the same picture that they use for that Homer Simpson one. It's the
one.
same.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's fake?
It's just superimposed over her ass. Like
Really?
I'll show you. Let me pull up that Homer one. You'll see it's the same exact stock photo.
You would think like a
Yeah.
stripper out there would do that. It would be her thing, right?
Her thing.
Why not?
To get some tips.
If it pays
See,
the
that's
bills.
just
Because then people would go to the strip
Yeah.
club and go, holy shit, you got to see this.
See,
Oh, yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, you're right. All right, why don't we go to break here? Just getting started. We got Bob Kelly coming in. Brooke Hogan.
Yes.
I guess her parents got divorced officially yesterday.
Yeah.
So this is good timing for us. We'll talk to Brooke Hogan about the divorce of her parents.
I'm sure she can't talk about details, but I sure would like to know
Well, she's dissing her mom, I guess, with her new album
what
and
the
her new
Hulkster's
song.
got to pay.
And Michael Emerson from Lost is coming in today. Right?
Yes.
That's definitely happening.
I hope so.
And you want to go backstage with the naked cowgirl?
Yes, I liked that one.
All right, let's do that one right now. We also have a new Bobo production called Bobo Loco, a grindhouse trailer.
Bobo Loco.
Yeah, we'll do that after break.
That's pretty good.
What's up, E-Rock?
No, we
What happened?
found somebody else on our staff that has a really bad tattoo.
This is Nick, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
Nick
what's up,
has
Nick?
one on his foot.
What do you got on your foot, Nick?
Why would you get it there, first of all? No matter
I don't
what it
know.
is.
Well,
Explain why you got a tattoo on your foot.
I just kind of felt like it. I kind of have to, like, I don't know, hide it as well from my mom. It's a baboon. Well, you can't obviously see it from here, but
Why you got to here pop it up on the Why?
I don't know.
He's got
Just 'cause.
He's got a huge baboon tattoo on the top of his foot.
Jesus Christ!
What does it mean, though?
Yeah, but you know,
It means absolutely nothing.
the art's not bad.
Yeah, that's why I got it.
It's not bad at all.
Looks good.
But why did you decide you needed it there?
I don't know. Just I thought it would be a good spot for it. It'd be cool. It was free, so.
You thought wrong, sir.
Do you like
Clearly.
baboons?
Yeah,
Now you do.
obviously, yeah. I got food tattooed in my lip.
What? Food with an arrow.
Yeah.
Kind of. Is that an arrow?
Yeah.
Pointing in, like.
Yeah.
Why would you get that?
It's free.
It's not. Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Not everything that's free is good.
Being
man.
killed is free too.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Getting blown by a homeless guy is free too.
Why would?
I mean,
like, what
I
was
got my
the
other foot
circumstance?
tattooed too.
You got what?
My other foot.
Some tops of both feet?
Yeah. It's just an anchor with it says "By the Sea." It's a song.
By the
Free.
sea. What's
Free.
This guy loves the free tats.
I don't get the lip. What's the circumstance? The inside of the lip.
That says food with an arrow.
I don't know.
You just
I
decided.
just felt like it was free.
Were you drunk?
No.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
All right. You crazy?
I don't know.
Little nutty.
Not at all.
Little nutty?
Did that hurt like a motherfucker in the lip?
No, it wasn't that bad.
By the Sea, what song is that?
It's a song by this band, Modern Life is War.
Is it a cool song?
Yeah, it's a decent song. I mean,
Decent.
I got
You
it tattooed on me.
Yeah,
so-
it's got to be.
all right.
It's got to be your favorite song of all time if you got it tattooed on the top of your foot.
Better stay your favorite song
Sam.
too.
Oh boy,
Nick is indeed crazy.
he is crazy.
Yes.
Sam knows everything
Sam
about
has
everyone.
no doubt about it. Why is Nick crazy?
Well, he's
I
pitched
kind of
me.
like this kid, by the way. We
He's-
haven't been able to use him properly yet.
He's the newest crazy intern.
Oh, is he?
He's pitched me some bits that he wants to do.
Yeah.
One of them was have another intern pose as a doctor and call his ex-girlfriends to let them know that Nick has tested positive for HIV.
Jesus. It's kind of a good bit.
Not taking anything away from the bit, but he is
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Little
just
nutty.
That's just edgy, man. That's he's a shock jock.
Yeah, that's all.
Shock
He's a shock jock. He's a shock intern.
He also wants to go out on the street and insult children. He wants to find children on the streets of New York
And insult
and
them?
Insult them.
In what way, Nick?
Like, how would you insult
just
a
like,
child?
I don't know, just interview them and like ask them about how they're enjoying New York, and then just start asking them questions about like prostitution in New York, in that like their parents will get really angry at
All right,
me.
wait a minute. Now, all right, let's not just say no to this.
I'm not saying no.
Hold on a minute.
Right.
Is there a way we could do this, Sam?
Well, I'm not sure of the legalities of interviewing children. I tend to, when I interview, I try to go over 18.
All right, maybe prostitution's taking a little too far, but what if Nick went with very over-the-top adult subjects?
Maybe if he went up to families and said, "Hey, I'm, working for satellite radio. Do you mind if I interview your kids?"
Yeah.
And then they said yes.
Yeah, that's what I was just be like, oh, can I interview your child about?
And then
I think there's a way of doing this.
And then he interviews
For real.
I think you're right.
asks inappropriate questions and records the parent's reaction.
Right. You just got to keep it relatively
Yeah, we would
safe as
definitely
far
have
as our
to,
jobs go.
We would definitely have to look over the question.
Yeah.
Give it the old pre-listen.
Yeah,
All right, Nick,
exactly.
why don't you come up with a list of questions, and then me and Ann will look them over. Maybe you have to go talk to someone down that long hallway, the other side of the building that we refuse to go to, the Forbidden Zone.
The forbidden zone.
That's the Forbidden Zone. We rarely go past that railing down there, which is about 50 feet away. Let's see if we can do something with this.
That's right.
Wow. That's it. Wow, you know something? You make Sam look big. You do. like look at how big Sam looks.
Yeah, and Sam, you're a
And
little...
Sam, you're a little nothing.
No, because look at him.
Yeah, that's not true.
Well, you're just kind of like, what do you weigh in at?
140.
Yeah?
Do you guys want to hear By the...
Danny just shakes his head and goes, Jesus.
Anyone else want to hear this By the Sea song? He got it tattooed on the top of his foot.
Yeah,
Do we have it?
You got it?
Wait, what?
But it's called By the Sea by who again?
No, I only have
Modern Life is War.
I only have 3 Modern Life is War songs, and that's not one of them. So.
Wow,
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
All right.
Picked an obscure one to put on your.
Bring the CD in so we can listen to
Did
it.
that hurt on the top of your foot? Like, there's a lot of ligaments there.
It's
and
like it's
stuff.
all bone, so it kind of
that's
wasn't that much fun.
Ow.
Is
And
that it
you
for
got it
cats?
there to hide him from your mom.
Yeah, because I still need like a place to live. So
Wait, he's got more. You don't understand. He just said no to the tattoo thing. You got more tattoos because they're free.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have any more, but I plan on getting.
Oh, okay,
plenty
all right.
more.
Like, you got to think though. You're gonna have these tats long after it matters to your parents.
Yeah.
So you should have put them wherever you want.
Yeah, I suppose so.
All right, Nick, we're gonna start paying attention to you. Try to figure out this bit because I think there's something there. We just got to make sure we have jobs after your bit airs. That's all. Oh, you got a little piece of the song?
I think it's a lot. I think it's a long song.
Oh wow. I can't even tell.
Impossible.
It's live.
We'll try to find a better version.
It's the live version.
I'm sure the guys down the hall can find it. We'll at least take a listen to see what it's about.
Someone just writes, "This song is great." You couldn't even hear anything.
All right. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Sam. We're going to take a break. Sam, we're doing your backstage with Sandy Kane as we go to break here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, by the way, I think most of us are not fans of Mayor Bloomberg.
Yeah,
but he suggested something this morning or yesterday, but the news is reporting on it today. It's classic. It's great. You're going to love it.
Wait, you mean good, great?
Dude, when I tell you what Bloomberg wants to do with the homeless, you're going to be like, holy shit.
Oh, what a tease. You're not part of it.
And you're going to love it. Believe it or
All
not.
right.
Believe it or not,
Wow,
you're going to love it.
I don't agree with much of what Bloomberg does.
And I hate to tell you, but you and the Prez like the same beer, my friends. Because they're trying to figure out what beer they're all having down at the White House.
Oh, is that
tomorrow.
it? See, I knew that.
And details on how they're doing it. Remember we were talking about that yesterday?
Yeah.
Lame.
Really?
Lame. We'll give you the details next, but first this. Are we on?
What's going on with that? Oh, there we go.
That's us? All right. Well, I know they moved over to a new system this week, so we're working out the bugs.
Bugs!
If the bugs aren't worked out by Monday, then all hell will break loose.
Yes.
We'll give you a week.
That's all you get.
That's right. So, Colin or Colin? Colin Powell. Colin Powell criticizes the way Henry Gates dealt with Sergeant Crowley.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Henry Gates is losing on this one.
What did he say?
I don't know. That's just the headline. I don't need to read further.
Oh, okay. That's it.
So Obama likes Budweiser.
Ah.
Sergeant Crowley, like I said yesterday, likes the Blue Moon.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we know what Henry Gates likes. Beer-wise, anyway. There you go.
I'll just ring the bell.
Yeah.
I'll leave the bell here.
And they had the odds in the paper. Can someone get me the paper? I don't have my copies in front of me.
It's going to have to be...
they have the odds on what beer they're going to be drinking at the White House.
It's going to be whatever Obama wants.
So what do you think? But they're in a weird situation because I think the White House has basically said they don't really want to say which beer because it would turn into
the
an endorsement,
right?
Which is bad for the White House. The White House really isn't supposed to be endorsing.
They're not
things in
endorsing
general.
beer.
But I mean, it'll come out. I mean, if let's say it's Budweiser, the Budweiser people will get
all over it.
They'll get it out because that's huge marketing. The paper here in New York saying the favorite, Anthony, is a beer we were talking about yesterday. Sam Adams.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, well, there's odds. I wonder if in Vegas they're betting on this.
They probably are. That would, all right, because why? The patriotic kind of...
Well, it happened in Boston, patriotic.
Yeah,
There's a lot going on there. The choice of political consultants because it's Boston brewed. Obama's known to favor locally grown products.
I'm sure.
So the Sam Adams is a 2-1.
I'm sure Jim Cook would like to see that.
You want the outside? The long shot? I don't know this beer, so if I'm pronouncing it wrong, please help me out. Mallor? M-A-L-H-E-U-R? Is that how you say it, Dan?
Not heard of that.
All right. It's a high-end Belgian brew for connoisseurs. Brings a hint of citrus and a whiff of elitism along with it. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like...
maybe if John
nothing
Kerry
else.
were coming over, because that's what they wrote, because, they got to kind of be fun with this.
Huddle.
And then then the next long shot is
Colt 45.
Coors.
Why
Coors
would
is
that
the
be a
next
long
shot at 1,000,000 to 1. The Rocky Mountain beer from a company with a bias-tinged past could end the sit-down before it begins. Oh, what? Coors is a racist little thing?
What
What's going on
happened?
with Coors?
What's the Coors controversy?
Yeah, I need to know what the Coors controversy, if someone out there knows.
Because the guy's name was Adolf Coors.
Oh, boy. Here we go. I didn't even know there were jokes
Ooh.
associated with this. Let's go with Rob in Nebraska. Rob?
Hey, from what I heard, they're going to be drinking a dark beer there at the White House.
Like a Guinness?
Very nice.
Guinness would be nice. They
Yeah,
should do a
it
black and
doesn't
tan.
A black and tan.
Yeah.
As long as it's a dark beer, that's
All right, we got it.
I like it,
Jesus
man. You
Christ.
did well. Stop.
The first time.
Sometimes get that line out, and as we're laughing, you hang up, and we look and go, where'd he
hang up.
go? We need more comedic genius from this guy.
Well, I'll remember that next time, but let me tell you, dark beer, I bet you.
Yeah.
I bet.
All right.
The next long shot, Ant? The Lopeweiser. A beer, I'm just going to spell it. I've never heard of this one. TSINGTAO.
Oh.
How do you say that one, Dan?
Tsingtao.
Tsingtao.
That's Japanese beer.
Yeah, Japanese.
I know some of the Japanese
rice
beers. I've never heard of this one.
Oh, you'd recognize it if you
I do
saw
my
it.
sushi and I get my beers. I get
If you
those
saw
Japanese
the label,
beers.
watch.
Really?
You guaranteed you've seen this.
What are some of those other Japanese beers?
Sapporo. Oh.
I can't remember either, man.
Yeah, I know the other one. I get
there's
it all
more.
the time.
I know.
Yingling. It's actually not though.
No, it's not. I was gonna say because it feels like it should be a Japanese beer, right? The Sing
Ichiban. That is a beer.
Oh, that's right. Tsingtao. What did you say?
Tsingtao.
The president is trying to improve relations with China, but this is going too far. That would be 1,000 to 1
Yeah,
shot.
I don't think. Well, how is Coors 1,000,000 to 1, but Tsingtao is 1,000 to 1? They just made these odds up without even.
No, something happened with Coors, and we need to know what the fuck happened with Coors.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, here we go. Tim in Chicago. Tim.
Yo.
Hey.
Hey, guys, I don't know who this guy was, but I know either the founder or one of the presidents of Coors is supposedly a Grand Dragon in the Ku Klux Klan.
Well, that could be a
Oh,
problem.
yeah?
And might just have a little something to do with it.
Is that a rumor, or is that like something we can look
It's a
up?
rumor that I've been reading on the internet.
Rumor.
Rumor. What are some of those other rumors?
Blanket has the light.
Steal the kidneys in a hotel room. Big killer's hook on the door of the car.
Toothbrush up his ass.
Take a picture.
Turned over the plate at the wedding.
Those are more urban legends.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
rumors.
Rumor. It's not the rumor.
All right, so now we go with the next. Now we get into the favorite category, I guess. Those were the long shots. Heineken, 500 to 1. They're drinking Heineken on Thursday.
Well, Heineken, why is it 500 to 1? That's kind of an upper.
Well, they explain.
Low end, upper low end.
Heineken is smooth, but this green bottle brew is not made in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
I guess it would be bad if Obama
Yeah.
doesn't pick a beer made in the U.S.
Yeah. Meanwhile, isn't Budweiser? Didn't they just get bought by a company from like?
Yeah, I think
where?
they did.
Sweden, Denmark, somewhere over there. Anheuser.
All right, now we get into some. This is the next one is 100 to 1 Yingling. Little Yingling. The slightly bitter aftertaste might remind Obama of his failed everyman attempts in the Pennsylvania primary, which Hillary Rodham Clinton won. So I guess he won't be drinking that.
Failed attempt.
Even something as simple as having a beer, they got to like overthink it and go, all right, we got to figure this out so we don't piss anyone off and we don't endorse anything. And
Red tape.
I bet you they're going to have a bunch of beers and they're just going to randomly pick one so no one can prove that their beer was drank. I bet you something like that comes out.
Yeah.
You watch. Budweiser 10 to 1 it appeals to the patriotic Joe Six-Pack crowd. Message, we love America.
Meanwhile, it's a Belgian beer now, I think.
And Budweiser doesn't need the help. They should help one of the little guys, like a Blue Moon.
But no one's gonna like.
Well, Sergeant
really
Crowley
go
likes
for it.
Blue Moon. Why can't they all pick their favorite beer and that's it?
Yeah, that's what they should do.
Believe it or not, the next favorite. Budweiser was all right. Budweiser was the second favorite. Okay, The third favorite, which I messed up, was Pabst Blue Ribbon. Working class, easy on the wallet, and Wisconsin made would set a Heartland tone, 25-1.
Beer is terrible.
Yeah, I don't.
What
like
about
that at all.
Meisterbrow, the Master Brew?
That I'd rather drink that than the Pabst.
Milwaukee's Best. Will they be drinking Milwaukee's Best, the Beast, as they call it?
Can you imagine if freaking Obama just pulls out a big old malt liquor?
A 40.
Just a big 40.
Spills some on the Oval Office floor to his homies.
No, it's not in the Oval Office. Remember I said, okay, where's this beer drinking going to happen?
Oh, where's it going to be?
And what was cool, they did a piece on TV before the show today I was watching. Reagan stopped into a hardcore...
porno?
Hardcore Irish, I believe, Irish bar up there in Boston when he was running for the presidency.
Yeah.
And they were all Democrats up there, and they said he was so freaking cool, he pretty much turned everyone around in the bar.
That was Reagan.
And he was in a bar drinking. Clinton went to that same bar. I guess this bar up there in Boston is famous for Clinton.
Politicians going in?
Just Clinton and Reagan, both, So they talked to the barkeep up there, and they're like, wow, we really wish they would do it up here, but nowhere they're doing it.
Wasn't Cheers, was it?
No. Know where they're doing it?
Where?
White House, on the lawn, picnic table. Yuck.
What?
Yuck.
That picnic table by the playground
Probably.
that's kind of out of view of the press?
Yeah, they got a picnic table, and they're going to have a beer, and they're saying Thursday night. They're stressing night, meaning Obama's, done with his job.
Right, because drinking in the daytime is crazy.
Yeah, because then then the stupid press down there are like, all right, what?
There's the picnic table.
What did he decide on, after he had his beer?
Yeah.
And is this acceptable, America?
He had one beer and went to sleep. Went right to bed.
Just lame. I mean, it sounded cool when this all came out, but a beer on a picnic table.
It'd be great. They just get sauced, start throwing racial epithets at each other because they're angry and drunk. Wakes up hungover, sleep on the picnic table.
Imagine it just turns into just a massive kegger.
It's even worse than they made matters worse by getting drunk and just yelling things out that they don't mean and shouldn't say.
We've all been in that situation where you go to someone's house for one beer. All right, I'll have a beer.
One more.
And then, just days later, imagine that whole scene plays out.
One more for the road. Oh boy, here comes Mad.
Yeah,
they're all pissed off.
They're on the roof of the White House.
Let's take the limo out, man.
They should fucking just jump in a car and go to a local bar and just do it right. And just kind of cause a bit of a frenzy. Why not?
Little press, little publicity.
So that's the beer thing.
Well, have fun.
What do you think? What do you think though, beer wise?
I would just keep it simple. Go with Bud.
Just
that's what I would do. Why
Bud doesn't
not?
need the help though.
But
help a little guy out.
Why make this a big issue? That's just it. It doesn't need the help. So people buy Budweiser now. They would still buy it.
We're getting yelled at. That beer I mentioned is Chinese, not Japanese. Sorry, Tony. Chicago.
That was my bad. I think I said it was Chinese.
I think I said it
sounded
too.
Japanese to me.
Come on. Relax. Like anybody would know. Like anyone in Japan or China knows if something's American or Canadian.
Yeah.
Oh, Molson? Yeah, that's an American beer. Oh, okay.
Let's say hi to Maurice.
Maybe they should drink Molson.
In Newark. Maurice.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey.
Hey, didn't on Monday they mentioned on the Eyewitness News the 3 beers? It was like a Pabst brand and a Bud and something else, something weird.
Blue Moon?
Blue Moon. That was it.
The Blue Moon. Well, the Blue Moon keeps coming up because Sergeant Crowley said, "Look, that's my beer. I like Blue Moon."
That's what the officer mentioned.
So,
why would
he
they
just
have
repeats
this going on?
I don't know. I don't know, Maurice.
I hate Maurice.
You don't like Maurice?
I hate Maurice.
Why? What did he do?
Because he's repeating everything we've said already, and then he repeated what you just said. You go, yeah, because the police officer goes, yeah, the officer wanted it.
And next thing you know, everyone thinks Maurice is brilliant. Wait a minute.
Yeah, Maurice is brilliant.
Hey, I like Opie. What's the matter with you?
You're Mr. Repeat Guy.
Maurice, what?
Get the papers.
Simple as this. What we should fucking have some kind of weird contest with like solid money involved.
Yeah.
What beer are they drinking Thursday?
I'd say Bud.
I go with Bud.
I'm gonna go with Bud.
And a Pabst.
No Pabst.
Yeah.
So Obama just pulls out a Budweiser.
I said Bud and he said Bud again.
Dude,
I'm reiterating.
It's just gonna be 3 glasses, beer in them. It's I don't even think it could be dark because then they could go, all right, it's a dark beer.
So you think it's
Okay.
going to be the Pilsner glass?
Yeah.
Or
It's just going to be so generic, it's going to look like beer. You know what
So
I mean? Whatever
it'll
you
be-
picture
yeah.
beer in your head as, that's what it's going to look like. No logos on the glass, no cans around, no bottles. And then you have to be sitting there figuring out what beer it was. And then they'll get the experts on Fox News and MSNBC and
Examining
CNN.
the
And they'll be
color.
studying and going, I think that's more of a...
Yeah,
a
look at the
Budweiser,
color.
right.
And then they'll probably set up beers in the studio and pour them in and compare it with the color of the beer in the pictures.
I think this is going to get really obnoxious and ridiculous.
And then you'll have like the guy.
They're going to have pundits on trying to figure out what beer it was.
The guy in the White House kitchen who actually pours it.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, pour the beer. Thank you. He's just done. They drag him out. You think it's going to be Dharma Initiative beer? They love that.
That's pretty good. Let me say thank you, Maurice. We love you too. John in New Hampshire. John.
Hey, what's going on, bud?
Hey, John.
Hey, those guys need to be drinking some Red Hook.
Red Hook.
Red Hook ale.
Yeah, Red Hook's all right, man.
I don't think they're going to.
That's a long shot, though.
That's what they need. Smith, New Hampshire.
They're saying it. They're saying the favorite. We said a few minutes ago. If you were listening to Maurice, Sam Adams.
Sam Adams. Yeah.
Sam Adams.
I bet you it's either Sam Adams, Budweiser, or they might do the Blue Moon for Sergeant Crowley.
I don't think they want to placate him that much.
Really?
Yeah, it's like he chooses a beer. Screw that.
Yeah, but if you invite,
they're gonna be like, well,
if you invite someone to have a beer, what's the first thing you say to that person? What are you
bring
drinking?
beer?
What are you fucking drinking?
No, if they're coming over my house, they got to drink what I have,
Yeah, that's
or
true,
bring their
too.
own.
That's kind
What's
of.
the guy going to walk up to the White House with his six-pack in his hand? That would be hysterical. Just walks up to the gate. Is Obama home?
Dude, I'm a lame Corona drinker.
Yeah.
If I was coming over your house, I said, you'd have some Coronas laying around.
Yeah, probably, sure.
So fucking Obama should have some Blue Moon laying around that White House. Supposedly he likes drinking beer watching Sports Center.
He's just a regular guy.
Really, just sitting there having a
regular
few beers,
guy.
watching Sports Center, are you?
Kicking back, puts his feet up, drinks.
I don't buy into any of that shit.
Chugging down, smoking cigarettes, yelling at the old lady, the old ball and chain.
She's kind of hiding lately.
Yeah, good.
She's hiding, and so is that Biden. Just like I told you.
Oh yeah, Biden. They got to keep him quiet.
They're giving him weird assignments just to keep him away.
Clam him up.
He will. If Obama gets another 4 years, there's no way Biden goes for the ride.
I don't know. They usually like keeping
No
the
way.
incumbent ticket together.
They'll figure out a reason why they got to make a change.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a prop that says beer on it.
Beer.
You think?
Like the old beer cans that Archie Bunker used to drink and stuff on sitcoms. And,
I remember watching Roseanne, and like they never had any name brand for
Yeah, it was just beer.
beer, soda.
yeah,
chips.
no frills.
Let's go to Ed in Atlanta. Ed.
Good evening.
Hey, Ed.
Good evening.
Hey, boys. Hey, I can't believe anybody picked up on this. One of the original stories on Fox News when this first came out was that Gates said he loved Red Stripe. Can you think about that? That's got to be like the perfect scenario for racial harmony. You know, he can give Crowley a swig of the Red Stripe. He could start doing the funky dance.
The
And then
Jamaican
Gates
beer.
And then Gates is like, "Hooray, beer!" at the end of it.
Hooray, beer! Yeah,
Everything comes out.
that is good beer though.
Punch it
Red
out.
Stripe. I
Thank
do
you.
like that.
All right, well, there you go. We'll have to wait and see. Coors
Of
hires
course.
a ton of illegal immigrants. The Coors rumors are amazing.
Everybody speculating. Ooh,
All right, Bloomberg, the mayor of New York City. He's got some crazy ideas.
I don't like.
He's getting a
most
little
of his
nutty.
ideas.
Well, the Times Square thing is ridiculous with the lawn
Silly.
chairs. The lawn chairs, actually beach chairs.
Yeah, beach chairs. People are sitting there.
I love when you go down there and you see rubes from somewhere else visiting Times Square sitting in those chairs, not knowing that some homeless guy, that was his bed
Oh.
only a few hours earlier.
Bed. He's shitting in it. He thinks he's sitting on a toilet, and he just shits his pants and makes a flat shit pancake in his pants, and then gets up, and some rube sits down in the chair and wonders
To
why.
enjoy Times Square.
Yeah, his homeless shit juice.
Wonders why they're itching for the rest of their visit to New York.
Got fleas and fucking
fleas in their
mites.
as they're trying to enjoy a Broadway show. I just gave myself the hiccups
Oh,
again.
God damn, that's disgusting.
So Bloomberg, speaking of the homeless, has come up with a pretty good idea. Listen to this one and tell me what you think, Anthony.
Mayor Bloomberg is offering homeless families a one-way ticket out of town. It's all part of a Bloomberg administration program to keep the homeless out of the city's expensive shelter system. Under the program, the city will purchase one-way plane tickets for homeless families to leave the city as long as a relative is willing to take them in.
Oh.
So far, more than 550 families have taken the city up on the offer. None have returned to the city shelters.
That's all it takes to get the homeless out is giving them a one-way ticket?
Fly them out.
It's as easy as that? And fuck the relative angle. Just tell the homeless, look, where do you want to fly to?
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's your one-way ticket. Good luck to you. Because it's like, if a relative isn't going to, like, take them in, they'll be homeless somewhere else.
But you know what? There would be
That's
a
probably
war.
what the problem is,
There
right?
would be a war between the cities. Then, what about all the other people from, let's say, San Francisco being shipped to New York? They'd be like, hey, get out of our town. We're going to ship you to New York. We would just be rotating the homeless all around the country.
You've never been to San Francisco, right?
No.
You think there's a homeless problem in New York City?
Oh.
San Francisco's homeless problem is ridiculous.
Well, because they're even more liberal than New York City.
That's the reason.
So they, you can't even touch a homeless person. They're like a fucking, one of those hoot owls.
Yep.
They're like a fucking owl. You can't disturb them.
You have to step over homeless people to get into the fine restaurants in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to move them because that
Can't
would be,
move them? That
would be a bad thing.
It's horrible. It's against their rights.
And they run in packs.
Do they?
Oh, yeah. Scary homeless people.
What's...
Huh? What's what?
I was looking at a picture going, what's her problem?
She's
got a big
homeless.
thing like written down.
And if you're homeless,
She's pregnant and trying to get, just trying to get through another day.
Yeah, is she?
if you're homeless, because I see this in New York a lot, and I do hand out the money.
Yeah. You do?
Yeah, I do actually. Don't get too wordy with your sign. I don't know what. I start reading and I'm like, well, I don't want to read this much.
Yeah, there's like a whole big piece of cardboard and it's filled up with words.
And I like the guys, and it might be a scam at this point. That's okay, but I like the guys that are completely honest and like, look, I'm homeless and I want a fucking beer. Give me a few dollars. I like those. I like the signs that have a little realism to them, a little comedy to them.
This guy wrote, "Why lie? I want a beer."
I like those.
Yeah,
but I've also read those could be more or less like scams. People that aren't doing that bad and figured, look, I can make a lot of money with a sign like this.
Well, it's all a scam, I think.
What do you mean?
I think all these people are scamming.
My favorite homeless thing ever, and unfortunately we have to blame Giuliani for cleaning up this city, because this city used to be a lot of fun to walk around in because
It's an adventure.
It was just insane what was going on.
Yeah.
And I forgot what paper did an article on it, but there was a whole industry where people would buy unwanted human beings, basically. The ones that have no arms, no legs, all sorts of fucked up things happening. Then they would put these people up in these horrible, apartments, horrible living, situations. And then in the morning, they would corral all these people that are down on their luck in ways you don't even want to imagine, put them in a van, and then they would drop them off all over Manhattan.
Ah.
So you're Joe Worker coming in with your suit, you got your family in the suburbs, and you don't know any better, and you see a guy on the sidewalk with no arms and no legs begging for money, like, God, yes, how much do you need? And then, I guess at 5, 6 o'clock, whatever, when everyone commuted back to the suburbs, then the van would come along and pick up all these people and throw them back into these horrible living situations.
Obviously take the money.
And take all the money.
Yeah. Wow.
And they shut those people down, but that was a scam that was pretty big. I'm trying to think, maybe like in the late 70s, early 80s that was happening.
Well, that's pretty good.
That's a
good scam. Why not?
And now one person, including myself, you see this person with no arms, no legs. You're like, how the fuck did they get there? Like they had no means to get there.
No, one of those rolly skateboards that they.
Oh, like Eddie Murphy?
Yeah. Most of them, I think, are scams. I think most of the people that
they
are
also nailed-
panhandling are scamming.
They also nailed Garbage Bag Lady.
I was about
Garbage
to
Bag Lady.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
We
what I
all
was
saw
thinking.
Garbage Bag Lady. This lady was so believable. She's just walking around New York like, how'd you lose your clothes? She was barefoot.
she would be just sitting against a building in a plastic garbage bag, and she'd have she was able to put this real pathetic look on her face and kind of just hold her hand out or just sit there, and people would throw money at her. Just throwing tons of cash at her.
Someone's going, yeah, Ope, I saw Slumdog Millionaire. I'm telling you, I'm not getting this from the movie. This actually was happening here in New York. Obviously it still happens in other places.
Yeah.
Slumdog Millionaire brought it to everyone's attention, but I saw the real thing here in New York.
Yeah.
But anyway, so garbage bag
lady. And then it turned out she had a locker somewhere. What was it, Grand Central or some shit?
I don't know.
And she would go down to the locker and put her garbage bag in there, pull out some clothes.
Yep.
And there she is. Bunch of money.
Go home nice.
She'd go to a nice place.
She would lay on the subway steps.
Yeah.
That's when I knew something was up, because I'm like, all right, if you're homeless, at least you can figure out that the subway steps are not that comfortable.
Not where you should be laying down.
Laying down, and people would pretty much have to step over her head to try to get to their subway.
She put in the effort, though, because if you're willing to lie down on a New York City sidewalk with roaches just crawling on you and
just
filth in a garbage bag, she was naked. Except for a garbage bag,
and the garbage bag would fall down, and you'd see horrendous tits.
She was horrific, filthy,
just awful things.
Was that makeup she would put on, like filth makeup?
No, I mean you can dirty yourself up. That's easy.
Roll around in some filth.
I remember like one of the local papers after they busted her on the scam, they had like a huge picture of her, just like she was wearing like a running suit, and like she had like headphones in, and she was just jogging,
like a really nice.
Keep it in shape.
I used to see her all the time. I used to see her up on 59th and Lex locally in Manhattan. She was there all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
I would love to hear from the scammers today. I know you're out there. Because there's people that have figured out, you know what, I can make so much more money acting like I'm down on my luck or homeless.
Panhandling, yeah.
Which is unfortunate for the ones that are really fucked up. But
yeah, the ones that are really fucked up are so fucked up, I don't even think they know how to panhandle. Those are the ones that just sit there like that lunatic guy that sat there with the cup. They used to yell at us with the lipstick.
Right.
Like, he was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And he was homeless, and he was a genuine crazy person.
Oh, yeah.
That other guy that was used to sit on the fucking...
Mac?
Yeah, Mac.
I miss Mac. He's got to be dead.
He's got to be dead.
Black homeless guy with, like, he had elephant legs, basically.
Yeah, his legs are all infected and fucked up. Like, those are the people, though, that just wander around and look for shit and scavenge. That's why I think the ones that are looking for money, especially in places like Times Square and shit, they're all just scam artists.
Mm-hmm.
They're all fucking fakes.
The guys with the shopping carts that you can't even see the shopping cart anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just like
Bags of cans.
It's like the Grinch. How the Grinch had the
fucking... with all the presents in the sleigh.
You see these guys with the shopping carts, like, that looks exhausting. Like, the great thing about being homeless is, because I've thought about being homeless for a while. Just
why not?
For real. It's so freeing.
It's called being a bum, Jules.
But this fucking guy has taken the freeing experience of being homeless and making it exhausting. His cart, his fucking shopping cart had to weigh well over 100 pounds.
Just get a job.
And it was all just a bunch of shit. Bags and bags full of just shit.
Garbage.
Just
some
junk.
cans. Some of them go around and collect cans.
I love when early in the morning when you come into work, it's fun because you see these homeless guys and they'll get into some garbage. The old garage especially.
Oh, yeah.
Before we moved over here. And they'll find like a piece of wire or something, and they sit there and they just stare at it.
Oh, wire!
And they're like, and then they get all excited and they grab it like it's very valuable, and they put it on their shopping cart and and you know in their head like, I know what I could do with this, but they never do anything with this.
No,
stuff.
it's just they collect
It's just all in their minds.
They collect it.
I would love to ask them what are you going to do with the wire?
Going to strip it and sell the copper for a penny.
Chris in Atlanta, yeah. 96 Olympics, yeah, we remember this. They gave one-way tickets out to bums to clear out Atlanta for the Olympics.
Yep.
Mac in Atlanta, it's called greyhounding to give tickets out like that. So I guess it's not an original idea from the mayor.
Well, the thing is, they need family members.
Right.
Like, what is the family so broke that they can't buy him tickets? They don't want the guy, and if they don't want the guy, then it doesn't matter who's paying for the ticket. Like, what all of a sudden makes them go, all right, I'll take him.
Right.
It's like, well, why now, motherfucker? Why don't you, come to New York, pick him up, and bring him home and clean him up?
Well, there's the story of the old guy, the old homeless guy that they found him. His family found him, came to New York to try to convince him to come back. I think he was from Denver.
You say no?
That was a big story a couple summers ago. And the guy, they were all excited. And like, oh, we found our long-lost brother. He's been in New York for like 25 years or something. No one knew where he was. And the whole family came, like brothers and nephews and nieces and his own kids. And I think one of his parents were alive. And
What a homecoming.
They tried to have an intervention in the middle of like some fucking shit-strewn fucking gutter. And they couldn't talk the guy into coming. He's like, no. And they all left. And I've seen the guy since. He's just still wandering around out there.
See, that's some
and they
guy
did
that
try.
just wants to be homeless.
Yeah, he blew off his family and friends years ago. He just said goodbye. I think, like I said, I think he was from Denver and moved to New York, and that was it.
Most of them are mentally ill or raging alcoholics. So there's nothing you can do about it.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you going to do? There's nobody that really gives a flying fuck enough to have an intervention, and they don't want to do anything.
Right.
So, fuck them. I like the fly them out plan, but I just, why family? Just fly them out somewhere.
I get, because there's not even a lot of homeless.
Oceanic 815. Let them fly out. Making a lot of Lost references today.
Michael Emerson coming in.
Michael Emerson, hopefully.
9:30. Brooke Hogan at 9 o'clock, and Bob Kelly. Is Bob Kelly coming here on his white unicorn? That's what we need to know.
Yeah. Does he park it? Does he chain it up to a pole? What is he doing with that stupid little scooter, that fruit scooter that he rides?
Oh, Daryl from PA. Yeah, we'll find all that.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to ask him a lot of questions about that. Come on, Ope. Don't be like Tyra wanting to be homeless. I remember you guys doing a story on that a year ago.
Oh, God.
Her being homeless was one of the best bits.
It was so bad. Whenever any of these talk show hosts go, I'm going to find out what it's like to be homeless by actually spending a night out amongst the homeless.
Isn't that just staying out late one night?
It's camping out.
Who hasn't partied and all of a sudden the sun's coming up? There you go. You were just homeless for a night.
And the Tyra thing was great because she didn't even spend the whole night, didn't she? She was like, it got too dangerous, and I had to leave. Yeah, sure. Sure it did.
And she cared. I think there was like a young woman that was homeless. That she was sort of following around. You think she still keeps in touch with that woman?
Oh, I'm sure of it.
Or after she got the ratings from the young homeless woman, she moved on to the next thing to exploit herself.
They do that though, where they dress up in crappy clothes, they don't wear makeup, and then they're like, "Look, I'm just like the homeless." Nah, you know what?
Not.
You have a home, you know you're going back to it. Nice warm shower, and then a nice soft, comfy bed.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know what it's like to be homeless.
No.
So don't act like it.
Let's say hi to Nick in Pennsylvania. Nick.
Hey. Love the show. I had an uncle, right? He's in Detroit. He was an engineer for one of the car plants up there. And then after work, he would go out, and he would, be all dirty and everything. He used to walk around with wads of cash, man, like a big roll of cash. It was unreal.
You got to think, it's got to be freeing to a point.
Well,
not worry about, relatives and friends and bills and all that shit.
Yeah.
And especially if you got, a stash of money that you could go to. Why not?
Yeah, I always thought maybe being committed to an institution would be, freeing.
Really?
Yeah, kind of like in a Cuckoo's Nest way without the lobotomy at the end.
Well, they made that look kind of cool to do.
Yeah, like you'd be the shit. You'd be like the king shit of the mental institution,
Right.
Because you're not really mental. You just kind of get in there and you're able to hang around in your pajamas. I think, didn't George Costanza say that once? He was like, yeah, you're in your pajamas all day, your slippers.
But then you're fighting for your life every day.
Well, maybe.
It's cool until you realize, holy shit, these people want to kill me.
You could use Jedi mind tricks on those motherfuckers, though.
Yeah.
You could say, well, a guy might want to kill you, but then you could totally freak him out just by saying something, and then he runs away screaming, and you're like, I'm like
See,
God in here. I'm
good.
God. I'd be God in that place.
You
in
know
an
what?
institution.
I've been to a few of those places.
Yeah? But I'm talking just kind of being
They're exhausting. They're tiring.
But that's if you know someone in there.
Yeah.
I'm talking you just go like, whoa. Yeah.
That's a treat every day. Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, I'm just talking if you. That was not Little Nicky, by the way. Yeah, you don't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You just you take a little time off, and just go in and, you're in your PJs, you go to the day room, you watch some TV, you play some games with the lunatics.
Until someone comes into the TV room and decides they need to watch the most horrific, ridiculous thing on TV at full volume because
Then you
it's
just
part
go
of
up
their
and
problem.
You tell them that Jesus came down and told me to tell you specifically, because he's watching you, not to watch what you just put on. And now, since you have it on, wait, Jesus, he's very mad at you. He's very, very angry. And then he runs off screaming. You change back to what you're watching.
I do have some experience, like I said, hanging out in these places. I got to tell you, Anthony, that would work.
Something?
That would work.
Yeah.
That would so work.
Yeah, I think I'm onto something here.
Because the paranoia, wow.
Yeah, they get
and
very
then you
paranoid.
throw Jesus in there?
You throw Jesus. You got to
Wow.
throw Jesus into everything. Jesus or aliens. You got to pick out which ones.
Because they're not going to sit there and go, shut up, you're crazy.
No,
because they're crazy.
They're crazy.
For real.
And they can really talk to
them
him
like
that.
wow, this guy talks to Jesus. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
You have to keep an eye open, You don't want to go to sleep.
No.
You're not going to sleep very heavily.
No, they'll figure out ways to kill you.
Yeah.
Even though they take all your shit away. Trust me. They'll find some stuff.
It'd be fun.
They'll smother you with the entire mattress. This guy in Vegas cleans himself at truck stop pumps, and people just fork over loads of cash. There you go. The homeless guy at the FDR was wearing a bucket on his hand. What? Craig in Jersey. Craig.
Yeah, no, the homeless guy in the FDR this morning is dressed up like a farmer. He's got a rake and a broom and a huge sign about Judishness. I can't figure this guy out. Is he drunk, stoned? What's going on?
And what, he has a bucket on his hand?
No. Well, actually, 3 days ago, he had a watermelon hollowed out on top of his head, running around in the middle of the FDR. 2 days ago, he was dressed up like Tarzan, running around with a spear in his hand.
Tarzan?
Well, you think he's crazy, or you think he's like,
a gimmick?
Occasionally, he's got signs that say, "I'm not drunk, I'm not stoned, I'm just high on life."
Wow.
Yeah, high on life. All right.
Come on, that doesn't make your ride in great. Try to figure, you can't wait to see that guy every day. A carved out watermelon on his head.
That is funny.
Right on, brother.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Yeah, that's true. Jay in New York. Jay.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey,
man.
I've been to fucking plenty of those institutions, and the only way you're the master or the king around there is if you beat every motherfucker in Connect Four. Because it's boring.
That does seem to be the game of the mental institution.
The key is the Connect Four that's just sitting there in the torn box.
Yeah.
That and staring through the windows looking at the girls because you're separated. and you want those girls are the most disgusting girls ever, but at that time, that moment, you just want to beat the shit. I mean, you just want that.
This guy's crazy.
I love crazies.
Dude, you're a lunatic. You want to beat the shit out of him?
I love the
Not
crazies.
beat the shit out of them. It's just like, you're like, oh my God, look at that. That's neat right there. Like, I was in a wheelchair at the time because I was like messed up, but I was like.
What's your story, dude? What's your background? Like, why were you in there? Why were you in a wheelchair?
Well, I was kind of tripping out on, like, I was like 15 and I was taking a lot of pills and stuff.
Yeah.
And basically, I jumped off my roof, just playing around with my friends. We were jumping off my second-story roof. Broke my foot. Dad kicked me out. I went to the mall, and I sliced my wrist, but...
Oh, so they thought you were killing yourself, so they put you in the mental place. Were you like...
Yeah, bro, nobody wanted to help me. Like, nobody was there for me, you know?
Aw.
So, yeah.
Poor guy.
So I stayed there for 4 months, and then I went to residential, like the boarding school.
Wow.
What do you do now?
Someone's attitude changed. Got a little Jimi Hendrix for me there, Travis?
You, yeah, what do you do now?
Nothing. Talking to you.
Oh my God, he's fucking...
So you guys are great.
At least we could bring a little sunshine to his life there.
Thank you, Jay. Hang in there, will you?
All right.
Don't say hang.
Oh yeah. Well, I was thinking about the kitten poster.
Yeah.
What is that one?
Yeah, hang in there, baby.
Things are
or
gonna
something like
I
that.
don't know. And he just hung up on his own. That's creepy.
Oh, boy.
People want to know why I was in a mental institute. Figure it out.
Institute. I'm in the institute.
It wasn't because of me.
No. I knew some.
I had to learn about those places from a very early age.
Yeah, I knew some
Lucky
chick that
me.
was in there, like, when I was about 20 or so.
Yeah?
Some chick was in there, and she was, 16 or something. I used to go up to visit her. It was like Huntington Hospital, 5th floor. Oh, man, wow. Go up there.
You want me to...
It's like, ooh, you want to draw me a map?
Yeah. Kidding me?
Yeah, the old 5th floor. Safe here on the old 5th floor.
I've done a few laps down that long hallway, trust me.
With the doors and the guards and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're not allowed to visit in the room itself, huh?
No, you got to
Great.
come out to the little visiting area.
So they can watch you.
Yeah.
Great. Next thing you know, you feel like you're in that place.
I was just trying to get laid.
I know.
But I figured a lunatic was easy.
I was trying to be a good son.
Oh. This girl looked like Phoebe Cates from.
Really?
Yeah, she looked like Phoebe Cates.
But just
Fast
batshit
Times,
crazy.
Fast Times era,
Nice.
really nice, and yeah, batshit crazy, and she I think took a bunch of pills or some shit, and I used to go up there and visit her, like every other day or something, just being like, oh man, I gotta fucking try to get.
Did you ever get some?
No. No.
And what was her issue?
I don't know.
I mean, she tried to kill herself, obviously.
Yeah, I guess it was some parental thing.
Was it a real trying to kill, or was it one of those
No.
attention?
I think it was an attention thing.
I'm not a big fan of the attention.
Nah, I know.
You know, if you can do it, just do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
She was just one of those.
Don't leave
kind of.
You don't leave any time between doing it and being able to call everyone and wake them up from their nice
And
night.
say, I think I
sleeping."
took too many
Don't get me
pills.
started.
I'm not sure, but I think
People hate me when I go down this road.
I might have.
I'm not a fan of the taking the pills, and then you call everyone you know, and horrifying the shit out of them, and then we all have to drop everything we're doing to get to the house immediately to, quote, save your life just in time.
Yeah, boy.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I got a big fucking meeting tomorrow. I don't need this.
I don't know why I really just go for the batshit crazy girls.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't think they're batshit crazy.
Batshit crazy.
I would drop the batshit part.
Crazy as a shithouse rat?
No. Oh, by the way, I'm not looking for sympathy because that's coming in now. It was just my, that's part of my life.
Looking for sympathy.
I'm not.
No.
It's part of my life. What do you want?
That's what we do. We talk about it.
That's right.
Here on this program.
No.
Holy shit, is that Phoebe Cates? God damn.
That's Phoebe Cates? What movie?
What movie is that?
Mr. Skin Rules.
This is called Private School from 1983.
Dude, that ass is exquisite in that photo.
Ridiculous. That's got to be a stunt ass.
I don't.
Prove that it's actually Phoebe Cates' ass because you can't really see her face in that shot.
Because she kind of looks like that with clothes on.
Mm-hmm. Let's say hi to Steve, who used to work in a mental hospital. Steve.
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to work in a mental hospital, and one time the guy said he was Jesus, and he was going on about being Jesus, and I said, well, I think everyone is God, and he never said another word after that.
Yeah, you throw that Jesus word around, you'll get some things done in those situations. You're right.
Yeah.
I was friends with a guy.
He was driving me crazy all night, and I finally said it, and he shut up. It was great.
I was
Thanks
friends
for
with a guy
finding
named
out.
Carl, and he called it the nervous hospital.
The nervous hospital?
Yeah. So I used to visit him in the nervous hospital.
All right, I got it. That's a little slow.
Holy shit.
Wow-wee.
That is completely naked Phoebe Cates with a nice little bush in the front. Look at that. That's gone back pre-shaving days.
It's 82. You know
Damn.
what? Nah, the bush thing is...
Some girls wear it well.
You know what? It's all right to see every once in a while.
Something to
I'm
be
starting to
said.
think.
You know
This
what?
82 picture of Phoebe Cates. That's really her showing fucking frontal nudity like that?
Yeah.
And under the water.
You know what? I
Are you a fan of
appreciate-
underwater nudity or not?
No,
I don't know where
fucks bodies up.
I don't know where I stand.
It
on
makes
that one.
tits look really funny. The water pressure does something to them.
Yeah.
They get all weird. I think I finally found out what the argument is for bush on a girl, because you know how I said I like a girl with some hair there just in the natural triangular shape, but groomed down very nicely.
Mm-hmm.
That to me is fine. It's great. From a bit of a distance. Because if you're right up front there going down on a girl, that's when you like it nice and clean. Like Jimmy always says, clean as a whistle, no hair. No, that's it. But when you see a nude girl, I kind of like seeing a little triangle there.
It just feels like more naughty or something.
Yeah, and it kind of brings you right back.
Yeah, if you saw a girl walking down that hall with a bush right now,
yeah,
you would lose your effing mind.
Exactly. That would be hotter than just purely shaved if they're just kind of standing away from you.
Maybe this thing is turning around and we're heading back toward the hairy bush.
The hairy bush.
Because I'm starting to think about hairy bush a little more lately.
I have been thinking of nothing else, Opie.
Really?
Nothing else has been occupying my mind than hair on a bush.
We got the really long hallway. Girl, completely shaved.
Let me just look down so I can
think about it.
All
right, two girls. How about we go with twins to make it very easy in our testing? So you got twins. You got one that's completely shaven.
Yeah.
And our twin sister has a full-grown bush. Although you got to shave the fucking.
But it's not crazy.
You got to shave the thighs.
It's not crazy bush.
The upper thighs. Let's get What are you thinking?
I'm totally for looking at the bush walking down.
Why are they closing the?
Because what are people reading our lips?
No, I might throw up a naughty photo or two. So
I got you.
I don't feel like getting chastised.
How hysterical is it that I thought we were closing them because we were talking about it.
This is why
Holy shit.
This is why I hate, and this is a real statement that'll probably get me in trouble. This is why I fucking hate working with broads.
Yeah.
Because there's not a guy alive in this joint especially. I'll just talk about this joint.
Yeah.
That is running to human resources because they walk by our studio and see Danny maybe popping a naked picture on the fucking screen.
Yeah. No one's going to fucking lose. No guy would lose him. Oh, wait. Oh, Jesus. See, now that's a mess like that.
Yeah.
But if she cleaned that up
and
like walked
Tanya
down
Harding.
the hall, it does a little bit. Well, yeah, it looks like a few people.
Yeah.
But she's got a nice body and shit. But walking down the hall.
Well, we can't even do the scenario because the curtains are closed, Dan. So.
Once they
we can open them back up.
Go down to the bottom. That one that the mouse is at. No, over. Yeah, there. Let me see what that looks like. Oh, that's one of those. Yeah. See, she's got dirty blonde hair, I guess.
Yeah.
In both places. But that's that walking down the hall would be cool. You want to see something, I think. No, don't shave into funny things. Don't put the friggin' thing. There can't be a space either between the top of the actual vagina and where the hair starts. Where girls shave that and leave this thing. It looks like you left a tuft of hair between your belly button and your
I also
clitoris.
figured something else out. The color of the hair.
Oh, look at that. See?
Wow. And the color of the hair is important down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if it's like a strawberry blonde or light brown.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be dark.
It got to be dark?
I think yeah.
I don't know if it's got to be.
Because there's something
really depends on how crazy it is.
If the hair color is not right, it kind of starts looking like a wound or something, like an animal was
a wound.
An animal was shot or something. It's just laying on the side of the road.
Roadkill, yeah.
We might have to bring back
that girl's very cute right there, pretty girl, and she's showing
there's too much
awfulness.
Hair. Yeah, it's horrendous.
She's showing awfulness down there.
That's horrendous.
She needs to be chopped in half.
Do girls shave their balloon knots?
I think some do. Some bleach it, shave it,
or did
wax it. They do the Brazilian wax. Ow.
Or did time just take care of that? Because you see some of these old pictures, there's a lot of
a lot of hair.
Assholes.
I think we've evolved.
I think I think the women have evolved, and they just don't have to do that.
Look at that. What
right?
would you do anything with that? You'd have to. All of a sudden you're looking and just going, yeah.
The other thing, the hair above.
Yeah.
like you're discussing, fine. You know,
That's because if they're standing up, you don't see the hair below.
But when you got the rim hair,
yeah, where it's ringing the area, because the contrast of the pinkness
starts looking like a fucking sump or something.
Sump with all the bushes around it. Sump.
See, it grows nice in that area, people, because of all this shit.
Yeah,
that is feeding the. Whoa.
Yeah, well, Mike just fell out of the stand.
Feeding the weeds.
There's something to be said for standing bush. What's with the red? Let's see the red one up in the upper
That's
left.
what I'm getting at.
And see if that's
red bush hair.
That looks silly.
Red bush hair is rough.
Let's see.
Real rough.
Oh, that's one of those that don't actually go to the picture.
No.
I hate those.
Hey,
and then you can't get off of it.
I'm starting to think we might have to bring back What's in Your Pants, because...
Guess what's in your pants.
Guess
yeah.
what's in your pants, because what happened with that game was every girl was the same fucking thing, and we couldn't do the game
Wood
anymore.
floor, everything turned into wood
And
floor.
I think the women are starting to go with a few different styles again.
Yeah,
I really believe that.
The game got boring because it was always, well, wood floor, wood floor, wood floor. Right, we get it. You shave your pussy.
Look at Becky in Wisconsin. Becky.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
I just wanted to say that I got a Brazilian, and I regularly get a Brazilian, and my fiance wants it back. So I guess you guys are right.
Yeah, I think we might be turning this thing around.
Yeah,
slightly.
we got to
Just
turn
slightly.
this around.
I think we might be moving back to the old days a little bit.
Yeah,
little bit.
Yeah, there you go. So that's all I got.
Oh, there it is.
Thank you, Becky. See the hair color? Like, wouldn't you rather have that darker?
No, it fits.
It
her
doesn't matter?
fine. Yeah.
All right. Look,
it doesn't matter. That
it
fits
just
her
makes
fine.
it look rusty.
No, it suits her perfectly.
You know, you ever I'm trying to think. You gotta maybe an old rusty leaky pipe where the rust is leaking as well. You know what I mean? Like that.
I never thought of it like that.
Oh, yeah. There's something. If the hair color's not right down there. Drew.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
We're all over the place, which is fine. What do you got for the show? I think you're going to go backwards a little bit.
The attention suicide attempt?
Yeah.
July 4th weekend.
Really?
Yeah, Sunday morning, get the call about 6 from the friend's mom who lives in Europe that this happened. Which also resulted in about 15 international phone calls.
Right.
I don't even know what my bill's going to look like.
And then they got to really play into like, I just want to die.
I just want to go.
It's like, but you don't want to die because you're calling me. Because the people that really want to die, guess what? Those are the people that they don't have time to make any calls.
Oh, we had
They make up their mind. I want to die. Boom. This is how I'm doing it.
Yeah, we had a guy do that down at Bragg. Put the plastic bag over his head and tied it off with a sweatshirt.
Yeah. There you go.
We didn't find him till about 4 days later.
Yeah. There you go. That guy isn't making any phone calls. Hey, could you do that voice for me? I love it. With the whole pill thing. How many pills?
How many?
I love this one.
How many pills did you take?
I don't know, the bottle. I just know there were a lot in there. I can't really.
How many? How many pills?
I can't
How
really,
many pills? Just tell me.
I can't tell. There were.
Well, look at the bottle. How many are left?
There's 5 left. But I took a lot, I think.
What's a lot? What's a lot?
There's a couple on the floor. I dropped some, but I don't really. I don't know. Stop yelling at me.
Well, here's the worst thing.
Jesus.
She had some of my pills that I gave to her with my name on them. Because I get I get prescription medications, you know what I mean? And so they're like, it's just Tylenol and stuff like that, but it's still got your name on it.
Right.
That's something you don't want to have the cops finding.
Yeah, hell no.
But no, the whole time though, as I'm doing this, I kept thinking of the whole "It's all about you," the classic Opie line right there.
You know what? People really get mad but I'm just being honest. I just hate them more than anything. I hate it. It's like, how much attention do you need?
Yeah.
We all got lives with shit going on, and we have to stop everything.
Drop everything.
For your fake suicide. And you set us into a complete panic. And then you have to hear, well, they can't help themselves. They're mentally ill. They don't really know what they're doing.
All you gotta do is fuck them. Fuck that voice.
And I know that's not a popular thing to say, but let me go to Sticker Booger.
Sticker booger.
Oh, Sticky Booger. Sticky
Oh,
Booger.
Sticky Booger.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up? OA.
Hey.
Hey, my ex-old lady, she was a redhead, and her bush looked like, you know how you leave a Brillo pad out by the sink, you go to grab it, and it squeezes out, and it's rusty? Well, that's what it looked like.
See, I couldn't really explain it to Anthony, but I'm telling you, the color has to be right if the girl's growing in the hair down there. Or it just looks like a rusty Brillo pad, a leaky rusty pipe. There's just something going on.
Terrible.
Yeah, here you go. I'm finally on to it. People are helping me out here. Jeff in Virginia. Jeff.
Morning, boys.
Hey.
Yeah, dude, a red bush is kind of like one of those old, musty, irony puddles at a construction site with a oil slick on top.
Thank God I'm not the only one.
Where does that come
I just
from?
couldn't describe it. But if it's dark, if it's like a kind of a dark brown or leaning toward black, it's all right.
Deposits everywhere.
And yes, and you could go the other way, like a blonde, but that weird like sandy brown, that dirty blonde, that reddish.
Yeah.
There's something about that just takes you out of the moment a little bit.
I'll put it out for it.
There you go. There you go, Ann. A red bush looks like a puddle at a construction
At a
site.
construction site.
Now we go to Matt in Morris County. Danny, are you in? Are you on board with this?
That is a blonde right there, right?
Well, it's said redhead, but
I don't know.
Red. That's
I
red
would
hair.
think-
That's
it's reddish.
That's Eastside Dave Beard.
Eastside Dave.
That's definitely Eastside Dave Beard.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm down with the redhead thing. Sure.
No, what I'm
Absolutely.
trying to say, where it just looks messier or something.
Well,
It's
that would
fun
look
to-
messy any color right there.
Well,
That
yeah.
isn't groomed very well.
Yeah, you gotta take some
trim
scissors
that,
to it every
trim
once in a
that
while.
fucking cowlick that's going on down there, and
There
it
is
might
like a
be okay.
cowlick.
There's a cowlick going on there.
It's fun to switch it up once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're used to the same old thing, and
Switch it up.
Yeah, and then maybe shave completely, and then that's fun for a while, and then grow it in not like ridiculous, but like give it like a week and a half.
I got to agree with Danny on this
And
one.
it's fun.
It's not, once a girl decides to shave, that's all she ever does is fanatically shave it.
Mm-hmm.
And occasionally you do want to, change it up. Throw the fucking slider every so often.
Little slider action?
Yeah, you don't have to always have the fastball. Come on.
Let it grow for a weekend, long weekend.
Yeah. Give us something to look at.
Get it all porcupiney.
Give us something to look at.
Barrett from Pittsburgh writes, does a redhead say, put it in my rusty, dirty shitter?
Oh, man.
There's a callback to yesterday. Matt, what do you got?
Hey, Matt from Morris County.
Hey, run on. What's up in Morris County today?
Hey, going back a few years, talking about your cry for attention for the suicide attempts. I'm a cop. I'm only on about a year or so. We get a call that a girl slit her wrist with a razor. So we go license sirens there, busting the door, the whole works. She's sitting up in her room with an electric razor rubbing her wrist.
For real.
Oh, God.
For real.
Yep. Cry for help.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably bad to make fun of the cry for help. But
I would think,
Thank you, Matt.
but,
Well, whatever. I'm holding back, trust me. Mike in Florida. What's up, Mike?
Hey, how are you today, guys? I was just listening to you guys talking about some red bush, and I've had a couple in my day. Never go near them again. They all stink.
The red bush stinks?
Yeah, not good. Not good. I couldn't get under my fingernail. I stuck it in tomato juice like 2 days later just to get the smell out from underneath it.
That's just poor hygiene or something
But
else.
he's
because
saying
they're-
red bushes, though. We should do an experiment. Let's have E-Rock smell red bushes all morning.
why should he have the...
You wanna smell
the
red
du-
bushes
the-
all
Why
morning,
should he
Ed?
have the duty of...
Would you smell
the
red
duty?
bushes all morning?
First of all, we'd never get one in here.
Yeah.
But no, in my experience, believe me, I've had a lot worse experiences with dark hair than with red hair, but I've been with more dark hair.
Well, that's because there's
law averages.
That's because there's duty stuck to their pubic hair.
Oh my God.
That's why it's dark hair. That's why.
So all I have to say is that the strawberry bush and that red bush, I don't know, man. It wasn't a pleasant smell, and a couple of my friends had a couple strawberry blonde redheads. Same thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just coincidence, but I just stay awake for now.
Well, the famous stanky pussy story I tell from time to time, that girl actually had dark hair.
Yeah, dark hair.
Dark hair on that one because, there was duty stuck to her pubic area.
That's I don't even want to think of that. That's horrid.
It's just,
thanks, guys, for the call. I really appreciate it putting me on today.
no problem, Mike. You helped the show. I appreciate that. Let's go to Jim in Ohio. Jim.
Hey, red pussy looks like an Irish setter's mouth.
Holy God, these redheads are going to get mad.
Wow. I'm just glad I'm not alone on this one. There's just something about it.
All right,
thank you.
I find it very hot.
Oh, wow. You know what? We might have to help Doug today. This is an old bit, but I think we can do this for you today, Doug. What do you got?
Hey, I've been hooking up with this girl for about a couple months now. She's fully shaved. Her box is 100% fully shaved. And just this past weekend, I realized, I went down a long ass hair. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's her ass. Her ass is hairy as shit.
It's hairy.
Wait, now is it like the ass as we like the ass, or is it the asshole?
Yeah, it was
the asshole. The asshole.
The assholery.
So long, but the hair was so long it creeped up. Like when I was eating out her box, it was fucking disgusting.
Oh my God! What does this got to do? You're too scared to tell her?
I don't know how the hell to bring it up. Like it's only been like 3 weeks, so I go because she's fully shaved. I just don't think she knows.
Does she listen to the show?
What?
Does she listen to our show?
No, I hope not.
All right, well, fucking give us her number. We'll call her and tell her for you. Yeah, I see. Yeah. Yeah. All right, thanks.
I don't think that's a good idea.
All right, thanks. Bob Kelly's here. We probably should break, even though the phones are really into this one.
Yeah. A girl who has flat pubes.
Oh.
What does that mean?
We'll
go to.
We'll let Greg in New York have the last word on this subject. Greg, go ahead.
Hey, you guys are fucking old as shit. This is not coming back.
Old as shit.
He goes, this ain't coming back.
There's no fucking way. I'm 22. I've been with a few girls and shit. There's no way. There was one girl.
No way.
It was disgusting.
Miss Harry Bush.
You hear this guy? One girl, and it was disgusting.
It was there's nobody knows of it. Like you know a girl with
Dude,
Harry Bush, and everyone knows. Like, stay away.
Look, I know we like to, make believe we're pretty young on our show. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what we got when we were 22. You're 22, right?
Yep.
Dude, the bushes were so hairy you couldn't find the fucking clit.
You had it
you couldn't find shit.
You had to hack through it with your fingers, like kind of pull it aside.
Right.
It was all over the place.
And if you got a bad one, it would smell like your grandma's closet. It would be musky. There'd be a bit of musky to it.
I couldn't fucking do that. No way.
You would fucking part that hair trying to find.
yeah.
It would get confusing at times.
And you didn't know any better, so you dig right in. Only wacky porn stars were shaved back then. And I was like, what is that? What? Who's shaving?
Right. Next time, and all of a sudden you realize too late that you're eating out her dirty asshole because you thought that was her pussy because it's all lost in there.
Ugh.
I could imagine drinking and doing that shit. You'd be fucking
So you have respect for us, my brother. We set the girls down this path years ago, man.
Oh, God.
I got you guys. I'm out of here. I got to get to work.
All right.
Yep.
Danny's punching up some really bad pictures.
The worst thing about this particular photo, aside from the obvious jokes everyone can make, is that she has a happy trail that goes from just about her waist, I'd say, up to about 2 inches under her chest.
Yeah.
Like her
It's a black
terrible
girl
egg tits
with a huge bush. She's got hair on her arms.
hairy stomach.
She's got a hairy stomach. If you didn't know any better, if you just like isolate the stomach, you would say that's a guy's stomach. First of all,
that is a giant bush.
That's a real pic, huh?
Yeah.
And you
It's
remember
mangy.
you remember the hairy bushes?
Not like that.
Why don't you tell the young guys out there what we had to deal with?
Yeah, we did. We dug right in. I'll tell you too. We dug right in there. Didn't even think twice. It wasn't like you went, ew, what's going on? You dove right in head first.
To that?
Not to that.
Not
No.
to that.
That is sticking out.
No.
That is
nothing
down
worse
the
than
thighs.
hair sticking out of the panties.
That is
no.
down the thighs.
And dude,
crazy.
When you had one of these hairy bushes and the action was getting good and everything's getting nice and wet, it's like your dog coming in from a rainstorm.
Oh shit!
You know that smell? The fuck.
Yeah, it did kind of hold the liquid like a bounty.
Yeah. Don't fucking tell us about your shaved pussies, you youngsters. We've been through we've been through Nam.
Yeah, we were there before the Agent Orange.
That's right.
The defoliant.
That's right. Fuckers.
God damn, man.
Keep your youth to yourself, fuckers. All right, we got to take a break. We got Bobo Loco, a Grindhouse trailer that the boys made for us.
Bobo Loco, a Grindhouse trailer.
And the phones are good. We might go back to you guys if you want to hang through the break. Robert Kelly will be in studio in minutes. Brooke Hogan at 9. Michael Emerson from Lost at 9:30. That's definitely happening?
I hope so.
'Cause I think he canceled a couple times on us, didn't
Well,
he?
he said he was sick.
Okay, so he's back today. But first, Bobo Loco.
She was a prom queen who could have any guy she wanted. He was a high school outcast looking for love.
Stay away from my girlfriend, punk.
No matter how hard he tried, she would never notice him until...
No, it's Bobo.
Bobo Loco. Action. Suspense.
Tell me what it's all about.
The thrill ride of a lifetime. Screaming for blood and looking for love.
She wants it. 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 She wants it.
A man over the edge of insanity. Bobo Loco.
I won't stop. I won't stop.
Fucking Bobby's opening line. Why do you like... What did you just say? I can't remember.
I said, why do you have to like him so feminine?
Well, we're discussing Brooke Hogan.
Yeah.
She's a big girl.
Yeah, I like that.
She's in proportion big, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that scares me a little bit. And so you said, why? You said you kind of like the big back.
I like that big back.
And I go, of course you do. And then what do you say to me?
Why do you have to like him so feminine? Had a nice dirty knuckle.
This is your song because of the white unicorn. We're going to get into that in a second. But first,
Sound excited about it.
We got a great phone call from Donna that I got to get to. And then we'll change subjects and get into what Bobby Kelly's into. Also, Keith in Deer Park writes, this made me laugh really hard. Google bomb, duty pubes. Duty pubes.
All right, that's our Google bomb for the day. Duty pubes.
Duty pubes.
All right.
And this guy.
Get to work, everybody. Duty pubes.
Pat the trucker from Arkansas. I know we were fucking around with the instant
I
feedback.
believe one of the gentlemen was from Arkansas.
The only guys I might say now is some dude from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, I'm just checking in. Ugh.
This is going to be the best instant feedback of the day. It just made us chuckle really, really, really hard. And the key word in his instant feedback is hoped.
Hoped.
He writes, Pat the trucker writes, and going back to, we were discussing, we remember the days when the girls had just ridiculous, over-the-top hairy bushes.
No one shaved.
And then it went down to, we're going to trim it down a little bit, then we're going to shave the sides, and now we're at a point where it's pretty much nothing's happening,
Now
right?
every girl shaves everything off.
I hate that.
But
That's
Anthony,
what they do now.
But Anthony
every girl.
and I, we're sort of starting to think, maybe we bring it.
Little comeback.
A little comeback, a little old school, nothing crazy, not all out craziness.
No,
just
no.
a little.
No.
I like the.
Can you break the banana off
A
in
little
pieces
bit,
like
right?
every other guy
Oh,
does?
God, no,
I
he
why do you
shoved that thing right down his throat.
Let's just see if I was. Let's see.
Oh,
where I
let's
can-
just see. Like
Let's just see
you
if
don't
I
know.
were.
If you are, what you can do.
All right, ready?
Let's see how good Bobby is. You suck.
I
You're
sound
not even a good homo.
to you. Nobody is.
Jesus. Pat the trucker writes. So we were talking about pubes.
Oh my God.
He writes, and you hoped They wiped real good, or it tasted like piss. That's one for the. That's one for the old timers. Right
That's one of those little. It's almost like a riddle you forget. You don't even think that even
you forgot, right?
has play.
And then we go to Donna in Texas to wrap up the whole pube discussion. Donna,
Yes.
what's up,
I
Donna?
got married in 1978, and my husband made me shave. And, you know, I went ahead and shaved, and I made him go to the gynecologist with me because I thought I was the only one in the world that shaved in 1978.
You probably were.
Yeah, you were.
I think so.
You were a shaving pioneer.
Ahead of your
Miss
time.
Donna. Look at her.
Didn't even have the right razors.
You were.
I like for him to go down on me, so whatever he wanted, I didn't care.
What that was weird to ask a girl something like that back then. Could you shave off all your hair? It's like, what are you, fucking pedo? What's the matter?
You were scared that that hair was protecting something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, there's hair there for a reason, goddammit.
Right.
Well, he was kind of freaky. We're still married. It's been a long time, and now I shave and I don't, and I shave and I don't, like what y'all were talking about.
Wow.
And we've been we're like in our 40s and 50s now. So now they're gray guys.
Gray pubes.
Oh, wow. Jesus Christ. She's laughing like the Shining woman in the tub. The old lady. Apparently she looks a lot like her.
Who doesn't like Donna? Look at this one. She's a wild one.
She has see-through pubes. They have no color.
Like polar bear fur.
Yeah, that'll make Bob puke.
Would that make you puke, Bob, the gray pubes?
No, great. No, I have fantasized about old chicks all the time.
Do you?
I
That's a
love
mother
it.
issue.
There's old and then there's real.
What?
It's a mother issue.
No, I fucking
my mother issue.
I want to bang my mom.
Not necessarily that, but it's a mother issue is why you would want to be with
If
an
I wanted
older
to bang
woman.
my mom, I'd bang my mom when she was hot. Not when she was 58.
Now.
Back when she was 20, she was smoking.
58 with a roid. You know?
Yeah.
Who needs that shit, right, Bob?
When she has like 5 assholes. You know, when they fold over and fold over.
All right, Donna, go take care of your
so
pubes.
funny, and I love you.
Oh, really? What do you like about the show?
Mom, I banged my mom when she was hot. Now when she was 58.
She's listening to the show. Why not?
Get her.
Show's great. Why wouldn't
So,
she listen?
Bob, the white unicorn.
Yeah.
Bob.
You were so excited to tweet that. It's a scooter. Is it really called the white unicorn?
No, I don't know. What do you think, I'm CNN? No, I
don't know, dude. The minivans have fucked up names.
No. It's that's actually the newest. That's a 2010 Vespa 300 Super.
How fast does it go?
Around 90,
miles?
95 miles an hour.
Get the fuck out of
That's
here.
highway legal. Swear to God. 300 cc's.
Highway legal. If you were on a highway in that, I would fucking run you over with the Escalade.
Yeah, we'd have to run you off the road.
I would have to run you off the road.
I've never seen a scooter on a highway, Bob.
I'm not saying people go on the highway, but I can take that on the highway. It goes
Was that
90,
a selling point?
90 miles an hour, no problem.
Was that a selling point? Because you'd got to be completely insane to go 90, 95 miles an hour on one of those things.
I could take that to Boston.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's why I got the little hatchback.
Yeah,
thing.
there's a little trunk in the back and everything. Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just get a fucking man's motorcycle? Why didn't you just get a man's
why didn't you go
motorcycle?
all in?
Because that's hack.
How is that a hack?
I'm gonna get on a.
Well, Travis on there doesn't look very good. But that's Danny's bike. That's Danny's ride.
What that's it? Is that a 250 Rebel?
No, it's a V-Star 650.
It's a 650. All right.
Why didn't you get a
It's a
man's
650.
motorcycle?
Mine goes the same speed as that.
If you watch the Terminator,
And I have
the first one, you'll see
yeah.
Sarah Connor
Yeah.
riding to her job on exactly what you have. It's a fucking chick machine.
And the Terminator
Yes.
on a Harley. You're
Yeah,
right.
and the Terminator's the one on the real motorcycle.
I didn't see that movie. You should
You're
have.
Sarah Connor.
Bobby, why? Why did you
why
get a
not
scooter?
a motorcycle?
Well, there's
Or
two,
why did you
there's
get
that-
that?
Okay, there's two stories to it. First of all, there's a sad story. When I first got sober, I've always wanted a moped.
A moped.
Yeah, I remember when I was
The emphasis on mo.
when I was drinking and using drugs. I I remember I stole a kid's moped once. I just took him off it and took it. I just wanted one so bad.
Grand Theft Auto.
Right, it was very much like
Throw
that.
him off it.
I stopped him at a light and I go, get off. And he was like, why? I'm just get the fuck off. And I actually met that kid in English class in college years later.
Yeah,
and I
did
was
he
like,
punch you?
No, I go, hey man, I know you. He goes, I know you do.
Oh.
He still remembered me taking his. I
Didn't
mean,
like it either.
I gave it back. It was just a little fucked
just
up.
took it for a ride.
Couldn't ride it. But so when I got sober, I worked at a styrofoam factory for like 6 months. I had a retard as my boss. We were making styrofoam balls. We'd make a half ball, and then some Mexican lady would glue them together. It was me, a retarded guy, a Mexican lady, and an old Jewish boss.
What a career.
Goldstein.
Do you ever wonder when one of those people describe who they work with, what you are? Well, there was a retarded guy, an old guy.
And then this
a fag.
retarded Mexican guy.
Why do you make balls like in half though?
Christmas ornaments. That's how they make them. I had a retarded guy. When you're making the ball, you gotta put it in the machine. And no, you're doing it wrong. He would yell at me.
It's probably very difficult to make a sphere without
I had
being in two halves.
I had a retard boss too.
Did you?
One day when I was temping, I had to wash dishes, and guess who was in charge of the kitchen?
They're smart as hell.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun.
They have to
yelled
be.
at by
You're saying retards are smart as hell.
Well, it is.
They have to be. Yeah.
They are if all they have to think about is one thing every day.
Yeah.
If you had one thing to think about all day, yes.
Yeah, all right, you got a point.
You make the ball.
If your whole existence is how to make the stupid ball, yeah, you're pretty fucking smart.
Yeah, he practiced that for like 8 years. He was practicing that. And he...
you ever have a retard boss yet?
No, well, some that I thought were retarded, but never actually did.
Is it still safe to say retard, or are they taking that one away?
You gotta
They took it away. They actually,
MR.
in one of the bills,
the healthcare bill,
the
right?
healthcare bill, they had the word retarded in there, and they caught a lot of flack. And then Obama caught some crap when he said that he bowled like a retard, and he had to apologize for that because it's mentally disabled,
mentally retarded. It's MR.
Mentally retarded.
They call them MR patients.
No, they don't call them MR.
No, they do.
No, they don't.
Absolutely.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
It's mentally.
Oh, they took the retard. I know what you said. When I used to work
Can't
with,
say retard.
I lived with 6 retards in college. They gave me a free apartment.
I think retard's fine.
Oh, retards are the best
fine
human beings
word,
on the
so-
planet. My best friends I've ever had.
It's not derogatory.
I used to
Were
throw.
they?
I used to have a motorcycle, a 500 Shadow. I used to throw one of them on the
Don't
back.
try to man yourself up now.
It was a 500 Shadow. It's the same thing. Just had wings on the tank. That's about it.
And he gave them rides?
I used to put the helmet on, but it didn't fit his head, the half shell.
It didn't fit.
I would just sit on top of his head, and I'd drive him around town, and he'd be holding my waist, and he'd just be licking his tongue,
Oh, of course.
I'm just flapping out of his mouth.
It was probably the best day of his life.
Dude, I used to love it.
You think Obama, his apology, was he sincere, you think, when he had to apologize? Of course not.
If he uses the word retard, he uses the word retard.
Right.
He's probably, you know how you are with kids? Like he's probably got his kids there at the White House, and he's probably like, stop being retarded. Mm-hmm. Like every father would be like that. He's a dad.
Of course.
So he probably says that.
All right, Bob retards. So the guy's licking, and you're giving him a ride.
Oh, yeah. It was
Didn't give you a
fantastic.
reach around while you were driving?
I used to hold my stomach. I used to catch him jerking off to me all the time because they don't have they don't know gay.
Here's Bob's. I love Bob's logic.
They don't know gay. They don't.
Retards don't know gay.
They don't know sexuality. They don't know
I do.
like gay
It's
is
seated
bad.
to my right.
Let it be known, Bob Kelly is sitting and he's right.
I just did a visual. Maybe I should have said.
They just fucking they see something hot, and that's when I was hot. That's when I had the long curls and the abs.
Oh yeah. We all
the
know
Rico
those pictures.
Suave
You
hair.
hear how he does this? Like he really wants us to go, really, Bob? Tell us more about how hot you are.
Guarantee you Google me later. Guarantee.
I remember you with hair.
Google you.
Yeah.
I remember you with hair.
Oh yeah.
And you were probably even thinner than you are now, and you're back in
I was
fighting shape.
I was gorgeous back then. But yeah, he used to jerk. I used to hear bam, 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 and then I'd go into his room and just be his knees up to his chest, just cranking one out, just like on his side, bam, bam. And I'd be, what are you doing? Get out of here! Cranking him out.
But you're convinced they don't know. What do you say? They don't know.
They don't know gay.
They don't know
straight.
gay.
They don't. They just know what's hot, and I was hot back then. So
you're saying that,
yeah,
looking at you
Yeah,
to
back-
them was the same as looking at a hot chick.
fuck, I used to walk around in bikini underwear.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Fuck yeah.
I wouldn't even doubt it.
Oh yeah, I did. I'm not even kidding.
I'm not
And they
kidding.
mi-
That
they-
I think you're kidding.
They would mimic like what you do if you like it. So when they got their clothing vouchers after like a month or so after I lived there, they all came back with bikini underwear. And that's back when pastels were in Miami Vice. Hey, let me tell you how, and it didn't fit them because they had the
Giant
it was
retard
just
cocks.
up their assholes and one nut hanging out and just a big helmet bulging through the bikini. It was awful. It was awful.
Holy shit!
You could
one
just see
nut hanging out.
You
Yeah.
could just see a little bit of pink, like right above their top of their legs. That's all you could see of the underwear.
Too stupid to wear bikinis.
Oh my God.
Underwear.
Classic.
Anyways,
yeah.
I got when I worked at this retail in school, I went to school for a couple classes, and then I would go home. They would let me go work because I just got out of juvie hall and all in rehab and all that, so I didn't have to go to full classes. So I'd go to class. I'd do 2 classes, leave around 10, go to this styrofoam factory and make styrofoam balls. And
what a life!
it was
Now look, you're torn all over the place, and you were a fucking retard making styrofoam balls.
I was definitely a retard making styrofoam balls.
Unbelievable.
And I saved all my money to buy a moped. I was a year sober, under a year, or over. No, a year and a little bit over because I was in a rehab for a whole year. So it was a little over a year.
You went to rehab for a year?
I went away. I was away for a year. I couldn't see chicks, family. I was in a house with 24 other kids from 9 to 18 for a year.
That's where it happened, right?
What? No. I would have took it.
That's
Believe
where
me,
it
I didn't get anything. I would have took it. There was one priest. I remember this priest. He was really
God, here we go.
Really, no, he was. He's really fat, and he had like fang teeth and just a pimply face.
Ow.
You know what blows me away is that I've met a bunch of these. I met a bunch of these priests over my, and they're just like, "Hi, Robert, what's going on?" And nobody says, "Are you a fag?" Nobody.
Who?
I mean, he was the gayest human being I've ever met. One of
Really?
them. Just, "Hi, Robert, welcome to rehab." Okay.
It seems odd that you would take just a vow of celibacy if you're a man, for any reason.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a calling.
Yeah, that one's weird.
It just is a little odd.
Yeah, because because we have to get the poison out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to get out.
We're just constantly fucking making poison.
That's the rehab where I got caught jerking fucking the sink.
Fucking the sink,
Right, the famous sink
Yeah.
story. Sonny in Boston. Sonny.
Hey, hey guys, Bobby's kind of right. Yeah, retarded people don't know gay. Growing up, he's still alive today, but I've got this retarded uncle, and while I was growing up, this retarded uncle of mine used to chase me around the house until he caught me, and he used to dry hump me all the time. And my grandmother would just sit there and just kind of like laugh and say, "Hey, he's just playing."
Holy Jesus!
He's just playing.
He's like an English bulldog.
It just wasn't me. It was all my cousins too. So it just isn't a fucking like recluse memory of mine. It's like he did this all the time to us fucking grandchildren. I fucking hated it.
There was some retarded kids like years ago when retarded kids were like really retarded. Now, I don't know. They were able to kind of detect it in the womb, so you don't get as many retards. And they did seem very overly sexual. Like they'd be rubbing themselves and shit like that. Yeah. I think they just don't know. It's not that they don't know gay from this. They're just over-sexed. They were back then.
They're just cavemen.
Yeah, it's like a caveman
But
attitude.
they don't know gay is bad. They don't know. They just know that they get horny.
The gay is bad?
Yeah, they don't think.
What do you mean?
They don't think like.
What are you saying? First you use a derogatory
to our
term.
society.
Now you say bad.
Seriously, to our society, guys are like, dude, what are you, a fag? Don't be a fag, faggot, homo.
But that's more just...
Gays are fucking, I mean, I'm not saying that. I don't give a shit at all, but I'm saying that gay people aren't subjected to that. They're retarded. They're just dealing with being a retard. Nobody's like, dude, don't be a fag. They're hanging out with other retards. They don't know that gay is bad. They're just...
But when you say, don't be a fag, you're not saying that as a gay, derogatory gay term to your friend. You're just saying, don't be a fag, You mean, come on out. What are you doing? You know, so
no, but growing up, dude, being, you know, what are you, gay? What are you, fag? What are you, a sissy boy? That was exactly why he used it. I remember that when I got someone spread it.
That it was always a derogatory term, but it was.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, dude, when I was,
I didn't.
Brooke.
Brooke's already coming. I didn't. Yeah, I never understood. I just
You
thought,
know,
don't be a
The whole
faggot.
family,
But I didn't.
The whole family still calls my uncle a fucking retard. So it's,
Fucking retard.
Did he ever put it in?
no,
no,
it wasn't that bad.
Did he get the tip in?
Did you ever put that huge helmet in your mouth?
Thinking,
Okay, listen, I punched out.
thinking it was a bottle.
Oh, shit. Oh, right.
What
yeah,
happened?
I remember reading this email.
Well,
She's on a very tight schedule.
let's get Brooke in here, man.
Okay, bring in Brooke.
You know Brooke Hogan there, Bobby?
I met her once. Well, she's actually very, very nice.
Right. Yeah, right. Get in here. Come on. What are you waiting for?
So like 90 people.
I got time. I know it's an entourage.
Right.
Hi, Brooke.
I'm back.
Brooke Hogan
How are you?
is back.
Yeah.
I guess we did okay by you.
Yeah.
Hope
You
so.
guys didn't turn me off.
Oh, I
No.
appreciate
Good. Little Jimmy Norton isn't here today. So standing in is Robert Kelly.
that. And he's gay, so don't worry
He's-
about him.
Well,
I'm married and gay, and
He's married and gay.
I have a Vespa.
Are you married to a man?
you married.
No, I'm married to a woman, but I have a Vespa, so they're calling me gay.
Do you know what a Vespa is?
Yeah, I have a Vespa.
You do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you live in where are you living now?
Pink.
Pink?
A pink Vespa?
That's
Yeah.
like, but see, because a lot of people are getting mad.
See, Bobby?
I have the white
Yeah, but I'm
unicorn.
But we're talking, you shouldn't
Yours
be driving
is a
one of those
white
in New York
Vespa?
City.
Yeah.
It's not like blue or green or anything.
No, there it is right there. It's a hot one, huh?
It's very,
Feminine.
It's.
it's very fresh.
I was just saying, if you're a guy, why wouldn't you? How much?
Like
about
crisp
ballpark?
linen.
Would that run?
That's that's brand new, 2010, 675.
Yeah, you could buy a really nice real man's motorcycle though.
Yeah, I know, but you understand. I bought it. You understand this for my wife too. She wants to use it while I'm away.
Oh, okay.
So she wanted one. She wanted like a pink 150.
Right.
Hey, I'll just cruise around. I was like, well, fuck it, get a big one so I can.
Don't try to man it up.
Oh wait, now
Don't
you're
try to
get
say-
one.
you're saying you bought it for her?
My dad.
Well, I mean,
and, my dad and his
if you're gonna get real in front of Brooke, I mean, you know.
Hulk didn't get one, right?
My dad and his girlfriend have scooters, but they're not Vespas. Vespas go kind of into that like Milan,
Yeah.
French pilly kind of thing. You know, like,
See, you didn't
my
get the cool
Vespa.
one.
No, this is
Like
is made
he's
in
got
Italy.
he's got these other ones that are like they look like little baby motorcycles kind of.
Yeah, I've
And
seen
they're
those.
black.
Those are all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And they're fast as hell.
Yeah, you can
They're
really,
really
screw
fast.
yourself up on those.
Yeah.
I've seen those miniature motorcycles. How is the Pops doing?
He's doing good.
Yeah.
Wait, the divorce went through yesterday, right?
Yeah.
It's all over the place, and now we have you in today. You all right with that?
Yeah.
Are you happy that it's finally over with?
Yeah, thank God. It needed to be over. It was lasting way too long. I actually didn't think it was going to end this fast. A month ago, I was still talking to my dad, and he's like, man, I don't think this is going to end anytime soon. And then, boom.
Can I tell you something? How long were they going through it? A year?
2 years.
2 years?
Oh. Yeah.
See, I bring it up because our
Crazy.
pal Ant here went a lot longer than that.
About 3.
Oh,
3.
my God.
And still,
Yeah.
still dealing with it. He really can't talk about it too much. But
Well, yeah, and that
He's-
was
the
maybe,
marriage has been over about I don't know, about 10 years, and he's still
Yeah.
dealing with it, basically.
Oh, my God.
no kids, no nothing.
They didn't own nothing. Yeah, look at her giving you the look. Yeah, exactly.
I got my lawyer out of like Craigslist.
Maybe that's why it lasted 3 years.
exactly. I probably had the shittiest lawyer ever
For a divorce.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Yeah. It really. I tried to save a little money, and it wound up really costing me a lot.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Were you
terrible.
hoping they were going to get back together, or you're way past that?
No,
think
they,
she's 5?
Sorry, no,
I don't know.
They don't get along.
Mommy
It's
and
more
Daddy.
miserable seeing them together.
Yeah.
It's really
Do they hang out?
Did they blame the kids?
no.
I'm just kidding, because that's the thing. When my parents got divorced, that we like my mom brought us in and stuff like that, and said, "I just want you kids to know it had nothing to do with you. It's not your fault." And all I thought was, it's totally our fault, and that's why she's saying it. Like, if she left it alone, never said that, I never would have thought that.
Right.
But at the time, I'm just like, "Oh my God, she's saying this because it's totally our fault."
Yeah.
And
No.
My mom was divorcing my second stepdad, and he used to beat me and everything. And then he came home.
deserved it.
He
Is
came
that
home-
why you got
he
the
came-
Vespa?
No, that's
should
why.
have beat you with a Vespa.
That's why I jerked off my friend. he came home, and he was an abusive guy, but he came home with Atari when Atari first came out, and bribed us, and it worked. We were like, Mom, can you just stay with him?
Really?
Yeah, and then she came home, took the Atari. We were like, fuck you, you're a bitch. We were mad at her because she took away the Atari.
And he turned out to be just an evil dude.
Oh, he was an evil guy, yeah.
Brooke is here because she has an album.
Yeah, the Redemption. But before,
Yes.
I just want to say one thing. When you and your dad...
That's more than one.
Oh, yeah. When you and your dad took the boat ride past your house and your dog was on
Oh,
there,
my God,
Jesus.
We watched
Did it make you cry? Did you want to get a Vespa?
You want to know? I got a bit teary-eyed. A bit teary-eyed because the Hulk's crying. When the Hulk cries, you're like, fuck, all right, I could cry too.
Yeah.
What? You'll feel every Hulkamaniac around the world crying.
It
But the
really-
dogs were like, that's what killed you,
You
too.
saw- did you
I
see
haven't
it?
been-
Yeah.
You saw the clip,
The
Tim?
dogs were just like the little tiny dogs running around trying to.
Yeah.
The water was separating
Because they
them.
don't know anything.
I haven't been that emotional in a long time, and it's just like, your dogs. I think the thing that made me so emotional was, I haven't seen it. Our family was really so torn apart, and dogs, when they remember you, it's like they don't know anything else. They don't know what a divorce is. They don't know, happy, sad, whatever, but they remember you, and then when they see you, they want to go to you.
Right.
And they miss you, at that moment, even if 5 seconds later they don't miss you, at that moment they see you.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, it's Brooke, it's Brooke. I'm thinking what their little brains must be thinking. And they're standing there if they could have jumped off, just the innocence of little dogs just being there. And if they could have just jumped off the dock to get to me, I know they would have.
Yeah.
And then Hulk going, no, I can't go over there.
Yeah. And he had to look away, and it was just that was the highlight of your show this year. That was the highlight
That
right
moment. And I was really just I was actually in a good mood that whole day, and I was fine. And, sorry, I just got a really bad visual on that TV for a second. I was like, wow. I don't know. It was some girl laying there dead or something. I don't know.
Yeah. We get distracted.
Geez,
That's just
sorry.
Maury.
Geez,
It's just
wow.
Maury.
But
Maury
no.
doing his thing. Maury Povich.
Yeah, I was in a fine mood, and then when we went there, and I really hadn't been home in so long, and I hadn't seen my dogs in so long, and I couldn't get to them. I was like, oh my God, because I really can't go see them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm. It's not like my mom put a restraining order,
Right.
But I mean,
Mhm.
Charlie being there itself is intimidating and
You
weird.
still hate Charlie, huh?
I hate him.
But you like your
I don't hate him because of his age. I hate him because first I think my personal opinion of him is that he's a total tool. But second of all, he tried to get my dad put in jail by filing false motions. I'm like, okay, you're a liar and you're,
right.
a douche.
God.
He's at the mother's boyfriend, the
Yeah.
young kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But then the Hulk's got a new girlfriend, and the other thing that I liked about your show this year was where your dad forced you to go out to kind of get to know his new girlfriend. And he was all excited about, I think Brooke, I think you're really gonna like her, and he was all excited and really into it. And then he went to the bathroom so these two could talk.
Uh-oh.
And it was filmed perfectly. You guys were just sitting there like,
What are we talking about? No, she's actually.
I'm sure it's turned around since then, but
We're so cool, and I love her to death. She's just awesome. But at that time, it's we'd only known each other for a day, and I'm like, okay, here's this girl, from Florida, just coming in here, and whatever. She's blonde, she's got big boobs. I'm like, what else am I supposed to think? I'm like, whatever. I mean, I do, but I've been in the family for a while, so it's acceptable. But I was like, I don't know, but she ended up really just being a sweetheart, and she's very genuine, and she's an honest, nice person. So
yeah, your dad's happier.
Yeah,
it killed me to see Hulk in the smaller house too.
I know.
What the fuck
because the
is
whole
that
episode was
about?
it's just such an ego crush for a man. It's
he looked like he was in a really nice grandma house.
He's the one that took the bumps. He's the one that put it together. He's the one that should be in the big house.
They had a
and it's
sweet piece of property when they were all together, and now
Just
Hulk's
what
in
a-
this smaller house as he's
And
going
that
through
other
the whole
kid,
divorce
the other
justice.
kid gets to live there, right? Her boyfriend, the young kid.
How do you deal?
And my dad's been so humble about it too. I can't believe it. If I worked that hard and I had some little kid just walking in there and being like, "Hey,
Oh my God!
I don't know how you deal
I'd
with
be
that.
like,
I don't.
Get
know.
beer
get
out
me
of
on
the
the
fridge,
phone
whatever.
with OJ, brother.
Yeah.
Remember that? He got in trouble for saying that with the OJ thing, just mentioning OJ.
He's like, I understood why the guy went crazy, but I would never
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. And then people
And I'm just
instantly
like, oh,
think,
he's OJ.
why does
No, that's
everyone
not
get
outrageous.
So, why does everyone get so freaked out when you say you can understand that much anger,
That mindset.
and that frustration? But you never do it.
Right.
But I understand how being fucked over to that extent, you could get angry.
Yeah. I mean, and it's just, you know, I'm still old school in my mindset of men and women and, you know, whatever. And I think a man, you know, is allowed to have a little bit of an ego and be proud of the things that he's, you know, obtained and worked hard for and stuff. And
like a Vespa.
It's really like a Vespa. It's just really a shot. It's just really a shot to the heart, though. It's like this big house that he built and his family and all of this stuff that he was so proud of, just to be like, have the carpet pulled out from under him by like a 19-year-old kid and just like, screw you, dude.
Yeah,
that's gotta
like,
be
and he
pure
just
anger.
really maintained his.
Will he ever get that house back? Or is that gone?
I think he actually. I think it's just my mom is moving out of it and moving to California with Charlie. And the house is just going to sit there. I think my dad is in charge of like being able to sell it or whatever. But
Oh, they have to sell it and then split the.
they don't have to. But I think
too
it's
many
just,
memories
all I know
probably
is that
at
it's
this
just
point.
sitting there. And I know my dad doesn't want to go back there. I know I don't.
Really?
Nobody really wants to go back there.
That's a great. I'll buy it.
Yeah,
How much?
how much?
That's a great house.
Right now with the economy, you can get that sucker for $600,000.
Are you going to have another season of the TV show?
Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. We finished filming the second one, and we're just waiting to hear from the heads of VH1 to
Right.
see how this one did. So
Cool. The
Yeah.
ratings were good, right?
Oh, I'm sure
Yeah,
they'll pick
yeah.
it.
Yeah, they'll pick it up.
Doing great.
So the album's called The Redemption. And you sing about your mom on here, I believe, right? One of the songs I was reading?
I have one, Dear Mom.
It's just called Dear Mom?
Yeah, it was right after that quote came out where she said that if Charlie put out a record, it would do better than mine.
Oof.
Why would you?
Yeah.
I don't
know.
Why
I don't
would
know.
she
It
go
just-
down that road? She
it really
seemed
hurt me.
I don't really know her. We met her a couple times. She seems, I don't know, like she wouldn't.
Yeah, why would she want?
That's confusing. Why? Why is she taking shots at her own
She's got
daughter?
a different side.
Oh,
But
apparently.
whatever, yeah. So I wrote that song. I was really upset, and I was just like, I have to get this out.
What do you write about in that song?
Just the manipulation and stuff that
Yeah.
occurred, and the backstabbing of like, you know, it's just stuff that I just don't understand how you could pick. And I would never ask her to pick anybody, you know, just because I love her. I would never want her to pick, you know, her lover over her kids or whatever, just because I want her to be happy. But, you know, when she really is like putting that before her children and before her family, and
Why does she like Charlie so much that she's blowing off her own kids?
I don't know.
For
that
real.
makes no sense.
For real. Why?
God, that's
How old is Charlie?
He's 20
20?
something, right? 20?
He's 20.
Just 2-0?
2-0. Wow. I'm 21.
Holy shit.
Oh, what do you can't say anything.
I know I can't say anything, but
Why
it's the
can't
other
you
way
say
around.
anything? You dating a 5-year-old or a Vespa?
Oh, a Vespa.
Add maybe a few years. No.
A few years.
Add a few years. Well, you know how us showbiz people are.
Mom dating a 20. I don't know. It just sounds.
Yeah, and it's different. It's different with
You
a
think it is
woman.
different?
I think
'Cause
there's a double
it's-
standard, definitely. If a woman who was married and gets divorced and then shacks up with a 20-year-old guy, that seems weirder than a guy, an older guy going out with a younger girl.
Like I said, I'm
Just
old
does.
school with how I think. I think women are more mature than, you know,
Yeah.
men.
Yeah, you could say that.
You know, at certain ages. So I just feel like a woman who's a mother and who's a responsible adult shouldn't be dating a kid who's, you know, still interested in skateboarding and still 15-year-old.
yeah.
A woman though is more mature, and I feel like, you know, my dad's dating somebody who's 20 years younger than him, but she's 35.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You know,
but-
so she's already grown. Like, she's already in that mindset. It's like, I think it's just, you just don't date
Yeah, but
a
your
child.
mom is a real pretty woman, and she's been a mom for a long time. Your dad's been in the limelight, been out there, and not he probably never. You know, your dad seems like a solid guy, but you know, you're in show business, you flirt, you're out there getting all the accolades, and all of a sudden she's in the limelight. She's some people can't handle that, man. It gets, and then she's divorced. I mean, why not? Why not go relive some of the
I
stuff
don't know,
you missed?
but why not go and just date Richard Gere or something? Like,
Because I'll tell you why. It's easier to control somebody who's 20 than it is to go with a guy
That's true.
who's going to responsibility,
Right.
mature. He's going to want, you
who
know.
won't be bowing down to her.
Yeah, I mean,
But
you got.
she-
It's like having a little poodle. So she likes the little dogs. You know?
She could have went young, but she went real young. Because isn't your mom about the same
It's
age
one
as your
thing to
dad?
be like Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher, where it's like, I don't know, how old is Ashton Kutcher, like 30 or something like
Right.
that. If the guy was 30, I'd be like, all right, whatever.
Your
But
mom's got to be 50, right?
But when the guy's like my brother's age, I'm like, I think I think it's just like when the guy's my brother's age, it's just kind of like.
Yeah, but she can control him though. He's a kept man. He's, no. I mean, he gets.
Like, I know if I have a son,
Yeah.
I'm going to, I wouldn't even be able to picture my son having sex, let alone having sex with somebody his own age. Like, that'd just be like, oh my God, it's a baby. Like, right? To you, if you're a parent?
So if Charlie was older, you wouldn't have as much of a problem, probably.
Well, no, I can even get past
Or
the age.
if
I
he
can be
was
like,
more
all right.
mature.
Not even that. I mean, I don't think it's right, but I'm not, nailing her to the cross because of the age. I'm pissed because he's trying to put my dad in jail.
Yeah.
And he's just a user and a tool, and I'm mad at her because I can't believe she can't see through it.
Why is he trying to? How's he trying to put your dad in jail? What is he?
He was. I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about this, but he was filing false motions against my dad, like saying, "Oh, Hulk's following me." So then he'd file a motion or whatever.
Oh, jeez.
So that if he even saw my dad down the street, he could be like, "Oh, Hulk's following me again," and then my dad would get put in jail.
So your dad obviously
easy.
wasn't following Charlie.
No.
Right.
One day he said that I was in the car with my dad, and we saw them at a red light, and we just went past.
Right.
What are the odds of that?
We live in a very small town.
Yeah.
We like my dad and my mom this past 2 years to be in Clearwater for the divorce. They lived within like a quarter mile of each other. Yeah.
That's not good.
How did Hulk not punch this guy in the face?
I know. What restraint?
For
what
real.
restraint
For
on the
real.
part
Just got out
of
and
Hulk Hogan?
picked his car up like a Mentos ad.
There have been times I ran into Charlie at the big house before all this stuff went down, and he was hiding in my brother's bathroom. I think I told you guys that story.
Absolutely.
You can't fault him for that.
And I'm a woman, and I've never been aggressive. I'm like super chill. I never get mad. It took all the strength in me to not want to knock that kid out.
Right.
Just his attitude when you see him, he's just like,
Most guys would hide. Hide in that scenario.
I'd be trying to make my shoes look like the mom shoes in the closet.
In the closet with all the clothes around you.
Oh my
God! I'm not in here.
Holding my breath like an Indian.
He's got to be insane to be even taking a chance with
plus
Hulk
you,
like that.
you could. You'd kill
he's
somebody.
tall. He's tall. He's like 6'2" or something, but he's skinny.
Yeah, but he's skinny.
He's literally like my pinky.
Right.
Hulk pull that leg drop on.
So it's a good day for Hulk. To his the divorce is over. He can move on.
Yeah, I think it's sad in some ways for him, but I think at the same time, I think he's relieved.
She's gonna that relationship's gonna be just whatever, and then she's gonna probably come back or try to, and then what? Then what happens?
Oh, when her regrets start popping in her head, and she realizes
you can see this playing out.
This isn't good.
Does he have a job? The young guy? Does he work like at Subway or something?
He rents jet skis out to tourists on the beach.
I
swear to God.
So he adds like $150 a month into the account.
Yeah.
That's hysterical. Come on.
I swear to God. Yeah, he works for the jet ski rental people on Clearwater Beach.
That's something.
Yeah.
He doesn't own the company.
I don't think he works there anymore, though. I think he got fired for something bad that I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Well, the divorce is over. I think he got busted for having something on him.
Drugs.
Yeah.
A little drug action.
So
I would think I'm going to go Coke.
Yeah, that's what
Florida.
I would go.
Coke, right?
Florida, him.
Florida is a big Coke state, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what
It certainly
I've
is.
come to find out. A lot of people in Florida have that. I'm like, oh my God, I've never seen so much.
She's got a good poker face. I said Coke. She didn't move.
No, I don't know. I don't even.
You don't
go
know
there.
for real?
I don't even go there.
But he had something on him, possibly.
Oh, you mean with Charlie? I thought you were like, oh no, me. I'm like, no.
No, we all know
no,
you do.
No,
Coke.
with
I'm
Charlie.
just saying.
No.
No, Charlie had. Was it Coke? Is what I'm saying.
I can't. I really, honestly, can't be specific. I'd like to. I just don't know where my treading grounds are. But it was bad.
If it's Coke, blink.
No, just go like that.
Leave her alone. She want to get herself
Well,
in
she's
trouble.
been cool.
I know.
Redemption is going to do very well, obviously.
Thank you.
You do any live gigs?
Yeah, actually, I just did one in Miami. I'm actually getting ready to do another one in Miami on the 31st at Mansion down there, and then I have one I think coming up here in New York. New York, and I have some stuff coming up. It's basically every weekend I'm working. I'm doing a show. So.
Is it how do you like doing live shows? Is it?
I love it. Oh my God, I live for it. I love it.
Really?
I really love it.
cool.
I can't wait to start working with my band again too. Right now I'm with my dancers and we're doing like track shows and stuff. But
you look distracted today.
no, you know what it is? I'm trying not to cough. I had a cold and it's starting
Right here,
to go
right?
away. But
Right
it's like right in that.
I can't laugh today because of
pocket.
that. Yeah.
And then I'm trying like. The other people said that too. They're like, "You're very subdued today." I'm like, "No, I'm trying to."
Because the whole divorce thing went down, so I mean that's got to be it's got to be emotionally draining. Safe to say.
No. Can I see the back of that? Is that
you got your pictures?
No, the back one. The other one.
What are you talking about?
That one right there. No, the other picture.
Here.
Dude, there's only three. There's only three, and he's changed it 3 times.
That I just threw to Bob.
Wow.
Means the cover.
Yeah, no, right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was looking at that.
Nice, right?
Just shredded, yeah.
No, yeah, no, I know. I'm like, I looked, the artist did it, and I was like, wow, you really gave me something to really live up to, huh? I'm like, crap, I'm gonna have to be a bodybuilder after this cover. No, he is just a really beautiful artist, and I just told him, or he does beautiful work. He's a great artist, and I just was like, you know what? Do your thing. Just make it look heavenly. So he's a master at doing bodies and stuff like that too, though. So he actually, believe it or not, though, he actually did take my body. I think he just contoured it a little bit, because those are my hips and that's my little pudgy stomach right there. But
pudgy. Yeah, you
my bicep, I don't think looks like that though.
Yep.
Whatever.
Kicking ass.
Got better biceps than that.
Oh, better. She does.
Jesus, what the? And I work out.
She's in shape.
Fuck, bro.
She's got the body glitter on, the old
smells good.
The old rat litter.
Yeah.
That's when you get caught.
Now this is
rat litter.
Why is the pillow sparkling? No. Well, you know what?
Rub a little bit on your forehead.
Brooke, I'll throw this ring down the hallway. You gotta get mine.
Yeah, that's not gonna deter him. And it's a different perfume today from last time, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, this one is Sensuous by
It fucking rules.
like Vespa.
It rules, right? Yeah.
What
get
her
a cologne out that's named Vespa.
Vespa, the white unicorn.
Yeah, the white unicorn.
What kind of Vespa? You pink one?
It's pink. Yeah.
And yours is white, Bobby.
We could go down the street together.
They're saying when we have to wrap this up. Busy today? Busy?
I guess.
Busy
I don't
day.
know. I'm kind of chilling right now.
That's what they
But
tell
if you
us.
want to, it's up to you. She's got to go. See, it's her job to go, no, man, I want to hang. And then
everyone
outside
else
they're like,
taps
get
their
her out of there,
watches.
get her out of there.
They'll tap their
Who
watches.
is that saying that?
That's Steve.
Steve.
You want to see Steve real fast?
And their people.
Steve. Does he ride a Vespa too?
Well, he probably would.
Steve rides a Harley.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, really?
Really?
You're the first one ever to say that.
Harley Davidson.
Everyone wants us to arm
Harley
wrestle Brooke.
Davidson.
You want to arm wrestle Brooke?
I'd love to.
Can you arm wrestle Bobby?
All right, let's arm. You know what though? I'm not that strong.
Let me just.
She just. I think she's going to lose on purpose.
I
is
don't-
what she
No, I
wants
think-
to do.
I don't like how quick she was like, yeah, no problem.
No, she gave a look like.
No, I
like,
actually
oh, he
I've
rides a
lost.
Vespa.
I lose to my boyfriend. I can't arm wrestle
How
because
hard
I don't
could
have
this
the
be?
tendon strength. You know,
Mhm.
like I have weak little tendons. Like I have strong muscles. I can lift heavy weight, but I have
Please
weak
lose this,
little
Bobby.
tendons.
What do you want me to look?
Okay.
What if I just?
Put your elbow on the
This would
table.
just suck if I snapped her arm and a bone popped out, and I'm the guy who
Yeah,
hurt.
it would.
poor-
Robert Kelly,
Put
Brooke
your
Hogan,
elbow down.
arm wrestling.
All right, wait a second now, Brooke. Like, don't cheat.
The CD's called.
You're not a cheater. Look at these.
If you beat Bobby,
Look how beautiful
wait.
her hand is.
If you
I
beat
know.
Bobby, we're going to play a song off your CD because I think she's going to lose on purpose.
No,
Okay.
she's not gonna-
We play a song from The Redemption if you beat
Okay.
Robert Kelly in an arm wrestling
Okay.
match. Here we go.
Wait a minute, you're getting all feisty now. What are you getting all worked up?
Does she feel strong and as you're just sitting there holding hands? Feel
Yeah,
strong?
Dude, look at her hand and look
She's
at
got a-
my
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
thin Filipino boy
Who's your
fingers.
Oh.
Oh, they
You have
just.
tiny fingers.
Bobby,
Yeah,
you're
I know.
loving holding her hand, aren't you?
Dude, I'll sit here all day. She, I gotta
I'm working
definitely.
on getting the glitter all over.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Brooke Hogan versus Robert Kelly.
All right,
arm
wait.
wrestling.
Here we go. Ready?
Yep.
Wait. Ready?
Oh my god, I'm kind of nervous.
You ready?
No, just beat him, please.
All right, wait a second now. Wait, you gotta put your. All right,
Oh,
ready?
come on.
All right, go.
We'll never forget you, Brooke, if you beat him. Oh my God!
Oh, wait. His elbow started slipping.
Come on.
I had a.
1, 2, 3, go.
All right, wait,
Go.
wait, go ahead. 1, 2, 3, go.
All right.
Come on, Brooke.
Come
Get
on,
mad.
give it some. Come on.
I'm the guy that's dating your mom.
Oh,
Hey,
why would
Mom,
you say that?
Where's my surfboard, dude? Oh, yeah. I don't have to wear underwear around the house. Hey, do you mind if I sleep in Brooke's old bed?
He's going to punch you in the face.
Oh, she's getting real mad.
I was using my abs. You're pretty strong. Woo! You're you actually made my my.
Let's just wrestle. Come on.
My what? Hey, that was pretty good. I like that.
So do I get a song played off, or did I lose?
Yeah, no, we'll play some. What do you want us to play for you today?
I don't know. Whatever you want to
People
play.
turn off this channel, but that's all right.
Just goddamn.
Just because they're rockers. Give me your CD. We'll play whatever you
Oh,
want.
sorry, I'm holding it.
Yeah. Which one? Do
I
we
would
go
say-
with Dear Mom, or we go with this single?
You can play Dear Mom, or you can do the single Hey Yo that's coming out. You pick. You go ahead and do your thing.
Well, that's a lot of pressure.
Pick one.
It's your
Flip a coin.
CD.
Make a decision.
No,
Let's play.
You decide.
Let's play.
I'm sure your
let's
people are
play the
going
new
play the single. Hey,
Let's
yo.
play the single, and then let curiosity kill the cat with Dear Mom, and everybody
All right.
check out Dear Mom when you go grab
And are
it.
you leaving as we play this?
I might.
All right,
I
Brooke
think
Hogan,
maybe
The
I should.
Redemption. It's Hey Yo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Since becoming a friend of the show, I kind of like this. We got to get your dad on the show as well.
I know, right? Oh God.
I think he would like the show. He did that live broadcast at a ball.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It was a while ago.
All right. It's good enough to have Brooke
Brooke,
on. Brooke
thank
Hogan.
Thank you guys.
All right.
It's always good to have
Hey
Brooke
Yo
in.
from The
Good luck with
Redemption.
that white vest.
Tonight, the Hogan's Slam.
We need to talk to you about your mom and her 19-year-old boyfriend.
Yeah, of course I screwed it up. Here's
That's the intro.
That's the intro to the entire album. There goes Brooke Hogan. Here's Hey Yo.
Some say love and friends, they don't mix, but I can't help the way that I feel. Seeing you makes the day. Seeing you makes the day. I love you and me, it seems weird, but I think we should consider it. Seeing you makes the day. Seeing you makes the day. Your smile's like candy, so sweet and sincere. Your style is so sexy. I love when you're near. Our vibe is like heaven.
All right, she's gone.
Sorry about that, everybody.
She's gone.
Sorry. Apologize.
It is called The Redemption, though.
You just have to be,
Yeah, you know.
nice.
Right there.
What? She can't hear us.
She just came in and beat the shit out of all of us.
I know.
Let me tell you something about Brooke Hogan that I didn't realize until she stood up. Holy shit, her body's in shape.
Yeah, she got in shape.
Oh, yeah.
She got
Holy
shredded.
shit. And what she was talking about her pouchy belly or whatever. There's no pouchy
Dude,
belly there.
Also, she's 20.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Bounces back nice.
Yeah, she is. Let me tell you something. That's my speed right there.
Isn't she thinking, why are they talking over my song? Because she can look in the window.
No, we're playing the song.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're just talking into the microphone.
We are assholes.
Why would we be talking?
We're talking. You're eating. I'm talking. I'm staring.
I know,
I'm giving her
terrible.
twinkle fingers through the window. Just assholes.
You know what? You yelling and screaming about her mom's boyfriend as your arm
That
wrestling.
was
That's
really
pretty
funny.
good. That's pretty good.
I think I'll sleep in Brooke's bed.
Yeah.
Dude,
Michael Emerson's here?
she does it.
Yeah, we're
Does
going to
it
get her
so
in a
bad.
second. We got to take a break before Michael, if that's cool.
God.
Huh?
She does it, man, for me. You see the size of her hand? You see that mitt?
Was she
You
strong?
could catch Roger Clemens fastballs with those hands.
Oh, what she said when she left, she goes, "You weren't really trying, were you?"
No. I would have ripped her arm off and hit her with it if I wanted to.
Would you?
I
Was she
would-
pretty strong, though?
No.
She wasn't strong at all?
No, Sam would be stronger than her.
Really?
Yeah, Sam has fought me more than her.
See, you know what? We picked the wrong person to arm wrestle. Will she come back to arm wrestle Sam?
Yeah, she should do Sam. Me, it wasn't that.
Yeah, that would have been it. Sam losing to Brooke Hogan.
His friggin' hair is just freaking me out.
All right, why don't we take a break and get Michael Emerson from Lost in here? That's pretty cool.
yes.
All the big stars coming in today, huh?
Yeah, man, you can take a break for the next hour and a half while Anthony goes on about Lost because he knows.
No, you're a
everything.
Lost guy, too.
Actually, Travis should probably come in here for this also.
You're going to let Travis sit at the big table?
Travis is very good
The big
and
boys
knows
table?
Lost. He knows a lot. He's got theories. He's got
lots
stuff.
of questions.
I would like for
Travis, would you like to
join
come in
the
here?
program.
Can I not be a silent partner for a segment?
Yeah, you can.
All right, that'd be good.
Okay, look.
You know what?
I gotta ask this.
I've never watched
Who the fuck stinks? Someone smelled
How
so
can you-
fucking bad.
I'm still smelling Brooke's perfume.
No.
though.
There was an unshoweredly smell going on.
All right. Who's going to smell everybody?
And the only,
I will.
But I think we know who it was. Was I right?
I bring everyone in. Bobby, you have to smell everybody and find out who's stinking today.
Okay.
Does he have to
Is it-
smell their
is it-
cracks?
No.
No,
Through
believe
the
me.
jeans.
Dude,
Through the jeans.
it wasn't
Through the
even-
jeans. Say,
It wasn't
wait, I
even
didn't
a thing.
know.
It wasn't even a thing that had to be.
It was really bad?
It took up the whole. It was like Tippy Tom.
Shut the fuck
came
up.
in.
Who was it? Smell Sam real fast.
Come here, Sam.
I think it's Steve.
Come here. Come here. Let me.
I do.
Pick your pit up.
No, Sam smells
Pick your
good.
pit up.
Oh my god. Probably just smacked
No,
Sam.
he smells fine. Come here. Come here.
Yeah, he smells good.
Oh, you smell fucking.
He smells good.
smell his jeans.
Oh, stop! Would you stop? He's holding. It's like I'm watching the beginning of a
You-
fucking gay porno
What are
movie.
you wearing? What are you wearing? Secret?
No, it's just deodorant.
Sam, can we reenact Sonny Forelli's retarded uncle thing? Bobby will play the part of the retarded uncle and try to dry
He
hump
chases you around first.
Yeah, can
He'll chase you
can
around the
reenact
small
this?
studio.
It's a terrible
All
idea.
right, Bobby, you're playing the part of the retarded uncle.
Right.
And Sam, you're going to play the part of the scared little kid trying to get away from the retarded uncle. And this does end with Bobby catching you and
humping you.
Say yes.
I don't put, but I don't do anything. I don't like put it in. I
Yeah.
just rub
Yeah.
it in the crease of your ass.
I think we have a guest
Like up
waiting.
and down.
No, I
Like
mean,
I mush your ass together like cleavage.
It's video time, Sam.
It's
Sam
not
likes
video
being on
time.
videos.
we have to.
All right, here we go.
Move on to the next segment of the show.
All right, we're going
Right?
to play retarded uncle. Bobby is going to play the part of retarded uncle.
All right,
Sam,
here
the
he goes.
scared little kid. Bobby's going to run around the room and try to catch the scared little kid played by @NotSam on Twitter. Huh?
Well, I appreciate that.
And here goes
no.
retarded uncle running around,
Oh, he
catching
got him.
Sam, the scared kid. He threw him down the ground. He's now spanking.
Oh my god, he just picked him up and dropped him. He picked him up by the pants. Look at this. He gave him a wedgie. And now he's rolling him over.
No.
He's rolling Sam over. Now he's picked him up by the back of his pants and drops him on the floor. Wow, Bobby's strong.
What happened to the dry humping part?
Oh, sorry.
And then he's got to pin him on the floor and dry hump him.
Oh, boy.
Now, oh man, this is a prison rape. This is what a prison rape looks like. Because Sam's powerless to do anything.
You know what? Sam's fighting back a little, Ed.
He wants to get him. Oh, he just spanked Sam. Sam takes Bobby down.
Strong.
This is amazing. They're both on the floor. Now Sam is in a chokehold. Bobby puts Sam in a chokehold. Now he's on the floor, pinned down. And he is now the humping should start. He's pulling the back of Sam's pants down.
That actually fucked me up. I seen a little pimple on his cheek.
You guys are fucked, man.
Yeah, I'm okay.
How's your dignity?
Sam, come here. All right.
And a hug. You see that takedown?
I actually got turned off because I saw hair on his little belly.
Oh, you ruined
See that
it.
takedown?
You don't like that in your
That was
tweets,
good.
do you, Bobby?
There's Michael Emerson.
Wait,
was
should
good.
we get him right in now?
We probably should.
No?
No?
It'll be okay?
We got a break?
Yeah,
Damn it.
Danny's panicking.
We got a break?
All right, Bobby, what are you promoting? We
quick
got to
break.
take a quick break.
Funny
busy
Bone.
man.
Funny Bone this weekend. Columbus.
We missed you, Bobby.
Columbus, Ohio this weekend.
I want to talk about the Dane Cook tour after Michael Emerson because, man, I was on the phone with Bobby a couple times, and, man, you were living the life, and I want you to share it with Ant and the rest of the
now
audience.
I'm unplugged from the Matrix and I'm in Columbus.
But you got to explain
Ohio.
what a typical day was like on tour with Dane Cook.
We'll do it after.
Quick break, and we'll get Michael Emerson from Lost in next. Opie and Anthony. All right, we got to get right into this, man. Very
Yes.
cool. Who's our guest, Anthony?
Michael Emerson.
Of course.
Ben from Lost, of course, yes. Hi, Michael.
Hi, guys.
How you doing again?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Bobby, it's okay. Well, wasn't that swine flu, was it?
You were sick, too?
I hope not.
Sick as a swine.
Yeah?
Everyone's
Bad?
been sick. In the summer, it's stupid.
Yeah. No, it was intense, and then it was over.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Quickly. You were at that, the Comic-Con thing, right?
Oh, my God.
Now, is this... I can only imagine...
So crazy.
Yeah, the people, because Lost, huge. I mean, it's just got a huge following. Internet following is giant. All the
Right.
speculation and everything.
Oh, my God.
What was it like now being face-to-face with those fans?
Well, you don't dare be face-to-face with it. I mean, there's 140,000 kind of maniacal fans of sci-fi and comic books there. Inside the convention hall, you can't see the ends of it. And it's shoulder to shoulder with people. And then we do our panel in a room that holds 7,000 people. It's bigger than Radio City Music.
7,000 people.
Some of them had camped out for 24 hours.
Now, did you ever, growing up with, like, watching maybe Star Trek or anything, did you ever see those people at the convention or the shows about them and ever think, oh, my God, I'm going to be on a show where people treat me like that?
That's the last thing I expected.
Yeah,
I have to say. But, I mean, it's kind of nice to be on a genre show, you know, that has a passionate following. But, wow, I wasn't quite ready for that energy that surged toward us.
Now, we, well, Travis over here is a giant fan, of course. Also, well, he's a small fan, but he's a giant fan of the show. Of course. He came up with a couple of theories based on the clips that were played at the convention.
Well, I don't think they're exclusively mine.
No, I would say they are.
All right, they're mine. I'm going to claim them. that you know, they said that they're not doing flashbacks. They did that already. Flash forwards have been done. Time travel has been done. So from the 3 commercials that we saw, Hurley working at the chicken factory, or the chicken store that he runs now.
Yeah, Mr. Clucks.
Kate on America's
Clucks.
Most Wanted.
Yeah.
And Oceanic having 30 years of perfect service.
Right.
Can we maybe assume that maybe the final season might deal with things that could have been if let's say that bomb did go off and reset everything?
That seems to be one of the threads that they're going to explore. I don't know if they're going to do that in tandem with others. I mean, even if there were people who returned to a state of innocence and were unaware of the events of the last 5 years, there will be other characters ongoing who know jolly well what happened.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, okay, let's say that it does reset. Everything goes back. They get to L.A., they all get off the plane and go about their separate ways, although we all know they're tied together somehow through fate.
Right.
So, I don't know. But you're still on the island. The plane didn't crash, but you guys are still having a...
Ben doesn't get reset.
No, you don't get reset.
Jacob doesn't get
Nope.
reset.
So you guys are all still there.
Right.
Doing that, which, entertaining as hell, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Your character last season... Did you find it odd? Because I found it a little odd, like your character throughout the entire series, and then this last season, you actually became sympathetic. You became a sympathetic character, which I thought would have been impossible to do.
It was a very gradual process.
It really was. Like, you barely noticed it, and then all of a sudden you're going, wait, this scumbag, I feel bad for him now.
Yes.
Like, first of all, it must be fantastic to have to go into makeup and just put cuts and bruises on your face every time you're doing a shot.
Every morning. Don't wish for it. I think I'm the most beaten character in the history of television.
Has to be. We text like a couple of fruits back and forth, me and Travis, when the show is on, and it's like, hey, Ben didn't get punched this episode. I think it was one. I think it was one episode where you didn't get hit in some way, shape, or form.
We had a day on the set actually where we ran out of spaces on my face to put a new wound. I think we canceled a punch because there was nowhere for it to land that wasn't already bloodied and bruised.
You know what's great about the makeup on the show even is the fact that the scars, all the scarring from the old beatings are left there.
Oh,
and if you look, like Locke still has the scar by his eye, and it gradually disappeared. Like, I think that's something that is taken for granted on the show, that the detail.
They keep this fabulous makeup and wound Bible.
Oh, is that it?
In the makeup trailer.
Must be a lot of pictures being taken.
Oh, like 100,000 Polaroids are in there.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, again, back to the convention. Who else was there on the panel? It was you?
Jorge came, and Josh came, Sawyer, and Richard Alpert was there. Mr. Nestor Carbonell did a gag about eye makeup. And in the end, the big surprise at the end of the panel was they had Dominic Monaghan.
Yeah. Now that kind of fueled speculation as to what happens if thing. Yeah.
The suggestion is that he's part of our next season. I don't know in what capacity, and I don't know if it's like a return from the dead kind of deal or some kind of messing around in time. But they've said they're not gonna play with time so much.
Which is, I don't know how the.
And then there's the
goddamn confusing, but it's got to be great to be on the show and even be killed off, because it's like, I don't know, I could be back. It's not like a show you get killed off of and you're done.
We now have several characters who have appeared more on the show since being killed than they did when their characters were alive. Yeah.
Yes, Travis?
Have you, Anthony, have you seen the final season poster that they revealed at Comic-Con? Now, I find this interesting, and I want to ask Michael. Why would Locke be the only one with his back to the poster?
I suppose because the identity of the character he plays is in question.
Yes!
We can't put a name on who he is anymore.
Exactly. It's just because I think he's merely a vessel right now,
He
as
is.
was Jack's father for a time, because they're just
good point.
they were just dead. They were dead on the plane. I don't think they
Right.
ever came back to life or anything. I think they were being used as a vessel by this guy that wanted to kill Jacob.
Christian Shepherd, yes.
Yeah.
And
Yes, Greg?
I'm starting to think I really should start watching this show.
Yeah, maybe you should watch the damn show. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Just so Michael knows, I'm trying to become the last person in America that hasn't seen Lost. And I got
you are, I think.
I'm in competition with about 5,000 people.
You know what you do?
I'm getting there, though.
Oh, here's what you do. Take the last episode of the last season. Just watch that.
Yeah?
That won't be, you'll figure it all out just from that.
That's right. All right, good.
It's not really a show you could jump into like that, but, and they're rerunning it on a lot of, where is it? Sci-Fi, I guess?
Sci-Fi,
That's right.
And ABC airs it at like 2 in the morning on the weekends.
And I never thought it would be one of those shows that I can just kind of watch one episode of, like Seinfeld comes on, you can watch an episode, doesn't
Sure.
matter. Like Lost is so episodic, and you got that storyline going, but it really is. It's got that rewatchability when you come on and you go, oh yeah, I remember this episode. What happened with that? You're like,
Well, that's because you've mastered the storyline, though. I mean,
Yes.
once you have it all in your head, then then you can bounce around.
then you can bounce around. Anybody else is just going, And it is surprising that a show that you do have to kind of catch from the beginning gets so popular, because it does involve a little more work than people want to put in to watching a TV show.
It does. I think it was supposed to involve more work from the get-go, and that's why there was a certain amount of audience attrition. Mm-hmm. I don't think the first season was sort of a tease in a way. It suggested a simpler show than it
absolutely
was
did.
going to
It looked
deliver
like-
ultimately.
It seemed like it was going to be Gilligan's Island of the new millennium.
Right.
Here it is. They are stranded on an island, and what are they going to have? The Harlem Globetrotters come on every week or so and get stranded too.
That's why I didn't watch.
But then, you know what though? That first the pilot episode, we had talked about this. It blew me away. It was like, wow, that is really a well done pilot.
Yeah,
because
pretty great
Now
pilot.
I want to see the next episode. And by the time you start seeing it, it's like, what's in the jungle? What is that? It's not just the stranded show.
Yeah, just a suggestion of something a little off.
Yeah, a little off.
Are they
a
ever
little
gonna
strange.
let? Are they ever gonna let you know what the smoke monster is, though?
I think we kind of got a little.
Yeah, I mean,
line on what that
we're
was
sort
all
of
about.
halfway there already.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's a smoke monster with TVs in it that show you things like old reruns of The Odd Couple.
No.
But I think we already have a sense that it's more than smoke. I mean, we know that it's ancient.
Yeah.
We know that it existed in the time of the pharaohs and maybe beyond.
It's got to be mechanical.
Spiritual, I think.
And my sense is that it's made up of fine metallic fragments that can be animated in some electromagnetic way.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Dude, your eyes made me understand that.
The actor who played Mr. Echo, I don't remember his name.
Adewale.
But he expressed that he would like to come back.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. You didn't know?
No, I hadn't heard that. But someone said he was at Comic-Con. I didn't
Was he?
see him.
He said a couple weeks ago, I think in TV Guide, he kind of expressed remorse for leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
and he
this
said
is
that,
sad.
Yeah, he said that he would like to come back in the final season and maybe finish off his character that he kind of forced them
Give
to
him
finish
Shelley
off.
Long's phone number.
Wow, that's interesting because he had a great and compelling character. I mean,
He was a fan favorite.
when people ask me what role, if you could pick another role on the show to play, I always say Mr. Echo.
Really?
Because there was great gravity and mystery in his backstory, and we
great
felt
backstory.
for him. He, more than any other character, was living out some moral dilemma or a moral rebirth, and I thought it was strong.
Now,
stuff.
your character was only supposed to be like a few days or a few episodes, and then
3 to begin with.
3.
yeah.
So when they came back to you and just went, "Wow, this seems to be working," Like, what were you attributing it to? Like, all right, I kind of got a grasp on this character, or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those actors that does a lot of guest spots. And like most guest spot actors,
you pop up on stuff now, which is really funny. It's like, that has been
bunch of Law and Order stuff, and you just keep your head down, try not to gum up the works, show up, do your work, and go home. So that was what I was going to do when I went out there, and I guess they got used to me or decided to keep me around before it ever dawned on me.
Really?
I just wasn't being allowed to go home, episode after episode. Oh, there's some more lines from
Keep him
my
in that
character.
closet.
Oh, that's nice.
Talking about his stupid balloon trip. It was a great way to introduce the character, because it was just a lot of the characters. It's such a mystery as to who they are and what they are. And yours especially was like, there was no way to think you were who you were when you were first introduced to the storyline.
That's right.
And then as it came about, because it always seemed like someone else was in charge. And then you realized what a low man on the totem pole that person you thought was in charge was.
Yeah.
And then it was like, that was the last guy
of all people
that we thought it was going to be.
Well, I think if I read correctly, they decided that if they weren't happy with your performance, they would have just made the leader someone else.
Yeah, I think it was a kind of on-air audition in a way. And if I hadn't been the right guy to play the adversary, whoever that was going to be, they could have done away with me easily and tried a different form.
Tom Friendly would still be around.
Yeah, that's right. It could have been something like that.
Yeah, he's another one that just shows up on things. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. When you read like last year's, and I don't know how much of the scripts you actually get, but last season, and I brought up earlier how you became a more sympathetic character.
Yeah.
Did you kind of like? Because I know, as an actor, you probably get attached to the character and his traits and things like that.
Yeah.
Did you kind of like the direction that they were taking you in, where people are kind of like, oh, God, he loses his daughter like that, and kind of more of a sympathetic character than just, always going, oh, that Ben, Jesus Christ.
It was okay with me the way it went. I was slow in identifying any new trends. You do it so incrementally, scene by scene, episode by episode. So you're almost in a change of character before you even realize that it has taken place.
That it happened.
Oh, yeah, all of a sudden, I'm vulnerable all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I have no power anymore. I'm trooping around like a whipped dog, at the back of the
pack.
pack.
That kind of felt weird. Like,
it's strange, right?
As a fan of the show and of the character so much, it's just like, God, do something. Would you hit somebody back, or get someone to hit somebody? Or, because Locke was just, and although as I said, I don't think it's Locke in there, but to see Locke treating you like that was just like, oh, God, what a turnaround that was.
But Ben's not out. The wheels are still turning.
Oh, hell yeah.
The sympathy that you're talking about for the character just completely climaxed at the end when he's just begging Jacob, why have you never acknowledged me? And the look on your face when he says, what about you?
Yeah.
And it's just like, Jesus Christ, like, you really feel for the guy, like, for maybe the first time.
And then, of course, Ben kills him, which is, that was nice to see.
But it was interesting to see this sort of terrifying and powerful character saying, Daddy, please, be my daddy.
Kind of, oh, my God, yeah. Well, the backstory also kind of showed you and brought, I think that brought the adult you to more of a sympathetic place before you even got there as a character, being the adult you.
That's right.
Because of seeing what your childhood was.
Yeah.
And that asshole father and everything the kid went through.
Being shot and then brutalized. And
Saeed shooting you. Realizing, like, well, that was kind of odd, because it's like, I think he just caused the whole thing by doing that. His trust now, you've screwed up the little lad's trust.
That's right.
And he's going to grow up now to be this guy because of what you did.
Never be
so
the
it's kind
same.
of a paradox thing going on.
When Richard Alpert took away his limp little body, he said, I'll bring him back, but he'll never be the same.
Never be the same. Turn into the Ben we all know. Fantastic, man. Have you filmed any of the...
No.
The new one? No?
No, I don't go to Hawaii till the middle of August.
Middle of August. That's probably a good time to go.
And haven't seen a word of script.
Really?
I
hope it gets picked up.
I know exactly what you know.
That's it, huh?
That's it.
Nothing, just speculation. And you ever see any of the other cast members, or you just wait
at Comic-Con or things like that?
Like me and Opie don't even talk to each other during vacation.
Why would we?
They think we all live together and stuff, but
no, because I'm Ken Leung and I are the only actors that are New Yorkers.
Oh, really?
So yeah, there aren't many.
So what are you doing during the off time? You got
my wife is on True Blood for HBO. So
yes, Jimmy Norton, as a matter of fact. I
love that show. That show is one of my favorite shows.
Yeah,
it's an unbelievable show. True Blood.
Yeah.
So she was working. On the summer break, I try to follow her around because we see little enough of each other during the filming season.
Who's your wife on True Blood?
Carrie Preston. She plays Arlene, the redheaded waitress. The smart ass Southern waitress.
Her husband on the last season was the killer.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for that. Like I didn't give away enough spoilers for people that are still catching up on Lost anyway. But the good thing about giving away spoilers on Lost, though, is people won't even. They'll get to that point and go, "Oh, all right, that's what he was talking about."
Yeah.
There's no way you could really spoil it for somebody that hasn't seen it yet.
But on Lost, there's so many spoilers you can give. On this one I just gave away, the whole season was about this one thing. I just ruined the whole season.
We got someone that's obsessed with Michael Emerson. She needs him desperately, Laura.
Oh, it's Laura.
Newsday, Laura. Newsday.
Hi, boys.
Hello.
Hi. Michael Emerson's here, Laura.
I know. Oh my God, hi.
Hello.
I'm completely obsessed with you.
Hello,
I have
Laura.
no idea. It's like kind of scary.
This is like the Comic-Con.
I want you to treat me like Juliet, and I've been very bad.
Jesus.
What?
Is that a good line? I don't know.
You're out of your mind.
Is that a bad thing for her to say?
Well,
Poor Juliet.
Yeah, of course. Poor Juliet, right?
We love Juliet though. We love Elizabeth Mitchell.
Newsday, Laura. You got a question from Michael Emerson?
No, I just wanted him to know how much he is loved.
Oh, thanks very much.
Look at people calling me fanboy. Yes, I'm a fanboy.
Yeah,
what are you talking
it's
about?
all in with Lost.
I'm totally
Big
all
time.
in. Who wouldn't be? It's a great show. What do you do?
Well, yeah, but they're fans of yours. Fan people of right.
I know.
You fanboys.
I don't want.
Yeah, you're listening to my show, fanboy.
I don't want Michael. I don't want Michael Emerson to be insulted. I just blew it with Lost. Like I know it's a show I should have watched, and then now I'm too far out of it. So I got the box sets ready to go.
Yeah.
Let her rip.
So I hope you
you're-
don't take that the wrong way, because I know that I would enjoy Lost if I would just sit down and commit.
No, you're in a great position. You're on the verge of great pleasure.
Yeah. I envy him. I
We envy you.
because you have the whole thing to live through for the first time.
And he's going to see it
And
festival
he's gonna,
style.
one after the other.
Dr. Michio Kaku explained Lost. I got it right in front of me.
Michio Kaku didn't
You know who
explain
Dr.
anything.
Michio Kaku is?
No, I'm not.
Is this worth playing for
Physicist.
Michael?
He just explains the island.
Oh, he explains it in his terms. You wanna hear
He's a
it?
physicist, but
Might be interesting.
as far as
for you.
physicists go,
It's short, so let's see if this goes anywhere.
There's one episode where this elderly woman goes to a pendulum and begins to explain the whole thing. That the island is special. There's something on the island that allows them to create a tunnel network to other points. And that's how they're able to move the island. And by going through the tunnel, they're able to go to different points in space. That something on the island is probably a negative matter meteorite. Probably a meteorite that slammed into the island. Negative matter allows you to create gateways to other points in space and time. And that's what drives the entire series. That's why you have these bizarre things happening when people go backwards in time and meet themselves and stuff like that.
There you go. He explained it.
Yeah.
well, I guess I don't have to watch the last season.
But I think all regular viewers sort of understood that already.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, really?
On that.
I mean, they may not have had a negative ion meteorite terminology for it, but they knew that the island contains a portal, some kind of magic gateway or door that allows you to move through time and space.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just Mario Brothers or something.
Yeah, like Mario Brothers.
How long do you spend out in Hawaii filming?
It's 8 months to shoot the season.
Wow.
That's gotta suck.
But do you have
Well,
a
it
house
sounds
out there?
like-
Do you rent or do you own something out there by now?
I always sublet a condo somewhere in Waikiki. And then I put my stuff in storage during the summer. I'm one of those superstitious actors that I feel like to go there and buy a house would guarantee my being killed off the show. So better to stay loose, remain a gypsy actor, and keep it.
Now, Michael, what do you? I mean, there's a lot of downtime in filming, obviously. So
Sure.
What else do you do in Hawaii? See, now I could be in on the conversation.
There you go.
I like this.
Hawaii.
What do you do on the downtime in Hawaii?
You know, I wander the streets of Honolulu. I try to get a handle on that town. I think the hiking is great in Hawaii. You know, you can't go a mile inland from the shore anywhere without being in high, rainforest. And, it's biologically and botanically beautiful, strange birds, odd trees and shrubs and flowers. I think it's beautiful that way.
Do you ever run into Dog the Bounty Hunter?
No, but he lives there. Yeah. I
you never saw him cruising around with his mullet?
No.
Just cruising around.
No, I think I'd be afraid if I saw him coming out.
With his big giant can of mace.
Yeah, no, they have guns now.
Do they?
Yeah, they have. They look like machine guns but it's
paintballs.
It's paintball mace.
Something dog needs.
He is much beloved, though.
On the islands?
On Oahu, yeah.
I'd love that if the last episode it was just Dog. He ran everything.
I watched all you guys at one point or another really trudging up and down hills and hiking around and stuff. Now, aside from Hurley, I mean, you got to be in some kind of shape, I would imagine, not to be exhausted.
The work is rough. It's physically rough, and sometimes we're shooting at locations that, they can't get the vans there. They can't get all the trucks and the catering, all of that. I mean, we have shot days where, we were hunkered down under umbrellas in the sun, taking our lunch. I don't know how they got the lunch there, but it can be hot, and the bugs are bad, and physically, a lot of trekking, a lot of climbing rocks, and repeatedly, a thing that you do once may be a lark, but when you've done it 25 times, your body begins to rebel.
I go back down there and I'll climb back up and
exactly. Only this time, climb with more intensity. And
I can't. I'm exhausted. So you got
fall
anything?
Through the temple?
Yeah, fall through the temple. That's another one. How many times?
Stunts.
Yeah, stunts.
Yeah. Don't even talk to me about the stunt. And I'm one of those game actors that doesn't quit while I'm ahead. Usually the deal is they won't bring in a stunt double until you cry uncle. But until I'm majorly wounded, I'll just keep doing it. Take after take after take.
Cool.
And pretty soon the scene is over, and I feel bad because the stunt double hasn't gotten a chance to go on, and I've probably sustained some injuries that will hurt me worse the next day than they did at the time.
How bad are the bug bites?
They have sneaky mosquitoes there that are unlike any I've seen. You don't feel them when they're on you. And then about an hour later, a whole patch of your skin is inflamed.
Jesus.
And not so much itchy as hurty. Yeah, they're
itchy, hurty, snicker.
Yeah, those are some exotic bugs they got over there. What's the because I'm sure being out in the jungle like that, what's the oddest thing you might have seen that was not meant to be there?
Pigs in the night.
Really?
Because the island
sounds
is
like my house sometimes.
The island has up in the mountains and stuff. There's a bunch of feral pigs.
Really?
That have escaped, I guess decades ago, and they're running around in the night. And some of them, great big white ones, say they're like ghost pigs, and you see them out in the jungle running
that's
around.
Creepy.
And it's kind of strange. It gives you pause.
It's a little creepy. What aside from following your wife around now, what are you doing in the off time in New York? You working at all or?
No. I've had little bits and pieces. I have so many friends that are filmmakers or theater makers, and so
that phone must ring.
I'll do a day here, a couple of days there, on the project. I did a thing for PBS where I play a Puritan radical preacher. I think that'll go next year sometime. They're doing a history of religion in America.
That'll turn up on YouTube or something like that. It's like, look, here's Ben playing that.
And this guy looks even worse than Ben.
Well, Michael, thank you.
Thanks.
Absolutely. And Travis, of course. Look at Travis. I just saw him gawking at you.
I was listening.
You
attentively listening.
As Michael's head was turned this way, I looked and I just saw Travis staring at your glasses.
Don't turn this around on me.
No, he was staring at you, very creepily.
You're gonna leave him alone, right?
Fanboy.
What? You're gonna leave him alone,
yes,
right? Okay,
yes,
you're not gonna follow him or anything.
No.
Okay, good.
No,
that's all we need to know.
I will say best of luck
Thanks.
because I know you're superstitious, but I don't think you'd
Thank
lucky
you.
with this,
And
with
we
this
live in the
show. I don't
same.
think he's
We live
going
in the
anywhere.
same neighborhood, so I'll see you around the neighborhood.
Yeah, good.
Oh, shut up.
I swear, we live in Hell's Kitchen.
I don't care if you live in the same
We
neighborhood.
bump into
Where
each
else?
other every once in a while.
All right, how about
Over
he-
by the Amish market while we're getting.
How about he doesn't want everyone to know where he fucking lives? Bob?
You know how big Hell's
You know.
Kitchen is?
That's
It's not
fine.
like I said a street, you
You
jackass.
said the Amish thing.
I,
though.
like
That
saying
didn't
Long
help.
Island or
You
Brooklyn.
said Amish,
No, it's
though. That
not.
doesn't help.
Yeah, but that means nothing. I don't know where he lives.
That's right.
It's in the middle of Hell's
But I'll
Kitchen.
know next time.
Some psycho's going to go up down every block every day.
Meaning
Yeah,
you.
you're right.
Did you hear?
No.
Did you hear Laura's call?
I'm a big
Of
fan
course.
of. You're right. You're
I know
right.
you're a big fan of Lost, too.
I'm a big fan of Lost, but I'm a huge fan now of True Blood. True Blood is a great
Yeah.
show. Oh, it's the same thing as Lost. Every week, you like an hour show goes by in like probably 20 minutes. You're like, really?
Yeah, those are the worst when you're kind of watching and you look at the clock and go, oh,
You know what? You just
yeah,
turned down a
only
True
10
Blood.
minutes left.
True
Screw
Blood.
this Lost show. I'm going to watch True Blood.
There you go.
True Blood's good.
You can get on the ground floor of that one.
Yeah. It's a great show. Your
Well,
wife is
Michael,
great on it.
always a pleasure when you
Yeah.
come by, man.
Thanks for
When
having me.
when
It's
the
fun.
series kicks back in and stuff, I'd love to have you back on.
Sure.
It'd be great, man.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Say hello to the lovely little woman.
I will.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank
All right,
you.
We'll finish up next. Robert Kelly. Let's not forget Funny Bone, Columbus, Ohio, all weekend long, right?
Yeah, 13 shows. Wow. No, I'm joking. There's only 7, but it's.
All right, ColumbusFunnyBone.com for details. Opie and Anthony. That's right. Opie and Anthony, Robert Kelly, Funny Bone, Columbus, all weekend long. Robert Kelly, where you want your fans to go, Bobby?
To my comedy shows?
No, but
I
how
know,
do they
I'm
get
kidding.
info?
RobertKellyLive.com. Just go to my website. All my
RobertKellyLive.com.
stuff is on there.
Now, Bobby was on the road with Dane Cook for
Yes.
what? 6 months? 4 months?
10 weeks.
That was only 10 weeks?
2 months.
Seemed like you were gone longer.
37 shows.
And I got a
2
couple
months.
phone calls from Bobby while he was on the road, and man, were you living the life? And I'm like, fuck, why aren't you on the air talking about this stuff? We finally got you, but I wish we would have called you while you were still, living it.
Yeah, it was
Private
real.
jets,
G4 every night. Fly in. You fly into the gig on the G4. You get on the plane. They'd have whatever. There was the same lady, same guys flying.
That's like the Vespa of airplanes, by the way.
Yeah, that's right.
That's retarded.
What do you call it? The white
Shit.
unicorn?
Oh, we had 3 different ones. Dan kept changing it because he didn't like the
I want one like Ted Danson.
dancing.
He's gonna be worth a few bucks if he's able to.
Dude, it was.
Jesus.
It was.
What do you mean he was changing planes?
I don't like the layout. They
So-
bring up another layout of another G4.
What's the layout of a G4? Like, walk us
Well, you
through
could have
this.
2.
I'll never be on a G4.
You come in and there's 4 seats, and then they turn together and they make 2 beds. Or you walk in, there's 2 seats and 1 big long couch, and they or you can you can make a bunch of.
Tables.
It's like a million different configurations.
Can you
And then,
sleep comfortable in between gigs if you wanted to?
I
Look
took
at that.
I took you take those seats. Yeah, you can take them. They spin around and then they make a bed. Yeah, you lie flat. I lied in there was 2 together and I put them down. The table goes down and then you just lie straight out.
Was it comfortable?
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
And then, now,
Yeah.
so, but you're laying down, so how do you suck Dane's cock?
Well, you
Is
got
that-
this is
is
you
that,
can't.
is he on that
that's
side?
You have to put the table
Or-
down because it doesn't
Yeah.
work.
All right. I assume the
understand?
table being there was
Yeah,
the
no.
awkward
The
part.
table, that's
Okay.
weird. So you got to put the table down, and then I can get
All right.
right in there.
That
Believe
makes
me,
sense.
Let me tell you something.
Did
bro.
he have a suite on the plane
Let me-
himself, like a little area for himself, or
We had the front of the plane. Me and Dane and Al, and then Al would go to the back of the plane or the middle of the plane, and then the management and whoever else was on the plane would be way back in the back of the plane. But there was no shit seat, But yeah, dude, it was. Let me tell you something. It was the guy. It was the fucking Matrix, dude. Yeah, of course. It was the Matrix. It was
Swallowed
like
the right pill, right?
I mean,
Red pill?
no,
all
then
the way?
as soon as it was over, I was in shitty clothes with a shaved head in the fucking Nebuchadnezzar. And I think I was...
and all of a
Nebuchadnezzar.
sudden you're fighting for a cab.
Dude,
You had the life.
I was in Sacramento Punchline, just as fucking shitty Neo.
The Matrix. That's
Fucking
perfect.
awful. It was one day I had fucking just guns and I knew Kung Fu. The next day I was just a shithead in a fucking shit ship flying coach to some shit town.
some fucking jack in the back of your head instead
dude,
of in the front.
I walked out at one show. I saw the crowd. 18,000 people showed up, and I think it was Toronto or one of the shows.
Do you really lose track of what city you're in for real?
Dude, you forget your room. We're flying. We left every night after the show. We go right to the private jet, pull right up to it. No, I could have carried a pound of heroin in my bag and some fucking AKs.
How they do it.
You don't give a shit. Fly right to the next gig. Go to the hotel. How many times I came downstairs to get coffee and I don't even know what the fuck floor I'm on. I just get in the elevator and I just look like a creep because I don't push any buttons because I'm just like I don't know where I came in or what fucking floor I
don't know
back
this.
downstairs. Yeah,
Jesus.
and then
Is it true they shopped for you while you were doing stand up?
Do whatever the fuck you wanted.
So you're leaving the plane like, all right, I want, I don't know,
Dude,
homemade chocolate chip cookies tonight.
Wow. We would text what we wanted for lunch, and sometimes I'd just text bullshit just to see if it would happen, and it'd just be on the plane. Like fucking dots.
Just dots.
I do notice, now we got to get into this a little bit. You're twittering. You Twitter a bit much.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something. First of all,
you Twitter a little too much.
First of all, you Twitter too less. I want more out of you, Anthony.
I have very
want
little
more.
twittering.
I want more out of you.
You want more twits?
I want more fucking twits out of you, yeah. we gotta meet in the middle. I'll stop twittering if you Twitter more.
No.
Why?
Wow, you Twitter too much. You Twitter too much.
Good. I heard you broke it down or something.
There was something. All right, here was a bad Twitter.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll give you an example of an awful
It's called a tweet.
Tweet. Yeah, excuse me.
You retweeted someone that said they saw. I think I saw Bob Kelly. He looked so good. He was out in front of a bookstore.
I retweeted that?
You retweeted a compliment on how you looked. If that isn't a scream for fucking love me.
Wait a minute. What the? First of all, let's not get carried away. Everything everybody in this room does is just scream to fucking love me. You were banging nails, you fucking Afro faggot. And you were doing fucking Howard Stern in front of Howard Stern. Okay, you cocksucker.
I was doing Jackie Martling.
You're the only cocksucker that went backwards in his career. You're supposed to start with a podcast and work your way up to a hit show, not work your way backwards, fuckhead.
Wow, he's got you there.
Listen.
Kind of got you there, Andy.
Damn. You're on fucking at 2 in the morning on the internet.
Don't fucking back him up.
I
At least I got a web show. You take 1 second clips of fucking lightning.
I'm usually there for you, but he kind of got you on that one.
Yeah.
And you can try to flame it this way, but he got you bad, man.
Listen. The fact is,
you're putting out that fire on your own.
We're all screaming
I'll hold
for someone to love us. Okay, It just so happens I do it in 140 characters.
Ways. He's right.
I didn't buy a TV studio and put it in my mansion and go on and hire fucking all my friends to come over and hang with me. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's called hire. When you buy booze, that's fucking that's money.
Friends.
That's fucking monetary fucking gain for these guys. If you didn't have shit over there, you'd think if you had fucking pretzels, would Danny show up? No,
probably.
No, he's got a fucking fat Guinness in his hand, and he gets to drink for free all night off of some tap you have downstairs.
All right, you know something? Bobby is really good.
Yeah, that's why I was
really good.
I wasn't going to bring up the fact that he over tweets because
Bobby's
tough. He's tough in this arena.
You just ripped me a new asshole. I
He's
think.
tough in this arena.
I think that is ripping me a new asshole.
Well, which I enjoy your show very much because I'm screaming for it. I love watching you because I see someone else who's as lonely as me.
Yes.
Believe me, if I could do a podcast from fucking Columbus, Ohio this weekend in my hotel room, I would. So I have 140 characters for love.
For love.
That's all I want.
140 little keystrokes of love.
And
It's
so hard to do. It's so hard to fucking.
It really is.
Because I know there's so many motherfuckers out there too that just want to pounce on your fucked up when you fuck up. They just wait to see. Oh, you fucking misspelled. It's not T-O-O. It's T-O. You fuck you. Fuck you.
How great is it when you use all 140 characters perfectly?
Oh, it's perfect.
And when you have when you have 2 or 3 characters left over, you're like, fuck, I gotta use those too somehow.
Dude, what's the best?
It's like a puzzle though. You try to work it perfectly.
I want to know what's the best though. Using all the characters with the period or without the period at the end of
With
your
the period.
With the period. So
Oh, no.
the period
We're talking,
finishes it out.
We're talking real punctuation.
Oh, okay.
Where you're not getting rid of
Wow.
periods and spaces.
Yeah,
you're
'cause
like,
some-
wow,
'cause
this is
sometimes you're like-
perfect. This is a work of art. And then you hit send.
I hate when you're like,
And
a
send.
-5.
And
a
send.
-5, God damn it.
You gotta go-
All right, let me look back. I can get rid
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can take the space away
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the commas.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'll do. I'll back the letters right up to the comma.
Yeah.
And then
I'll just put U instead of YOU.
Yeah, I'll put
Oh, yeah.
you.
R
Shit.
instead of R.
The number 2 instead of T. Oh, fuck.
Now you're typing like Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking awful. Twitter is it's got to be the end. There's nothing. I mean, because it literally took. We had this whole big thing. Back in the day, I had a website. If you had a website, you were somebody.
Yeah.
Now MySpace made it so every dickhead can have his own little website with his thoughts.
That's it.
And his blogs and his videos that he likes. And now it just went down to.
It went down
to
to
140 characters.
Yeah, but
thing.
Twitter's going to get very boring if they don't like expand it somehow. I don't know how they do. I don't know if you add characters, but they got to add some other
I don't
things
know.
you
It's
could
like
do with
saying
it.
texting is going to get boring. It's more of a.
I don't know,
It's
man.
a way to communicate all your shit, pictures, everything like that, to a mass of people instead of just one person at a time. But the thing is, Bobby's right. This fucking thing started out with the most technology ever.
Yeah,
like
ever.
computers, and you're like, holy shit, I could have a website and do this, but I got to learn HTML code and this, that. And then you're putting up these websites with all kinds of links and video and all this shit. And then you get Facebook, and it's like, okay, well, they kind of do the website thing for you. I just got to add little things. And then it got down to Twitter, where you just like, all this technology got down to the
they
point
had
where
to
all we
simplify
really
it.
wanted to do was write a few words and maybe send a picture.
Well, all you want to do, though, is you're in a car, you're on a plane, you're at work, you just want to look at something that will take you away from the pain of your cube. And if fucking me on a shitty Vespa, where you can type back fucking homo, or you can see one of fucking Opie's sunsets and be
I
like,
haven't sunsetted in a
it's
while.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
Now I repost
could-
other people's sunsets.
You know something? I can't even argue at,
You know what?
at this point. His Vespa picture, having the Vespa, your tweets, Bobby, I give it up to you. You're right.
It's creepy. We haven't seen you in person in probably 2 to 3 months, and I know what
I
you've
know
been up to.
everything that Bobby's been
That's
doing.
a little creepy to me.
And I know what you guys have been up to.
All right. So
Let me ask you a question. Are you guys going to the UFC 101?
We're Philly?
Yeah, Philly.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, let me tell you
This
something.
is going to be a big, what am I trying to say?
Announcement.
The announcement's Friday, supposedly, with Fedor joining the UFC, which we said would absolutely happen, by the way.
And who was that douchebag that called?
I
It
can't
ain't
wait.
gonna happen.
I hope he calls
It'll
back.
never happen.
I hope that guy calls back.
Shut it.
But we're all going to Philly. There's going to be a big group going down there.
Dude, that BJ Penn and Kenny Florian fight.
See, I don't know those guys yet.
Kenny Florian is fucking. They're both jiu-jitsu guys, but insane. And BJ is actually training his fucking ass off. He looks great.
They all train their
No, not BJ, man. If you saw him in his fight with George St. Pierre, he was heavier. I mean, he had to go up in weight class, but he was heavier. He wasn't as training as fucking hard. Now he looks shredded. BJ comes in shredded, and he gets gassed. He gets gassed real quick. If he doesn't take you out in the first 2 rounds, he just can't breathe. At the end of every fight, he's holding on to the ref like, I'm gonna die. Hold me up. There was one ref, I forget his name, was like trying to get off me, man, because he was like putting his head, resting his head on his shoulder, like I'm gonna die. But this it's going to be a great fight. And then Forrest against
he's just an animal.
Anderson.
We had Forrest.
Forrest
rules.
Dude, the more he gets beat up, the fucking tougher he becomes.
Yeah. He's that type of guy.
Yeah, he's
He's
I
fucking
think
funny too.
I think he's fucking hilarious.
I think he was the most intimidating UFC fighter we had.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because you know
And
what?
we had Fedor. We had oh my god.
Yeah, but
When he-
Fedor,
Chuck was in here.
When he was talking, it wasn't even about.
No, he's just.
It wasn't about the art of it and this and the competition or that. He goes. He pretty much said, I just like beating people up.
Yeah.
Like he likes being hit. He likes hitting people.
Yeah,
That's why he does it. It's fucking. Some guys are like, yeah, it's competition, you know, mano y mano. We get in there and I could show my art, the way I twist it. I just like punching people in the face.
Yeah, he's fucking.
And now he can do it for a job.
You know what I watched? You know what I did on YouTube last night? I was up to like 3 a.m. watching jiu-jitsu.
videos?
No, which are fascinating. Jiu-jitsu versus anything. Like jiu-jitsu versus
Anything. Oh.
judo, jiu-jitsu versus karate.
Yeah.
And it's just guy trying to do some kata, some fucking move and standing sideways, and then this guy just goes, okay, takes one punch, grabs him, throws him on the ground, and breaks his fucking arm. One of them, you hear the arm break. He snaps it and lets go. You're like, ugh. And he just puts his hand up like, whoops, whoops.
Sorry.
It's
Can't even
unfucking.
tap out.
Dude.
You have to flop out. Your arm is fucking gone.
All right, wait a minute. Doc Sheg from Atlanta writes, check out the video of B.J. Penn. That was the guy you were talking about,
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Jumping out of a 3-foot end of a pool
insane.
without using his hands. Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, I'm telling you.
That's got
It's
to be
on-
impossible.
It's on his Ning site.
3 feet is how high up on it? That would be
about 3
almost
feet.
waist?
Dude, BJ
I know, but I'm
Penn-
trying to figure out, like, would it be your waist?
Yeah,
He's
probably.
jumping out of the water.
Like
No
your legs.
way. Let me see this.
That's great. Yeah, he's great. Dude, he's a freak. He's a freak.
Is he using any
No,
leverage?
nothing. Watch.
We're watching. He's standing there. He's kind of lining himself up at the edge of the pool. He's kind of. Wow, he did.
Holy.
That'd be hard to do with no water in the pool. With no water in the pool, that would be hard to do.
Yeah, dude, he's a freak, dude. He can take his legs. He uses his legs as fucking arms.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's crazy, man. That fight's going to be fucking great.
Why does it look like he's in a pool in the set of Slumdog Millionaire, though? What's that kid in the background?
Dude, he's in Hawaii. He's a
What is
Hawaiian.
that?
He's in Hawaii, dude. Those are all fucking
And then
Hawaiian.
he just
Those,
goes into the jacuzzi like,
Those are all
Hawaiian.
let's now hang.
those are all flatback
Like a
Hawaiians.
dolphin.
But maybe the pool's really
Flies out
only a
of the
foot, and it's
No,
an
it says
illusion.
3 right there.
3
Oh, so you're going to
centimeters.
believe it because it says 3
What do you
feet?
think he had a fucking tile
cover
made
up.
up for a shit YouTube video?
Now, Bobby, we can't get to you today.
Bobby's impenetrable.
Bobby's been in training, I think.
Bobby has been. He's been on the road. He's fucking. He's in his best form.
I think we've shell-shocked him enough where he's like, you know what, these motherfuckers, I'm going to get them next time I'm in there.
Well, it's probably because Norton's not
And
here.
Jimmy's not here.
Norton
Right.
scares me.
Jimmy-
You know,
Jimmy-
Norton gets angry. I feel like he's going to bite me with his teeth.
Although you'd be like to the way you are today, that'd be a good match. It's like comedian UFC.
No, Jimmy.
You'd be very good.
Jimmy stays home. I swear to God, and thinks of. He just picks guys. I'm gonna fucking think of a million things I could say about fucked up Fat Bob today. And he writes them down, and he fucking OCDs them, puts them on a card, rehearses them with his girl. Dude, I was thinking about going to get an investment, dude, and then just files him away. And then you say one wrong thing, dude. How's your chin? My fucking chin, really, dude? Fucking dude. Yeah, he's a
You're
fucking
right, yeah.
sniper, dude. He's a Navy SEAL.
I'm just saying he practices. That's
Yeah, he's a
psychotic.
Yeah, he's the. Let me tell you something. Going to the UFC with him was because he's such a fanboy. First of all,
it's not fun going to those events. I had to give up on hanging out with Jimmy at events. I had to.
because I'm a fanboy, but I am so insecure with myself.
But you're
I
not
wouldn't
allowed to move if
I
you're
wouldn't
near
have run
Jimmy
around.
because you're going to blow the photo op.
Dude, we were the best team ever. I knew who everybody
Oh,
was.
so you guys had a good time
So we're
together.
running through
All right.
I'm like, dude, that's fucking Lyoto Machida right here. Who? Is a good one? Fucking good one. This is fucking champion.
one.
And then we'd run up, running around like, take him. That's good. Get her. Bang, bang. And we get the photo. I take the photo, and then they get one of me. The whole time we're fanboys.
So you're totally into it.
Oh my dude,
Yeah.
he is the fucking best. But he you know, like you'll be talking to him and asking him questions, but he's not listening. He's in his own head.
Oh, I know.
Like Jimmy, I don't know if he's fucking retarded or a genius. He's like super. I don't know what it is, but like you'll be like, hey, yeah. So anyways, and he'll be like.
He's assessing
And
something.
then he's assessing something else. And then he goes, "Dude, do you know what the password is for any?"
It's like, what? Were you listening to a word I said?
I'm sorry. I was thinking of something I ought to call Kenny.
I was thinking I should have a couple more cans of that potted meat.
But he is fucking the best motherfucker. We had I love that he's a fanboy. We ran around like two fucking fat aunts. You should have seen us eating cake at 2 a.m. Just
That I could picture. Yeah.
Just two fatzos
Feeling guilty about it afterwards.
trying to help each other with
Yeah.
the guilt. Like, oh, dude, we're fucking we work hard.
Treat yourself.
that was
Treat
fucking-
yourself. That's what Kenny does. Treat yourself.
We were sitting next to a fighter the whole
Kenny's
time.
an enabler.
Oh, Kenny?
Oh, he's the worst.
Fucking unbelievable.
You deserve it.
He just wants to spoil
You
you. is what it is.
deserve it. Treat yourself.
I've been off since that cake with fucking Jimmy. I've been fucking dipping back into the.
Really?
Dude, I'm back. I'm back finally. But that one, the cake we had was like, what's the fucking, what is it, a Yoo-hoo or Yodel? What the fucking, it looks like a fully covered chocolate thing. What is that? A ring ding.
A ring ding?
A fucking ring ding. But like the ultimate supreme ring ding they had at this restaurant.
Dude,
me and Jimmy
that
got.
is like fucking. That is like if you just took a swig of Jack Daniels. You'd be right back. That.
Or
you
just-
can't eat a ring ding.
No, or
you
just
can't
like
eat a
letting
ring
her
ding.
pull the like side of the cock out of the
Right,
panties.
yeah.
Just like they.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't do
You
that.
can't.
Pulling the side of the cock out of the panties, and you just go, yeah, you can't do that?
Well, the
What's wrong
underwear.
with you
Yeah,
two?
you can't. If it's under there,
No,
you
he
won't.
said
The
panties.
undies.
Yeah.
You've
What
never had
the
a girl.
fuck?
You've never had a girl call your underwear panties.
I call them panties all the time.
That's ridiculous.
I wear panties all the time. That's what I call my underwear, panties.
Yeah, sure you do.
I've
I
had
do.
girls
I
call
think
my
you
underwear
slipped.
panties.
I wear
Bobby
panties.
slipped.
Even
I
though
wear
they're
panties.
just.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you
They're
can fight all
briefs.
you want now, man, but that was a little weird.
No, I didn't. I meant it as like a she-male. Like I can fight it as long as she doesn't pull it out. But if she sticks a little of the helmet out,
All right.
I'm gonna get my money's
All right,
worth.
now I'm in.
Now
I understand. what you're saying.
Anyways,
Okay.
he was first of all those guys at the UFC. You guys got a fucking. I don't know what the fuck those guys.
We've been there since the beginning. Well, sort of the
they're
beginning.
cold.
Dude, we got so hooked up.
Yeah, huh?
It was fucking ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah, we'll be there.
it was
Philly.
sick.
What
I
is
mean,
it? A week from this Saturday, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
it is,
Something like
yeah.
that. Holy
Yeah.
shit! It's already.
Yeah, it was fucking
we
ridiculous.
got to
Those
get out of
guys
here.
are
The
great.
computer's going off.
Yeah. God damn it.
Bobby, always a pleasure.
Bobby, very good to see you again.
Good
Finally.
to see you too, man.
We got
Twitter all you want,
after that beating.
and I'm gonna fucking put some hemorrhoid cream on and lay on my tummy after that one.
Oh man,
That was a good one. We had a lot of good stuff we never got to, which means we did all right today.
do it
so.
mañana.
Bobby is going to be at the Funny Bone. Where the fuck is your plug sheet? I don't know. What is it,
Funny
Bobby?
Bone in Columbus. Eaton.
RobertKellyLive.com.
Yeah, it's 614-471-5653 for tickets and information.
Could go to OP Radio too for all that info on
Yeah.
Twitter.
Rock.
I'm going to get my.
You didn't even listen.
I'm going.
What's your Twitter name again?
I had it because I wanted Robert Kelly Live, but Sam fucked me out of it.
Oh, that's right. What a prick.
Well, I think he was trying to help, but he fucked me out of it. Now I can't get it, but it's Robert Kelly Fans.
Oh yeah, I don't like that one.
I didn't want that one, but
don't
I
like that one.
I kind of like it because some of the fucking assholes you have to type in Robert Kelly Fans.
Who has
and I know that
Robert
bugs
Kelly,
people.
by the way?
Huh?
There's some Robert Kelly out there.
Yeah, somebody has it.
That's kind of a
Yeah.
common name. It's-
Yeah, I don't have like Johnny Bruno. That's the guy who sold me my Vespa. He's a fucking guitar player from Jersey. Now he sells fucking cars. Is that the best name ever? Coming to the stage, Johnny Bruno.
It sounds like Johnny Bravo a little bit.
Want to thank
Yeah.
Michael Emerson for stopping by.
Yes.
There were 3 really good instant feedbacks. Stephen S. from Bay Show writes, who does Travis love more, Michael or Dexter?
Dexter, come on.
Yeah, sure. Rockstar China wrote, and he actually wrote from China. Holy shit. And I picked up on this too, and we should have called Michael Emerson out on this a little bit.
Oh?
He writes, real fucking tough, hunkered down in the wilderness under an umbrella in Hawaii. That's called a vacation for us blue-collared fucks.
That's funny. That's true.
And then Craig Shirelli from Scranton
They
writes,
brought food. I don't know how they brought it, but I don't deal with it.
why do we call
Food
him out
showed
on
up.
that?
He's under an umbrella.
And then tell Michael Emerson I sit at a computer all day. I'll take the rock climbing and stunts any day, dude.
He's an actor. What do you want? Someone's got to play the part. You go in there and play as a compelling part as he does. Don't you fucking badmouth Michael Emerson.
It looks like Ant's brother right there. Right there. It looks like your brother.
It's Joe.
It's Joe crying on fucking Murray.
Jesus.
Doesn't it a little bit?
Little bit.
I'm going to leave this 5 for Sam. Thanks for the ass.
Oh, fuck.
It's right on the table.
Buy yourself something pretty. Just fucking leave a 5 for him. That'll degrade him even more.
Get some conditioner for that
Yeah.
fucking mop you got.
Go get yourself something nice. Clean yourself up and go get something nice.
Oh, good news. If you need a new Twitter name, Bobby,
Yeah.
Dog Shit Sniffer writes, hey, Bobby, Vespa Twat is still up for grabs.
You know what? That's a fucking awesome name. That's a fucking Vespa Twat is fantastic. I might even switch it to that.
That's pretty good.
I'm going to be selling a Vespa in a week. So.
All right, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it didn't fill the hole.
Just say bye so we can go.
Oh, bye.